Dude's here, almost here, nice. Mine's not like 20 minutes away still.
And you do try to ramp it up too much. You
not buy a car that requires premium.
Tricky positions when you can get caught out from all around. So I do like the discipline from these squads to be able to just flip
what
that
color
switch
is your
on and
Prius,
off, and at the same time having that chemistry to all be on the same page and not have one player who's maybe playing a bit slower while the rest of them are going out and taking a team-on-team fight.
Taking a look now, moving into Erangel. This is round number 7. If not quite at the halfway point now.
Electric Space
Martin,
Silver.
Survival.
The fuck is
Are there
that?
any team or teams that you're looking at who you're thinking, these guys are ridiculously good, they deserve to be in the weekly final, but they've underperformed so far yesterday and or today?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say, so in terms of underperformance compared to today and yesterday, one of the teams could be Faceland. They played pretty well, but they still haven't been able to secure chicken dinner throughout the whole thing, right? And this is the time for them to step up. I want to
game
see
starting
them
in 30.
Final. If they're able to bring the same game that we saw in the bottom 16, they could potentially
Fuels with
also
high
win
octane
a
rating
final,
are used in
which
high
would secure them
compression
a grand
gasoline
final
engines.
spot.
And how about yourself?
Always remember,
taking a look at the teams here.
wasn't this a thing? When, like, let's say like 18 years ago, or 10, 15 years ago, did a lot of people use premium unleaded that they really didn't need to?
First team to make it through, but
is that a thing?
You know what, we touched on them as a team who have performed really well, especially in that last game. It's got to be SSG for me. They are one of my favorites into the grand final at the moment, because
they still do
confirmed they're going to be there.
Looking forward to seeing which of the teams are going to step up. Just as a reminder to everyone watching at home, there are 6 games today. We started on Miramar.
How often do people still have diesel cars?
Alternating those maps.
Any diesels in chat?
6 winners of those 6 different games.
My dad's car was a diesel.
To the weekly finals at the end of this week. Virtus Pro are already through. We now need a team to join them. And luckily, we've got Matt and Cam, the dynamic duo.
Luckily, we have the Korean casters.
결국에 서버니를 향할 수 없게 되니까 비행기 동선에 맞춰서 바로 카메시키와 스타버 쪽으로 내려주는 모습이 일단은 좀 눈에 띕니다.
그렇습니다.
Alright, chat, we're going to close the bet pretty quickly, I think. We've got NA versus EU this time.
그리고 또 최근에
Highest placing.
첫 번째 장에는 저쪽에 굉장히 많이 잡혔어요.
BW Diesel.
이런 것들을 노린 매드 클랜의 어떤 승부수가 아닌가 싶습니다.
Yaris Rally. 2 GTR Skylands.
아주 편안하게 야스나의 근방에 내리면서 파밍을 시작합니다.
Ben has a VW diesel. Used to have one. Used to have one.
오늘 경기에서도 활용을 해주는 모습이에요.
I can see that. I can see you in one, Ben.
TSM FTX인데요. 자, 기블리와 약간 동선이 겹칠 수 있습니다. 그리고 보리람과 멀티서클 게이밍도
Ending prediction, guys, in 10 seconds.
갈길 갑니다.
Whoa, a lot of bettors actually. 18 people on NA, 17 people on EU. This one must have got the juices flowing.
이거 옥상 떨어져 가지고 공중 사격을 하겠다는 그런 의도가 살짝 엿보일 수도 있겠는데요. 자, 스피어 좀 조심해야 되고요. 와, 이거 자기장이
Millie.
헬리피어
What did Random Dutch Dude say? Did we have some memorable matches yet? Only one match so far today, Dutch Dude. It was a...
치고 갈 거니까. 야, 이거 샤프샷은 너무 아쉬운데요.
Bad start for NA. Bad start for NA.
불이람.
Oh my god.
지금 한 차 타고 4명이서 우측 다리 지나려고 하고 있어요.
그렇죠.
이거 밀배에다 베팅한 겁니다. 우지 들고. 야, 다리 지나려고 하고
That's such a shit way to die.
건너가서 차량과 파밍을 더
That's such a shit way to die.
판단 좋습니다.
노아드라 헬멧에 우지 들고 뒷자리에 탑승 이후에 신나게 속도 내고 있습니다.
네, 이게 웬만하면 밀리터리 베이스로 아마 자기장이 가겠죠. 네, 그래서 이런 선택들이 맞다라고 또 생각을 하고요. 그래도
Yep, Z. That's one of it's one of the worst things about PUBG esports as a player. And sometimes it's not your fault. Like sometimes you crash and stuff. So who clowned first? VP with a very good hold of a middle compound.
그리고 이제 다른 팀들이 빠르게 좀 이동하고 있는 쪽은 발견되지 않고 있고요. 밀리터리 베이스에 내려서 편안하게 파밍하고 있는 디그니타스는 분위기가 굉장히 좋습니다.
네, 일단 푸니지 선수가 파밍하고 있는 그
weird bug.
단지들이 모여 있는
Leave butt spot alone.
굉장히 좋은 자리로 떠오를 확률이 높다라고 생각을 합니다. 만약에 아래쪽으로 내려오는
Wait, Raf didn't bet on this one.
굉장히 좀 자기장이 많이 걸쳤던 히트엔딩 장소 중에 하나입니다.
자, 그리고 이번 매치에 합류해서
What are 30 settings? DPI 800, 1.2 vert. Dude, I want a spreadsheet. I want everyone's settings.
일단은 젠지가 없기 때문에 그
Of the
빈자리를
tournament.
채우는 거죠. 바텀 경기에서 이제 치킨을 획득하긴 했지만 그 매치를 제외하고 나머지 경기들에서는 약간 좀 아쉬운 모습들이 나왔었거든요.
그렇습니다.
이 쉬는 시간을 통해서 이 서바이벌에서 그런 것들을 어떻게 또 잘 피드백해 왔는지가 중요할 것 같습니다.
네. 그래서 이게 뭐
Hey, Mark and Dude.
면적상은 아래가 굉장히 많이 속해 있기 때문에 많은
Alright,
팀들이
we got this spicy melee circle.
스포츠처럼
네.
생각을 하고 남쪽으로 내려왔다.
What does this mean for our bet? Dignitas are already in the middle, but they like to die a lot.
분명히 있어요.
FaZe are crossing, boating. The quick boat. This will give them priority.
였나요? 그때 젠지가 한번 이런 케이스로
네.
위쪽으로 올라가는 자기
Bye, Dad.
적절히
Have a good day.
기억이 나는 것 같아요.
Straight night stream.
현재 북쪽이
day,
또 생각보다는 또 많이 걸쳐 있는 상황이라서
네.
그 자기장을 절대로 배제하면 안 될 것 같습니다.
맞습니다.
This can go back to mainland. This can shift northwest, yeah.
첫 아이템만 먹고
This doesn't have to go melee.
중심으로 침투하는 아모리 게임.
Did they beach their boat actually? I wasn't paying attention.
아머리 게이밍.
그런 것들을 좀
If we ever had to do that, we would never beach our boat. because you might have to go back.
보트를 타고 밀리터리 베이스에 진입을 했습니다.
상당히 빠르게 모든 팀들이 배팅을 하는데요.
네.
자, 그리고 오른쪽 다리를 이용하려고
Remember Edge, you always going on about it.
스페이스 스테이션 게이밍 이미 지나갔고요. BBL, GNL, GEX, 멀티
Oh,
서클
shooting?
게이밍까지
Yeah, makes
오른쪽
sense.
다리로 밀려들고
Oh, the buggy though.
그렇습니다. 일단은 좀 지나가고 있고 노브가 그래도 비어있던 상황이라서 불이람이 파밍을 굉장히 넉넉하게 현재 노브 지역에서 가져가고 있어요.
Military base in Korean is military base.
사거리 옥상 쪽에서 리드샷 해주고 있는데
What is that? Dude, BBL. I think BBL have the most seat swap kills
기절시킵니다.
in phase 1, for sure.
이 동료가 오다
It's funny because it's actually not worth going for the flush. It's not worth it.
찍지 못했습니다.
So he's probably going to get rezzed.
그래도 이렇게 되면은 정말 좀 좋은 백업을 과감한 백업을 통해서 이블리 선수를 살려낼 수 있을 것 같네요.
자, 그런데 오히려 BBL이 리드샷 맞고 미트레이어스가 누웠습니다.
네. 일단은 밀타 쪽에서 GX가 약간 겹쳐 있는 모습이고 현재 퓨리도 현재 급하게 내려오고 있거든요. 이 밀타 지역 근방으로 현재 5팀 정도, 4팀 정도가 모여들고 있어요.
네, 이렇게 되면 이런 난리통을
Chat, if you were in a competitive PUBG team, where would you want to drop?
e스포츠의 해안이 돋보이는
On the map.
장면이죠.
네. 자, 업어서 담벼락 뒤에 가서 살리고
Kaka.
있습니다.
School.
밀타 쪽에서 서로 견제를 했었던
No.
BBL과 GX.
No? No.
그리고 이게
Stauber?
중요한 게 디그니타스가 원래 랜드마크가 밀리터리 베이스잖아요.
네.
이런 자기장에서 만약에 못 먹는다.
Kaka gang never get vehicles. You get vehicles these days. Get a hard spawn. You get several hard spawns.
본인의 그냥
Pretty sure.
홈그라운드인데.
Yeah, you get one and maybe two.
기운 빠지죠.
그럼요. 가장
I actually loved Gaka.
풍족하게 파밍도 하고
I think Gaka was still my favorite drop that I competed with.
이렇게 기회가
Stay on plane till it goes to a better game. Wait, wait. South George?
그래서 지금
Oh.
인서클 중심
Sonics and in next, not next, the game after next? Maybe?
아직도 건너오는 팀들이 있습니다. 퓨리, BBL, 매드클랜.
그렇습니다. 그래서
Boomer PUBG showing. It used to be like that. That's why esports, for those who don't know, there are esports spawns in the esports rule set. So there are certain hard car spawns that always spawn every game no matter what,
자, 감미호가 사격을 하진 않았어요.
which makes the game less RNG and more competitive. Museum? What the hell is museum?
네. 자, 그리고 GX가 보트로
What's museum?
합니다. 보트 2대 활용했었고요.
이거
I missed something?
선수가 사운드를 못 들었을 수도 있을 만한 거리라서 이거 불이람이 암살당하는
Oh, Bunnings.
자, 국밥하면 아주 많이 배고프긴
It's called
하네요.
Bunnings in Australia.
국제에서야 구급 상자가 하나 있습니다.
Bunnings Warehouse.
그렇습니다. GX 입장에서는 근데
Because it used to look very different, right?
버렸기 때문에
Used to be the big warehouse.
아쉬울 수는
It looks like a hardware store in Australia.
좀 먹다 남은 좀 집들을 파밍을 해가면서
Yeah, so you're seeing a lot of people not shoot at cars right now because it's too dangerous and there's no reason to get the kill.
에더 선수도 파밍이 좀
Dude, I hope this goes
어렵지
back
않네요.
north just because it'd be funny as fuck. Look at this. If this went back north, this would be so funny. Where's Sonics? On the bench.
많은 팀들이 좀 요새는 검문소에 꼼꼼히 검색을 하고 지나가는 편이거든요.
그렇죠.
Hey, Auburn.
대부분의 팀들이 오른쪽 다리를 이용했을 때 왼쪽 다리로 접근하고 있는
Oh, it would be so spicy.
TSM입니다. TSM
Everyone is committing except
오,
Ents
GNL.
and TSM, Ghibli, and maybe MCG.
이렇게 지나갑니다.
이쪽에서 총성이 낮기 때문에 다른 팀들도 입성하는 도중에 저 총성을 기억하면서 게임을 해야 될 것 같고.
Can I show you this?
근데 이게 이제 오른쪽 다리로 많은
If you remember what Erangel Warehouse used to look like.
표를 잘 뽑고 잘 지나오고 있어요.
오,
문제 없이.
네.
그리고
How could I
또
find an old
들어가고 있는
picture of that,
팀도
actually?
보니까 지금 서만 쪽으로 세 팀을 제외하고는 거의 다 들어간 모양새입니다.
그렇습니다.
I don't know how to Google it.
에란겔에서 킬을 가장 많이 한 선수. 33개 매치 중 54킬을 기록하고 있는 17게이밍의 샤오입니다.
아, 전투력 진짜 좋더라고요.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to find a picture of it right now.
다 찍어 누르는 플레이가 훌륭했습니다.
자, GX 쪽에 사격을 좀
If next equals 50-50, true.
차량이 없어서
A bridge battle. TSM would be love and life.
자,
if it went north.
기블리와 17게이밍은 서로의 존재를 알고 있고
네,
계속해서 산악 마라톤을 해야 되는 GX입니다.
그렇습니다. 이제 아래쪽으로 좀 진행을 해야 할 것 같아요. 끝라인 타고.
Wait, my order just got delayed massively. What the hell?
들어오려다가 사격을 좀 받고 있습니다.
사고가 나서 한 명은 돌리고 한 명은 그대로
Why?
진행하고 약간 엇갈리는 그런 모습인데요. NCG.
그래도
자, 두 대는 지나왔는데 나머지
That is true.
다리에 위치하고 있거든요.
네.
Old versus new Erangel.
버리고 그냥 좀 물 쪽으로 내려오는 방법도
네.
있기야 합니다.
캐도크 쪽으로 차량을 운행해서 빠져나가는 그 동선을 이용하는 것 같죠.
자,
네,
여기서
여기서
와서 뭐
사이로 지나가면서
네,
저기 왼쪽에 내려올 수 있는
예, 사이드.
One of the best updates they've ever done,
네.
I think.
예.
Was Erangel update?
버튼 없죠. 예, 그래서 안 돼요. 네,
이게 다시
네,
이거
이게 좀
안
UAG가
지나가시나요?
통통해서.
네네.
예.
이게 지금
되네요. 예.
됐어요.
Ah.
아래쪽으로 아예
이건 예.
Ah.
네,
베이스가
100%입니다. 예.
Jason for Fury, I guess, but damn, this. I think FaZe are in the best spot right now.
네, 그렇습니다. 현재 그런데 이제 신부
did Jib
선수가
find it?
위치하고 있던 푸니지 선수가 위치하고 있던 그 빌라 단지가
Old Bunnings?
비어있는
Kind of.
상황이거든요. 기블리가 만약에 그쪽으로
And then I was gonna show.
들어갈 수만 있다면 좋은 그림이 나올 것 같습니다.
방향은 맞아요, 그쪽이.
그래서 어쨌든 지금 현재 밀리터리 베이스 이서클이 나왔을 때 최종 자기장 위치가 많이 나왔던 건 페이지 클랜이 위치한 그 위치 근처였거든요.
The Bunnings looks like this in Australia.
소능선 쪽으로 올라가고 있는 기블리.
Giant fucking warehouse.
조금 더 가게 되면 페이지
Hey, that looks like my Bunnings.
네.
I think old Bunnings look like the same Bunnings though.
아래쪽 그 능선 지역에 사용할 수 있는 구덩이 라인이 있거든요. 그 지역을 일단은 생각하고 들어온 것 같죠?
자, 그리고 보리람 유나이티드의
we need an
노아드라가
outside shot.
로론을 기절시켰습니다.
Renner's knocked.
밀리터리 베이스 안쪽을 생각하나요?
It's one of the pre-game spawn points as well. Yeah, it still is. Yeah.
좀 꺾어버리면서 자리를 잡네요.
자, 근데 샷이 좀 들어와요. 조심해야 됩니다, 렘바.
밀리터리 베이스 내부
Ghibli got in?
위치에
So Ghibli came all the way from across the water, right?
맞죠?
자,
That's a sick rotation.
들어오긴 했는데요. 렘바 기절입니다.
그 정도라면 살려줄 수 있을 것 같죠.
일단 특별함도 있고. 자, 간미아 위험하죠? 근데 끊지를 못했어요, 래쉬.
네.
이게 AKM이라서 이러면은 브리람 유나이티드 e스포츠에
But how often does a team win from the
그래서
barracks?
바로 와요 노아드라가.
이거 하다가 또 옆구리
예.
맞을 수 있어요. 조심.
이거 라이딩 샷 간을 한번 보고 있는
Pretty
거죠.
rare, I
네,
think.
매드클랜도 합류를 하려고 하고 있거든요. 자, 투탭과 이엔드가 노아드라를 견제해 줄 수 있을까요?
반대편.
노아드라가 반대편에서 포탑을 해주고 그 다음에 살리러 가겠다.
어우, 사격이 매섭습니다.
네, 이런 식으로 이렇게 노아드라가 봐주고 있다면
There's a really weird Bunnings in Perth near me.
있으니까요.
That's like an old remade, like a refurnished something else.
네, 왼쪽 다리 통과해 주고
Looks a bit
있는
different.
PSM.
네. 이거 뭐 모든 팀들이 진짜 무난하게 서만 쪽으로
People don't die on the crossing much anymore.
바뀌는 거에 따라서 좀
And in this rule set, there is no
일어날
reason to
수밖에
bridge
없는
camp.
상황인 것 같습니다.
아까 그
So it makes a bit more sense. Like there's just no reason to risk.
네.
Bridge
예수
camp.
3명이
How did Dig die last match? I honestly don't know. Like, I can't even remember. I think they must have died really early, right? Because I don't remember.
굉장히 핫한 플레이스로 떠오르고 있었거든요.
They came 11th with 1 kill.
이때
Dunno.
패트릭 코로드가
I don't actually can't see it in my head at all.
치킨을 먹었던 그런 매치도 떠오르고요.
자, 이블리 오!
Oh, when you get caught
자,
watching.
GX와 멀티서클 게이밍의 동쪽 전투입니다.
예, 이거 쳐다보다가 와 이블리 선수가 화면 돌리자마자
네.
진짜 완벽한 투탭.
바라만 봤는데
예,
쏘지도
진짜.
않고.
Oh, were they in that forward? Oh no, I know. I know. Stop banning me.
여기서
They went to
세비어!
Savior. He's saving his team.
GX가 이거 힘으로 밀어내나요?
GX의 날카로운 검.
아 이거 살리기가 어려 보이는데요. 이분이 잡혔어요.
진짜 공격력이
They got caught in El Pozo, South El Pozo, and they tried to leave. The circle went south. They had to leave El Pozo, you know, from the warehouse onto the hill, and there were literally 4 teams on the hill. So it was never going to go well. Full north phase win. I'm wrong. KX in a really nice spot. But this next circle can go anywhere, really. I would not be surprised if it just comes here.
패트리코로드 17게이밍까지의 그 숙제가 좀 남아 있는 상황이고요.
자, 그래도 매드클랜이 노아드랄 결국 잘라냈습니다.
네, 결국에는
Dude, my food got so delayed.
하지만 현재 자기장 외곽에 위치하고 있는데
Phase still looking good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Unless it goes full south or something. Pretty good.
남쪽으로 크게 돌려서 계집으로 불리는 그 위치로 다가간 다음에
So
정보를
delayed.
것 같아요.
GX 진짜 경기력 많이
잘해요.
올라왔어요.
Sad led lurking.
좋습니다. 정말 GX가 깨달은 것 같습니다.
네, 드라마가 있다면 우리 GX가 달라졌어요. 라는 드라마를 한번
I did order the hockey and noodles.
어제 저스티스에서는 그랬어요. 영리해졌다고.
그렇죠. 스마트.
네.
똑똑해졌어요.
멀티서클 게이밍 어렵습니다. 맨날 그
I got free delivery.
경기만 퇴근하다가
Oh no! Is it?
내 칼춤 한번 쳐주지.
Bad.
매드클랜이
Fury lost the player.
자, 하나, 둘 이렇게 한 땀
That is not
들어가는
good.
건 좋은데
That's bad.
지금 위치에서의 정보 취합할 수 있는 게 거의 전무하거든요. 남쪽은 자기장에 한번 안 오게 되면은 영영 쓸모없는 땅이 돼요.
네, 비행기 지역의 퓨리를 잡아.
Oh, when I hear the new SKS sound, it's so weird because I don't have it on in my game.
동선 자체가 너무나 어렵다는 거죠.
It's so jarring.
워낙 커다랗게 솟아있는
Gotta
게
flush those kills that mean nothing.
어디에 누가 숨어
Gotta,
있는지 여기서
like-
정보 취합하기란 너무나도 어렵습니다.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? This is why the format isn't. This is another reason the format sucks. Get in a situation like that where there's a solo behind you, and you can't like. The best play in the format is to try and leave. But you can't just leave when there's a solo behind you who no longer gives a fuck because his team's all dead and they aren't going to win the game. And they're just going to try and get some kills or something, you know? Like it's too... can't- You know? Yeah.
기블리도 여기에 대한
Yeah.
대비만 꼼꼼히 해준다면 괜찮을 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇죠. 이제 뭐 이 시가지 안쪽으로 자기장에 내려오지 않는다 하더라도 불이란만 깔끔하게 정리한다면 능선으로 올라갈 수 있는 루트가 있기는 하거든요.
Blood plays
물론 이
move.
연막탄을 최대한 많이 챙겨
They need that
놓는데
info though.
이번 자기장에서
But I think
모든
Fury's in a
정말
not a great
중요한
spot this
것
game.
같아요.
Unless they get hard fed.
GNL도 천천히 자기장 안쪽으로 접어들었습니다.
I mean, at that point, the solo may as well flush because all he's doing is fucking their game. If you're in the blue fighting a 1v4, you're going to die. You're not going to win the game. May as well fuck the team who killed you, right? Get a flush, ruin their game. This goes full north.
그렇죠.
Surely.
네, 잘못 걸렸죠.
네,
네.
저런 차는 이제 사면 안 됩니다.
네네 그렇습니다.
자, 다음 자기장입니다. 내려왔어요.
이러면 매드클랜도 할만해지죠.
네.
자, 소스노부카라고 써져 있는 저 영어 글자 쪽에서 SO 지역에
Guys,
구덩이가 파여 있는
goes full north.
매드클랜 그쪽 먹고
Well, this is the circle phase didn't
집을
want.
먹으면서 투투 스플릿을 해도 돼요. 너무
And it's really
편합니다.
good for Fury, but they only have 3 up in the middle dip.
네. 좋습니다.
Dignitas, like Dignitas in a good spot, but I don't know if Dignitas can hold that hill. Like that's fucked. Like holding this hill. What's this guy doing down here? Also, why is he here? Did he get stuck here somehow?
아파트에서 이사를 좀 해야 될 것 같은데요, 기지 쪽으로.
슬슬 아파트에서 빠져나가고 있는 기블리고
Washed up analyst. I mean, it doesn't have to. Didn't have to do anything. Oh, 17 are coming. They're not showing us 17 versus Dig.
GX 남겨두면 굉장히 성가신 선수.
Instead, we're watching GNL do nothing.
와우.
오 이렇게.
토시 기절입니다.
예, 바로
Cool.
쪽 라인 기절이라서 아직까지는 여유가 있긴 하거든요. 콘 선수가
One dig down.
살려줘야 될 것 같아요.
자, 일단 자기장 데미지를 좀 받고 있는 GX입니다.
자, 앞쪽에 있는 인원들이 다 막아줘야
It's a bit
됩니다. 이거
sketch.
해줘야 돼요.
Yeah, I think what it does is I think it lowers the integrity of the game. So it's just another reason this format is kind of average.
자기장을 막고 있으니까 데미지는 계속해서 상쇄되고 있거든요.
그렇죠. 자,
Well,
그리고
Dignitas
손잡고
did not
차량
end up
받고 있네요,
holding on.
GNL.
They all died except the guy prone at the bottom of the hill.
뒤로 가면서 싸울 수밖에 없거든요.
이런 것들 한두 대.
Can't believe it.
아메리카노.
그 그리고 이것도
얀니까지.
네 감소되고 있어요 체력이.
그렇죠.
소리는 나고 있고 확킬부터 찍습니다. 들어오는 거 확인하죠.
This is just a
확인합니다.
shit fight. Shit
자,
fest.
연막 안으로 피신했고요, 얀니.
네, 연막
이제-
꺼지는 거 아닌가요? 이렇게.
그리고 바로 구상 반응 좋았어.
아
바로,
근데
바로,
이거
바로.
시간이 없어요.
He's knocked.
안 돼요.
아쉽네요.
See, this fight wasn't worth it.
그래도
Drive
팀원들을
away.
안으로 들여 보냈다는데
Leave,
이길
just
가져야
leave.
될것 같습니다,
Go ahead.
자,
아메리카노.
이거 도로를 쓰는 저지대 파고들기가
Mad has the best spot right now.
나와야 될 것 같습니다. 페이지 클레이 워낙 넓게 펼쳐놨기
They're very circle dependent.
이거 뚫어가기가 쉽지 않을 것 같아요.
Like, there's nothing wrong with being on the south. I think Pero
보급상자도 하나밖에 없는
and KX have really good spots. It's really circle dependent.
크게 붙여야 하는 상황이라서 진짜 까다롭긴 합니다.
네.
Like, Mad need a hard shift south.
그 BBL 스포츠의
And whereas KX, TSM, and Pero, they just need the houses to be in the next circle. They need to be where they are in the next circle, and they're good.
자, 그리고
More than PC and
쪽에서
server crashes? Yeah,
넘어와야
that's a whole
되는
other thing, isn't it?
레슨인데 막아야 하는 페이지 클랜입니다.
A whole
이게
another
하지만 NC가
thing.
페이지 클랜 작업할 때 17게이밍과 카이신 쪽에서의 샷각도 생각을 해야 하기 때문에 NC도 머리가 아프긴 할 것 같아요.
Who
그래도
crashed?
무시하고 일단
A lot of
지나갑니다.
people have been crashing at this tournament.
여기서 한 번 더 쉬어가겠다.
A lot of people.
자, 연막탄은 그래도 뿌리면서 길을 지켜야 되지 않을까요?
자, 팩스가 로스턴마 기절시켰고요. 치료템이 많이
Okay, amazing circle for Mad. There you go.
아 이거 진짜 매드클랜 온 것 같아요. 예, 이거
Amazing circle for Pero. TSM just rejoined.
들어온 거 다 자르고 충분히 한번 스킬을 노릴 수 있으면
Fury, like, yeah, they have 3 up in the middle, but it's gonna be a bit rough. Like, a team might crash them or something.
컨트롤 해준다면 이후에 정말 좋은 그림들이 많이 연출이 될 것 같아요.
자, 이쪽에서 전투는 계속 진행되고 있습니다. 코닥시
Yeah, there's been a few crashes. I'm pretty sure yesterday a Pero player crashed. His teammate team killed him, so he could pick him up and take him somewhere else.
자, 퓨리도 잡아내면서
Through crashing Fury?
힘이
Yeah.
급격하게
It's so hard to hold the
줄어듭니다.
dip. 2 Fury down.
쪽에서 이렇게 싸우는 건
Yeah,
페이지
it's not good.
클랜에게도 좋은
It's so hard to hold those
아니죠.
dips.
그냥 그래서 포기하고
They just got killed by 3 different teams, just killed
날카롭게
Fury.
찔러 들어가는데
자,
Too many
그리고
eyes on you in the middle.
반대쪽
자,
반대쪽에
반대쪽에도 있어요. 반대쪽에도
That was a sick.
아픈이지 없는 척.
Ah, it didn't matter in the end.
막루 밑에 숨어 있는 거죠.
You don't want to be here. This is not where you win the game from.
아,
기가 막히게 기다리고
네.
있었네요.
Poonage, he's gonna win the game.
세워놓고 저기
Wait, what's happening with the
하고
bets?
있었어요.
NA are struggling.
도 BBL인 줄 알았어요.
TSM are 4 up though, and they're in houses,
맞아요.
so
안 나오나 싶었는데
그렇죠,
그렇죠.
그렇죠.
다른 팀이었죠.
it's not too bad.
기블리는 뛰어서 이제 넘어가는데 SSG와의 대결입니다.
네, 이것만 밀어내면 진짜 기블리도
Like, it's hard not to favor a team just sitting in a compound right now,
네, 말씀하셨던
going
것처럼
through this shit.
기블리가 연막탄을 꽤나 많이 챙겼거든요.
아, 좋아요. 그런데 뒤쪽에 SSR의 존재를 기블리가 이거 알고 있나요 혹시? 이거 수류탄!
뒤쪽에서
하나 더?
길었어요.
TSM US or NA?
자, 스피어가 이거
Wait.
SS 저지하면서 일어날 수 있죠.
What?
살릴 수 있는 시간이 있죠.
US or NA?
나머지 연막 작업을
They are
하면서
what?
한
This is
칸 밀어가면
the
됩니다.
NA.
자기장 여유 있어요. 기블리 좋습니다.
It's the same thing.
뿌려져 있어요 이미.
근데 지금 END가
Yes.
안 되고요.
자,
They have 1 Australian.
출발하는
So.
것 같죠? 그리고 지금 래쉬 선수가 있는 곳이 지금 화면에는 안 보이고 있지만 물웅덩이가 있는 곳이거든요. 그쪽에 정밀한 검색을 통해서 한번 자리만 뺏어낼 수 있다면 충분히 해볼 만한 것 같아요.
자, 이 수류탄 들어가죠.
좋아요, 네.
EU NA.
하나
Okay.
더
Yeah, NA.
넣어줄 수 있나요?
네.
All good, all good.
정리됐습니다. 북쪽에서.
자, 이거 고삐를
Oh, KX pushed out on the hill.
가야죠. 기블리가 한번 보여줄 것 같은데요.
자, 힘으로 뚫기 위해서 검문.
Guys, so is the English spectating actually different?
스페이스 스테이션 게이밍.
성광탄 넣으면서 가도 괜찮을 것
네.
같아요.
이제 이 아파트
Dig
쪽에서
struggling again.
추가적으로
I mean,
진짜 많이 가지고
I've seen this happen to Dig quite a few games.
나가는 거 이걸 잡아야
테로에,
되는데
테로에.
이거 잡아야
네.
되는데
They actually have, like one of the best spots in the circle, but it's a spot that's in the middle that gets surrounded and pushed by so many people, and they just aren't the kind of team who can hold on to that.
공동 타겟 되거든요.
그렇죠. 이렇게
They just self to death. Probably got knocked while had a nade in hand. Dig haven't done anything the whole tournament. They won a game and got to weekly finals.
도로 삼거리 주변에 팔각정이 있긴 하지만 매드플레이 다 볼 수 있어요. 상황이 나쁘지가 않습니다. 너무 좋아요. 지금 최상의 상황이 찾아왔어요.
정말 좋습니다.
You never know what's going on in a team though as well. Like maybe they're mentally checked out already. I mean, they're in a good spot this circle. It's really hard to hold a hill like this when several teams are gonna attack you. But I also don't know why they're 4th was down the hill prone. Let's look at the circle. Amazing for Pero.
그렇죠. 인원
But
유지가 돼야 될
late
텐데
game,
사실
it's actually kind of rough.
피 없이 밀어내기
Mad.
굉장히 어려운 일이거든요.
Warthog was correct. I think Mad have a lot of potential here. This is going to be a shit fest. I don't know how KX ever get down this hill.
이것도 나와주고 있어요. 헤드
And
맞죠?
TSM have to do something.
있어서 성광탄 넣을 수 있던 걸로
TSM have to do something.
스매시가 로스를 기다렸어요.
화염병 들어갔어요.
좋아요.
창문 좋아요.
힘으로 밀어낼 수 있어요.
수류탄까지. 이거 좋은데요, 좋은데요.
좋아요.
I think SSG are dead. Yeah. Oh my god. TSM went south. They're crashing mad. They went south. Oh, that's a sick knock.
혼자 남았습니다. 래쉬.
이러면 래쉬가 고립돼서
It's 1v1. It's 1v1.
이건 너무 치명타인데요.
이거는
본대가
And Matt, this guy's not even peeking. Technically, Purdy could go res his whole team
샷각이 나옵니다.
right now.
레시 선수도 이거 뭐 버티기가 너무나 힘들 것 같은데 포탑 박아놓고 이후에 뭐 투척류 하나만 들어가도 마무리 될 수밖에 없는 상황이에요.
이거 눈치 빠른 패트릭 로드가 계속해서 견제 사격 날려주면서 TSM
But Lash is going. Lash is going. It's a 1v1. It's a huge. This matters so much. This matters so much. Nice. Oh, does the car hit anyone? Oh! This is huge. Does he get them all back?
퍼디 선수가 정말 팀을 세이브해내는
He needs to go res. He needs to start resing. He's throwing so many smokes. I get it, but I don't know. The guy who gets res has to res. And they have all four back. That was a sick push in the end. Huge game. That's the kind of situation where you you think about it a lot if you win the game, you know? We only won this game because we had a 4v4 where we nearly all died. They're all up. Hey, Jables. That's huge. Because if the mad guy wins that 1v1, he only gets like one friend up. You know? It's like, whatever. Purdy wins his entire game. Like, they could still win the whole match. It's crazy. So, Pero are still here, and they got one guy in the Harry. Okay, this is bad, though, for TSM. To be fair, this is really bad. And this is a mess. BBL have 4 up here, though. I thought they only had 3. You can't predict this one because you got TSM on the bottom who have to come in. Pero have to come in, and they're probably going to fight BBL, and that could go either way. Meanwhile, Ghibli is still here, prone, who are very strong, and then there's 2 Brew players in the middle who are very good at shooting too. I would say maybe Ghibli, because Ghibli can come in here, I think, and just wait. They don't have to do that much. It depends, because I think BBL are going to have to focus on... Okay, there we go. Never mind. I think BBL are going to have to focus more on Pero. Has the bet been decided yet? No. BBL... Oh, that's a good point. It's BBL versus TSM. We're down to BBL versus TSM. On the bet.
TSM이 있다고 해도 지금 브리람이 밑에서 있기 때문에 TSM을 막아줄 거예요.
자, 일단 TSM은 나와야 됩니다. 패트릭 코로드도 봤어요.
그래서 현재 힘이 강한 패트릭 코로드와 TSM이
Yeah, I think I favor Ghibli the most here, just because they have to do the least. Meanwhile, TSM are about to have to do some hectic shit.
브리람이 얼마나 힘을 내주느냐에 따라서 TSM의 운명이 달렸어요.
Ghibli, BBL kind of dying.
못 살리고 있습니다.
This could be the bet. They're getting pinned by everyone. This is such a shit area to play. There's no real hard cover. Oh, look at these smokes, man. It's Pero actually going to be bursting TSM instead. Oh.
자, 밍즈가 루크 먼저 기절시켰습니다.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Oh
no, no, no.
자, 투척목이 분명히 있었거든요. 브리람즈의 기대.
패하거든요. 엑스레프트가
터졌어요.
Look at no. Oh, what the car?
야, 차량이 문어크를 냈어요.
예, 문어크면서
엑스레프트 화염병 들고 있다가.
How did he nollie himself?
붙은 거 아닌가요?
네. 자, 이러면 기블리는 지켜보면 됩니다.
네. 이게 패트릭 코로드가 정말 완벽한 승리를 가져오는 그림만
He's dead though.
아니라면
It's only 2 TSM up.
가기 전에 A로 선물 하나 제대로 줘야죠. 이렇게요.
수류탄 대박 났죠.
Dude, if that naded here, it'd be so different.
브리람도 불을 뿜기 시작했어요.
TSM are in the circle though. Ghibli.
좋아요.
Ghibli should win this game. Should.
한 방을 조심해야 되고요. 자, 미트레이어스까지 추가 기절.
좋습니다.
BBL down to 2 up right now.
판단을 견제하면서
It's such a shit fest.
자기장이 또 한 번 와줬어요, 기블리에게.
TSM have to get in the circle and there's 2 Brew players right next to them. Does BBL die first or not?
너무 좋아요.
자, 그리고 불이람 유나이티드도 TSM과 패트릭 포로드 들어오게끔 해주면 안 됩니다.
그렇습니다. 계속해서 소진되는 그런 상황들 역이용하면서 치킨 가게를
Is Purdy in there? He's not.
일단 마윈롱이
Oh, I don't know, dude.
계속 지원 사격을 해주고 있는데 마무 기절입니다.
Oh, Mamu got knocked by Ghibli. And flushed. Oh, BBL?
마윈롱이 2명 기절시켰어요.
그렇죠.
근데
그리고
마윈롱을 잡으면 안 돼요. 킬러입니다, 킬러.
I actually don't like how Pero have played this at all so far.
요정이거든요, 요정.
Too indecisive. Indecisive.
킬러인데 요정이에요.
They're trying to fight every team in the lobby. Yeah, that's not good. Trying to fight every team in the lobby, guys. BBL down to 1.
베스트 프렌드예요.
최고의 킬러였죠.
마윈롱. 야,
Renbars
좋았어요.
just realized
그리고
and
마윈롱이
remembered how shit this area is to play.
TSM이 어찌저찌 들어옵니다.
네.
자, 그러면
There's only 1 Pero up.
차이로 압박해 줄 수 있겠죠.
힘으로 한번 찍어 내려야죠, 기블리.
맞습니다. BBL 미트레이어스 선수가 있지만 위치도 다 알고 있고요.
그렇죠. 혼자 남았어요. 외로워요.
Petralis is in, and I don't think he's going to get peeked at that wall, to be honest. I think he can stay prone in that wall. But this is last zone, right?
거의 다 왔습니다, 기블리.
So Lambu already has the center.
그런 상황이기 때문에
Ghibli win this
기블리
match,
이제
like
침착하게 킬로그 계산하면서
80% for me.
다 처리하면
80%.
치킨 먹는 거예요.
그렇습니다. 천천히 하나씩
Be insane if they don't win.
완벽한 기회가 왔어요.
점 자기장이 람부 선수의 점.
Lambu never has to move, and the others just cover.
있었죠. 8번째 서클에 대한 고민이 이미 6번째.
Yeah, military is much more playable. If you haven't played PUBG since the Erangel remaster, Millie is way better.
사인만 하면 돼요.
네, 그렇습니다. 정말
You can actually have a game, you know?
확인하고 사인하고 이제 결제만 하면 되거든요, 기블리.
TSM have to move towards Mings. I don't know who's gonna die first.
플레이어스 계속해서 걸어 들어오는 걸 잘라줘야 될 것 같고요. 자, 좋습니다.
좋아요, 정리했어요.
NA wins the bet.
인원들이 아무도 없죠.
NA wins the bet.
2대입니다.
자, 램바 뚜벅뚜벅 걸어갑니다.
네. 심지어 불이람과 TSM은 서로를 견제해야 해요.
네.
네, 그렇죠. 연막탄으로 약간 눈을 가리면서 반대쪽으로 나아가는 그림이 기블리 입장에서는 가장 위협적이거든요.
이거 MMA 격투기 하는데
Hit fire? I think he was flashed. I think he was flashed.
들어갑니다.
네.
Or mollied. We can't. No, I don't think he was flashed.
TSM과 불이람도 그래도
I don't see how Ghibli ever loses this game.
근데 연막탄이 없으니까.
It will be the huge, most big throw of all time.
몸을 다 드러내야 되는 상황입니다.
Like,
강미와 엎드려-
crazy throw.
엎드렸죠.
자, 보이는
알고
것만
있어요.
다 쏘면 돼요.
자, 연막 안에서 계속 총소리를 낼 수밖에 없는 상황이고요.
네.
돌아 나와도 이제는 기블리가 볼 수 있지 않나요?
그렇죠. 사운드를 들었을 거예요, 기블리.
이 담벼락 뒤쪽에 있다는 사실 알고
Surely
있어요.
not.
그렇죠. 기블리의 심장이
성과.
뛰고 있습니다.
자, 에이로가 이거
Ghibli aren't known for throwing. They threw real bad once.
일어났다.
That's a bad knock though. Okay, TSM dead.
2명.
자, 뒤쪽에 있는 거.
집중. 스피어랑 같이
돼요.
어디 있는지 알아요? 철조망이라서 조심.
Okay, I was like, what?
기블리 스포츠!
축하합니다, 기블리 스포츠.
예.
Just letting them finish.
What can you do? Peeks back into it, does get the knock on one, but it's not gonna be enough in the end. Ghibli comes out strong and fine.
I love Ghibli though. I'm glad Ghibli qualified again. They 100% deserve to be in the grand final. NA versus EU, highest placing. NA wins with TSM coming third.
Closed it out. This is what I mean. Not that anyone is a non-believer, but if you still don't understand how important it is to have core up in the late game, that is exactly why. It wasn't even the cleanest final few moments for Ghibli, but they had the manpower to be able to trade back and forth. And with heavy macro good rotations, they didn't need to fight all that well. In fact,
Oh, my food's nearly
this
here.
game for Ghibli was one
Perfect
off of that
timing.
clean push onto SSG.
Be right back.
That was in like phase 5, phase 6, and they just held down the fort from there on out.
I mean, just overall well played. Take the opportunities as they're presented to you, and Ghibli finds the exploit for it. Now, our analyst desk is going to want to break down a lot of the chaos that happened inside that game.
Thank you very much, folks. What an absolutely fantastic win for Ghibli there. Several really good moves as well towards the end of the game. Yes, they were there when it counted, but their movement and their decision-making, Martin, in this game to get where they needed to be was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was honestly excellent of Macro how to play throughout this game here. They were able to secure the military, and in general, getting out of that and playing from inside out of that is just super hard. So them being able to get in here and get into their second weekly final, it's going to be great. They only played the first one, but they had an absolutely amazing showing, getting 101 points. And yeah, honestly, these guys are they're going to be going through to the grand finals based on what we've seen from them so far in this tournament.
A fantastic finish for them. Of course, it means that they don't have to worry about getting a chicken dinner a little bit.
That was
later
fun,
on.
actually.
We did have
That
a couple
kind of
of
prediction.
Scary contenders there. Like Buriram actually held their position really well, Chunks, but perhaps just didn't have the numbers required to deal with it. And TSM.
Oh, what's for food? Hello, Jordash.
Good game as well, but
Jordash, once again, thank you for the
Yeah, that
5
fight
gift subs the
ended
other
up
day
being a bit of a messy
when
one.
I wasn't even
Obviously,
streaming.
having the numbers advantage was huge, and I think they did something really well. Was they actually sent Lambu over to the fence in the middle, and he just laid prone. He didn't try and get proactive like many other players would try to do. They think, oh, we've got cover, let's try and pick up some kills and deny them. No. He was really disciplined about it. He lay prone on that little fence. His
Riddles.
teammates behind him.
Oh,
were
there's a
watching.
horse
When
fucking me.
TSM
Yeah.
finally started to make a push when they were forced out of the dip. His teammates started shooting. Then guess what? Lambu pops up. TSM have to realize this. They all start focusing him. They sure get the knock, but he's able to do a lot of damage, cause a lot of confusion. So the rest of Ghibli work together, finish off TSM, and then it's a 3 versus 2 up against Buriram United. And well, they were just posted. They knew exactly.
Looks saucy. You're saucy.
Buriram had to come out of. Otherwise, they would have had to tank blue damage.
If you don't win weekly survival, do you have a chance still making
so a really good job
weekly
there
survival?
from
If you
Ghibli
don't
to
qualify for
be
weekly
able to
finals
get
this
in and
week,
get themselves
your
to the
only way to get
final,
into the
and
tournament
most likely now the grand final.
They've done a phenomenal
is
job there for sure. Spear there
to win
finishing the match as our MVP, but I can't.
a grand
say
survival game.
Just how good their decision making was. It's really odd
Right.
to see Phase 8 just one team completely dominating half of the circle. Let's go ahead and hear a little bit about how they did it and how they feel.
승리 축하드립니다. Congratulations. 에더 선수 이렇게 활짝
I'm hiding myself while I eat.
좋습니다. 오늘 사실 경기 초반에는 약간 치킨 먹는 게 살짝 불리할 수도 있겠다라는 생각이
There's 4 matches at the end, and 4 more people qualify. I think some people might be out today.
특히 SSG를 깔끔하게 정리하는 모습이 저는 인상적이었거든요. 그때 SSG가 앞에 있는 걸 혹시 아셨나요?
Your team managed to keep the squad intact despite the engagement with the SSG. Were you aware of that?
남은 한 명이 어딘지 모르겠다. 그래서 이제 남쪽에 있던
Just some, not today, sorry, tomorrow?
SSG는 이제 다른 거군요. 그 SSG가 있는 걸 알았는데 이제 저희가 그 전에 한번 기절시켰잖아요.
네.
그래서 이제 쟤네 갇혀 있으니까
I have no idea banning me.
한번 밀어보자.
Stop banning me.
하고 그냥 깔끔하게 밀었던 것 같아요.
진짜 과감하고
We were aware that SSG was there, but as because we knocked them out once, we decided to use the grenades and utilities and wipe them out as soon as possible.
이제 아까 말했듯이 이제 저희가 제대로 카운팅이 안 돼서 TSM 셋 남았고 이제 남은 한 명을 누군지 몰라서 이제 저희가 일단 남쪽을 TSM이라 생각하고.
In the last match,
Hockey and noodles are so good.
so at your incredible shot plays and 2 versus 2 engagement, was this a call out? Was this call a promised one?
그쵸?
이제 람부 선수랑 렘마
What?
선수가 그 서쪽을 이제 알아서 마크를 해줘가지고 저희가 이제
What? What?
조선의
What was that?
팀이다 보니까 따로 이렇게 뭘 안 맞춰도 그냥 우리끼리 뭐 하자 하면은 알아서 맞춰줘서 쉽게 풀렸던 것 같습니다.
특별한 오더가 없던 환상의 케미였던 거죠.
Damn, he talks a
There was no
lot.
special call for this particular strategy. It was improvised, and because we are so good at doing this, and we are team strong in the engagement, we managed to do it without any special call.
그래도 그랜드 파이널 직행팀을 제외하고 현재 6위입니다. 또 100점이 넘는 높은 점수를 보유하고 계신데 이번에 그랜드 파이널에
They are
도전할 수
the
있게
best
됐는데
form
좀
of Noodle.
조심하셨을
Wow.
것 같아요. 오늘 진출해서.
일단 저희가
You must be feeling very relaxed now that you're ranked 6 in the overall ranking and in the 100 points club. What do you feel like?
그랜드 파이널 진출하게 되는데 2주차 때
What do you mean? What announcement?
서바이벌을 16라운드를 했는데 못 올라가가지고 이제 좀 난감했어요.
네네.
3주차 시작할 때부터. 그래서 좀 걱정을 많이 했는데 이제 이렇게 3주차 올라가게 돼서 좀 엄청 후련하고 이제 이번 주 파이널은 지난주나 이제 1주차처럼 좀 아쉽게
player IGN.
놓치거나 그런 일 없도록 해서 이제 3주차까지 우승을 하고 그랜드 파이널까지 이제 열심히 달려보도록 하겠습니다.
뭐 사실상 안정권이라고도 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
We were very nervous and nervous because we were anticipating chicken dinner, but we didn't make it to weekly final in the second week. But now that we are able to make it to the weekly final on the third week, we will make sure that we don't miss the chicken dinner or the victory and run all the way to the grand final.
Okay, so it's a PUBG announcement, so it's probably just going to be a new map.
이제 앞으로 있을 그랜드 파이널까지 열심히 준비해서 최고의 모습으로 최고의 폼으로 저희 우승까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 응원해 주셔서 감사합니다.
와, 에더 선수 최고의
I
인터뷰까지
think we
감사드립니다.
gained some fans in the first week final, but because our disappointing performance in the second week, you must have been disappointed. But we will try our best in the third week and prepare for the grand final and aim for the final place.
And that was Ghibli. They
What?
certainly won over a bunch of fans throughout this tournament, but that was a chicken dinner that will have done those absolutely no harm whatsoever. We've mentioned how they had a fantastic bit of positioning, but also they had to move into it thanks to the circle. And let's be honest, Martin, I'm used to calling these esports circles, but I might have to rename them Matchroom circles. It's absolutely brutal for so many of these teams.
Those like military in general.
Yeah, because the official PUBG Twitter is saying they're announcing something, it has to be related to PUBG, right? Like the current PC game.
Like that, especially when there's no water involved, it's just rough. Maha goes out to TSM though. That clutch for Purdy to be able to get all three up to then lose that many to Petrichor Road, it's just super unfortunate. If there were 4 or 5 guys alive, or 3 or 4 guys alive there, 5, that would have been great, right? If there were 3 or 4 guys alive in that situation, they would have been in a completely different case, being able to take on Buriam and GBL here in Ghibli. They still had kind of good positioning with a few smokes. They could have made it work, but the big player or big team in this match here having a big impact without really being named at all.
PUBG 2, oh yeah, confirmed.
They took down TSM. Yep. Mill across the road put so much pressure onto BBL, got 2 or 3 kills from that. Some of them were stolen, but it was down to just one BBL player after that. And BBL only being 1 alive in the north made them play completely passive playstyle rather than playing an aggressive playstyle, because that would mean that Ghibli would have been completely sandwiched in between 3 teams rather than them being able to just take BBL out completely safely.
And speaking of rotations and how the teams were able to make an impact, you mentioned Chunks earlier on. It's almost becoming common for teams in Milta to sort of get stuck and tripping up over one another when we have a military circle. I think we actually saw 5 or 6 teams there a little bit stuck early on in the game. What gives?
Well, I think it's the case that bridge camps are becoming more and more prevalent. It felt like back in the old school days of PUBG.
Oh, not at all, Khalil.
Camp, and that kind of slowed down for a bit, didn't it? Now it's starting to come back, though. And more teams are thinking, you know what, let's get a couple kills off this. So teams are a lot more hesitant to cross, which has a bit of a knock-on effect. Think of it like a traffic jam. One car breaks at the front, then the next one takes a little bit longer to get going again. It just keeps happening like that, and team after team end up getting stuck on that northern side of the bridge. It just makes it really hard to rotate through when you are that last squad. And you
the biggest hope we have, I've talked about this a lot, but
it's not.
The biggest hope we have is that the American studio owned by Crafton are currently making a Battle Royale game.
That was game number 2 for today, and Ghibli taking home the chicken dinner. The players now have a comfort break after their second match of the day. When we come back, it's back onto Miramar.
Here it is. This is the roadmap. The Callisto Protocol is a horror game, by the way.
Thunder 1. The situation has evolved.
Hey, this game's out now. This game came out yesterday.
Rise has caught the attention of other nations. I trust you are ready, but your tools need to be modified accordingly. The armory is open. Any weapon, any option, whatever you need. It's getting dangerous out there. Feel free to get creative. You'll need to, because you won't be the only operatives out there. Don't let them threaten the mission. Secure the sector and repel counterattacks. Extract or retrieve the package. And remember, Thunder 1. Put down anything that stands in your
What I've learned from this tournament is PUBG don't hire good voice people.
It feels great being here. We deserve it. We've worked on getting here, and our goal is to win again. The probability of us winning is 100% if we play to our best.
If you had to point out a strength of our team, what would it be?
Winning.
Did you watch some, Drunko? A bunch of my, well, a bunch. Some of the streamers I follow are playing it right now.
It really comes together, and that's why you've seen us win a lot.
We're definitely not scared of anyone, and yeah, we just don't really like TSM. They skewered a chicken nugget on my door handle at PGIS to get into my hotel room, and they put a chicken nugget on the door handle.
What's it called?
Just a message to TSM.
Oh, there it is.
You guys may have put a chicken nugget on my
Very
door.
positive.
We're gonna take the whole.
Oh, this is crashing my. This page is killing my internet.
For the pick'em challenge, you guys should pick us because these teams are basically in shambles. We're just gonna win.
Sonics fighting.
Voice people, as in the casters. I could have made that joke, Khalil, but I didn't.
This is Balefront.
What I meant was the translators and the people for their trailers sound really bad.
Like we did in North America this year. I think a lot of people think we are in like the top 5 easily.
The best player on the team is Rello, because he's the smartest.
No, I don't agree. I think I'm actually pretty stupid. I would say Kickstarter Snakers are the best players on the team.
I changed my answer. I'm the smartest one on the team because I taught them everything they know.
Wait, I have no time to translate.
So Trevor said we know everything that's in his.
Also, their casters minus Xenox.
So honestly, it doesn't mean.
I've been very critical of the
really do appreciate it.
casters analysts this tournament.
With knowing you guys support us, and yeah, we just thank you for everything.
I don't want to be too negative anymore, so we're not gonna keep doing it.
And our entire careers, so to win it would be everything.
It doesn't help.
It's very important. Take the oath.
The other best caster has left to go cast Valorant mid-tournament, by the way. Kickstarter's 35? That's not very nice. He's not. He's younger than me. He's 100% younger than me.
Welcome back to PGC 2021. We are moments away from moving into match number 3 for today, or match number 8 overall onto Miramar. Oath are coming into
Where
the
is he?
lobby. Avenger,
Kickstart.
we're pretty excited about them joining the group here.
Oh, his age is not listed.
These guys obviously showed us how well they're able to play in the first weekly finals, and
I bet he's like 22 or 21.
It'll be good to see if they're able to step in. Today would be nice, but I'm quite sure that they're gonna make it. They have to. Like, they do not have enough points to stick in and stay in the top. So they have to get a chicken dinner now if they want to make sure that they want to get early tickets to the grand final and don't go into the grand survival.
And Chunks, Oath,
Who was that? I meant paper thin Khalil.
has been good, but perhaps it
Because he actually knows what he's talking about. And he spent a lot of time studying the game.
SSG, a little bit of a shout out in comparison. How are we feeling about both of these?
Those noodles are pretty good.
I love both these seasons. Look, I may be an APAC caster and an EU fanboy, but I mean, NA is like the region I started casting. So I have like a soft spot for all of these NA teams. And Oath are a team of just amazing personalities that are there to absolutely frag out. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And the same has to go for SSG. Obviously, both squads that I've seen on the come up, both.
Guys, do we do NA versus EU again?
Maybe a bit of a fresh.
Even though NA now have 4 teams.
Have serious promise, and I'm just waiting now for NA to finally get a team into the weekly final because it's long overdue at this point.
I feel like it has to happen at some point, right? Although I'm also slightly concerned because Balefrost seems to get younger every single time I see him. These guys super pumped up at the moment.
So
and,
it would be SSG, Oath, Dig, TSM versus FaZe and SPBL.
Faces as well. And there'll be plenty of other teams in this.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
We've got good results, but we need the best result here. Are we going to be able to do it? Buriram is one of those teams. They held such a great position in the last game. Wasn't enough to get the chicken dinner. It was a fantastic effort. I'm thinking about TSM as well. Is this the game then where North America sends a team into this week's finals? It's all to play.
Hello, Albion. You'll be abstaining again. How come?
Everyone's got their game faces on as we get ready to go into the game. I cannot wait for Oath to see what impact they're going to have on this lobby as well. Super exciting to move into match number 8 with your
Miramar. 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 Feels too random. You don't think over-under kills on the winning teams random either?
엄청난 그 공격력을 보여줬는데 그 단순 그 공격력뿐만 아니라 찔러 들어가는 타이밍이 진짜 좋았습니다.
네, 동선이 굉장히 예리했었죠. 근데 이게
Look, we're going down here again. Circles here. Wait, circles here. Game ends here.
지금 거의 대과거
Confirmed.
그렇죠. 그래서 오스의 평소 실력이라면 이걸 뚫고 나가야
No, we actually can't have a west circle. Well, that's not true. We can, but it's less likely.
이 PGC 이전에 스크림에서 그렇게 많이 겹쳤었거든요.
오, 네. 위험합니다 지금.
Oh no! Well, it doesn't matter. Looks like NA are evening the things. They're evening the odds.
그냥 오스 입장에서 그만이라고 소리칠 만한.
Here.
프로스트만 그 정도면 됐잖아.
예. 이미 첫 번째 사격이 너무나 깔끔해서.
Nah, what the fuck? That's so null.
톨의 아우마다 쪽으로 올라갔습니다.
Dignitas again. Start in the middle.
약간 심적인 데미지가 좀 있었나 보죠.
네. 자, 그리고 TSM도 이동 중에 사격을 받고 있습니다.
네. 일단은 추마세라 쪽으로 좀 흘러 들어갔고 GNL 같은 경우에는 비행기 동선에 맞춰서 좀 빠르게 내려준 모습이고요.
We need to research the. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, Bale's dead.
톨의 아우마다거든요. 네. 이거 토레아우마다 또 나오는 거 아닌가요? 네, 자기장의 어떤 트렌드에 따르면
발음이 왜 이렇게 좋아요?
트렌드에 따르면 네, 저쪽이 또 걸리는 그런 경향이 나올 수 있거든요.
Well, let's go from this week's weekly finals.
이거 이전에 나왔던 그 매치 아닌가? 본능적으로 거기에 쏠리게 돼 있어요.
그래서인지 GNL의 아메리카노
So far, there's been 3 under 10s. Sorry, 3 under 9.5s.
시작하겠다는 생각이고요.
저 올들리스 체력 많이 빠졌습니다.
And 4 overs.
이거 뒤쪽에서 빠르게 붙어준다면 그냥 밀어낼 수 있을 것 같은데요.
So pretty even.
비니타스 입장에선 현명한 판단을 했네요.
Shimbo leaving, nice, smart. Unless he dies.
일단 올들리스가
Still smart.
지역을 확보하는 데 성공했습니다.
그렇습니다. 일단 뭐 디그니타스도 현재 차지할 수 있는 좋은 요지가 굉장히
I will be closing the bet at
많은데
the end of phase 1.
없는 현재 상황이에요.
그렇습니다. 방금
So,
전에 또 사격으로 아메리카노 선수가
as in when the circle starts moving. In 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the timer on the bottom right.
걸렸을 수도 있을 것 같아요.
We're at week 2.
그리고 매드클랜도 이번 자기장 또 충분히 해볼
Oh,
만합니다.
replay?
네.
What's this?
전 매치의 주요 장면인데요.
What's going on?
자기장이 이렇게 되면은 공동 타겟이 된다는 말씀을 드렸었는데 어떻게 카이신이 전멸하는지 보시죠.
Oh, I thought they were going to blow up or something.
그렇죠.
차량
I was like, what?
요다가 사고를 많이 당했어요. 얘들아.
Oh, no.
하면서 BBL이 따뜻하게 맞이해주고 있어요.
Descend.
와, 리드샷이 진짜
주르륵 떨어지네요.
예.
박스가 일렬로
줄줄이.
네.
저 정도면 썰매죠, 썰매.
그렇죠.
UAG가 아니라 그냥 주르륵.
No, I'm going to close it in 1 minute and 36 seconds.
BL e스포츠가 한번 보여줬네요.
또 제가 기억하기로 UAG 스킨 중에 그
Hang on.
누드
1, 2,
오,
1,
네.
2,
그거였다면 진짜
2,
크리스마스 연말 분위기
wait.
나지 않았을까.
1, 2, 3,
연말 분위기
4,
내셨더라고요.
5, 6,
축하드립니다.
7, 8, 9,
스킨이 출시됐는데
네, 스스로에게 주는 선물.
10.
야,
네.
정말
In week 2 of Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, there were 10 over kills, over 9.5s, and 6 unders.
매치인데 일찌감치 한 명을 잃었습니다.
Just set a timer. No, because we often start the bet before the game starts and stuff. I always set it as long as possible, so I have full control, can end it when I want.
손해를 보고 시작할 수밖에 없는 거죠.
그렇습니다. 오스가 좀 살아나기 위해선
It's better. I feel like it's better.
그 경기력이 좀 더 올라와 줘야 될 것 같아요. 너무 공격력
Week 1?
가장 많이 담당하고 있는 선수.
It's a small sample size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in week 1, there were 10 under winners and 6 over winners. So that's feeling pretty even overall. I feel like the over under is pretty even. A pretty even bet. This is Oath's first game. Yes.
히로이기 치킨을 먹었던 그 위치를 한번 가져갈 수 있을 것 같거든요. 히로이기 토레 아우마다 자기장에서 외곽 쪽을 계속해서 사수해주면서 모든 팀들을 틀어막고 치킨을 먹었던 매치를 떠올려야 합니다.
그리고 직전
This is a crazy circle there.
유나이티드가
Alright, ending in 1, 2, 3. Any last minute betters? Pause champ.
네, 확실히 뭐 이제 포인트를
나.
보다는
나.
그 욕망이 많이
나.
제거된
나.
그런 모습이 있죠.
맞아요.
예.
네.
아까 전에도 뭐 갈비뼈 능선으로 올라가서 뒤통수를 때릴 수 있는 그 타이밍이 있긴 했지만 안 올라갔거든요.
그렇죠. 어떤 것이 더 중요한지를 알고 있습니다.
네, 그리고 정말
Fury struggling a bit today.
부리람이 그래도 이 위클리 파이널 개근 팀이에요. 그래서 이
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they've done anything like that I think is bad. I don't. Yeah, nah. Like they're playing okay at PUBG. Just hasn't come together.
맞습니다. 그럴 때 한 번씩
It's another rough game for them coming in
부리람 유나이티드
later.
때문에
But you know,
또 심적으로 부담감 있는 마지막
there's just too much.
가져갔던 강심장 팀이거든요.
There's too much
기대를 해봐도 좋을 팀입니다.
TSM도 이전 에란겔 매치
benefit of being in the first circle in this format. So being Dignitas like should technically do well for them, but I'm not even sure I like their split.
패트리코 로드도 마윤용 선수가
Good night, Dash.
기회를 계속 괴롭히긴 했지만 서클 안으로 진입하기가
6 kills from 7 games. 8.
매드클랜의 TL 아래쪽
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch NA. This is my only impression of this team. I haven't watched much PUBG this year. So this is like my impression of their team, and they just seem low confidence, panicky, and they lose like every gunfight, like every team fight. I mean, play pretty well in NA. Yeah, I was surprised when I went back and looked at the stats and stuff. But it could be LAN experience and stuff, I guess. I mean, they're pretty experienced. But maybe there's problems in the team or something. I don't know. I'm just, you know, who knows?
중심으로 서쪽에 멀티서클 게이밍, 동쪽에 GX 그게 돌 준비를 합니다.
17게이밍은 아무래도 크루즈델바의
Hard to judge. Yeah, I'm using, when I consider if a team's playing well and I think about winner winner chicken dinner, it's more about consistency than whether or not they won a game. Like,
진짜 트렌드에 따라 토레 아우마
Sonic's played way better in week 2 and still didn't qualify.
어려울 수도 있습니다.
And then Ghibli, oh no, NH didn't qualify in week 1, and I think they were top 3. The way they were playing, like NH are insane. But that's the problem with the format.
이 자기장의 트렌드가 과연 또 한번 나올지가 너무나 중요한 것 같네요.
No, yeah, Digby have just been consistently average. They won one game, but they didn't do much in the weekly finals, did they? So I'm not trying to be toxic or man. I don't really know anything about the team before this. Just going by what I see on screen. Sparking has been the only spark of life. He's actually had some plays, you know, but you can only do so much on your own.
페이지와 TSM은 이전 매치와 비슷하게 굉장히 천천히 자기장을 뭐 맞아가면서까지 외곽 지역에서 천천히 진입을 해주고 있고요. 중심부 쪽으로 계속해서 많은 팀들이 좀 빠르게 자리를 잡고 있는 요새 추세입니다.
그렇습니다. 매드클랜 현재
I mean, it's interesting, like, if we go look at what matters right now.
트리코로드가 엔스의 창고 라인으로 붙여줍니다. 틱주 체력 많이 빠졌고요. 머리. 와! 엑슬레프트 놓치지 않습니다.
Unless you move. Yeah, but that was in super format, right? Where every kill matters. And Dignitas have only got to play one weekly finals, so it's like, you know. I mean, so have Fury, to be fair. I was gonna look at the overall for weekly finals.
굉장히 스무스하게 뺐었습니다.
맞습니다.
Like
차량 붙이는 소리와 주변 황새 파악하고.
카이시는 지금 다른 팀원들
Heroic haven't been like crazy impressive for me, but they've qualified every week now. Who's leading the whole tournament? Technically you would say it's the two teams who are qualified. The two teams who won a weekly final, which is Team Liquid and KPI Gaming. They're the only two teams fully qualified. And then you would say Space Station are playing extremely well, extremely consistent. As long as they pick up another win this week, they'll easily qualify. Ents, if they win another game this week, they'll easily qualify. Oh!
결국 란너드 기절시켜 위쪽으로 올라갑니다. 트렌드.
That's crazy.
나왔습니다. 매드클랜 올라가야죠.
Yeah, VP should be the highest points in the tournament in my opinion. They're so good. They play so well. They ruined their entire first week hot dropping, but they're gonna qualify anyway. Kowo was right. VP are so good that they can throw a whole week and still qualify. So, and they've just won. They've qualified this week already, right?
대단합니다. 자, 그리고 스페이스 스테이션 게이밍은 더 북쪽으로 올라가기 위해서 갖고 있던
All 3 weeks is a gauntlet to decide the best 16 teams out of 32, basically. Hence just dying. Like, didn't Danawa... So, I'm just going to show this quickly. Sorry if we missed something, guys. Danawa have qualified every weekly final. They've only got 44 and 33 points in those 2 weekly finals. But if they have a semi-decent week, they're going to qualify, most likely, right? They've just been somewhat consistent. Nothing mind-blowing. Oh, that's a European team down. I wasn't even thinking about the bet. So we're a phase. FaZe are far west.
카이신 여기서 잘리면 진입을 못합니다. 캠포 밀리타까지 들어가서 우회를 해야 될 것 같기도 하고요.
On BBL, southwest. So I'd say NA have a massive advantage this game.
자, 매드클랜 근처로 GX 온 거 아닌가요?
네. 이엔드가 막아줄 수 있나요?
자, 위험합니다 이거.
네. 이제 이후 상황 속에서 이제 GX가 한번 그래도 카이신을 정리해 줬기 때문에 정말 매드클랜도 GX만 깔.
Like I also think Ghibli has been insane. Like Ghibli didn't qualify for the second weekly finals, but they're still 8th in weekly final points from 1 week. There are 5 teams above them, and they all played 2 weeks, and Ghibli's played 1. That's crazy.
정말 크게 도는 팀 페이즈 클랜이고 반대편 GX도 비슷한 생각을 하고 있는데 카이신 스포츠는 결국 캄포 밀리타에 들어갔습니다.
Like they're barely above them.
근데 문제는 세비어 선수가 캄포 밀리타에 한 발 먼저 또 들어가 있다는 거예요.
먼저 이때 냈어요.
Drew with a big spread here. Did Fury lose a player? No, he got rezzed. Yeah.
막아버리겠다는 거죠. 결국에는 막아놔야 본인들이 이후에 진행하는 과정에서
I don't know how to read this circle. I'm gonna just assume it comes middle somewhere. We could even go full north here. Like this doesn't have to come off the top. This could go full north. I would say actually say Dig's in a really good spot this game. Dr. V, you never feel like going back into comp? It's this. If you haven't caught me talking about it before, Dr. V, it's basically time investment for very little versus the rest of my life. You know, like in Australia, when I quit competing, no one's getting paid to play. There's no salary. And our tournaments are pretty bad. Like, there's not much prize money either. Right? I would have never stopped competing in an ideal world where either Australia's much bigger esports scene or I don't live in Australia. One of those two. Honestly, I would expect this to finish in here, but it does. I don't think it has to. What are FaZe's chances? FaZe need to win a game in the next 8 games. And then they need to have an insane weekly finals. Or they then need to win one of the 4 last games. Not losing anyone. It wasn't the worst rotate, Khalil. They basically just drive through an open area. I just wasn't that big on the 2 spots they picked, but I didn't expect a far north circle. So. Rules string. Yeah, let me try and find them, Steve.
그래도 이 자리에서 버티고 있다 보면 나중에 좋은 기회가 나올 것 같거든요.
디그니타스 쪽에서의 샷각이 나오기 때문에 차량 바퀴를 못 지켰고요. 근데 스매시가 또 변수를 만들 수 있겠습니다.
그렇죠. 이거 굉장히 좀 좋은 변수로 작용을 할 수밖에 없는 포지션이에요.
그리고 뚫고 들어가나요? 자, 그리고 펜타 기절, 토시도 기절입니다.
자, 연막 가방밖에 안 보일 것 같거든요. 제가 봤을 땐 지금 각도에서.
예, 이게 차량이 픽업 트럭이 사실 좀 많아.
Baby, I'll die.
그 차량을 이용해서 버틸 수 있었을 텐데 버기가 2대나 있다 보니까 좀 버티는 게 힘들었던 것 같죠.
네. 자, 일단 연막 쳐주고 다시 살려주고 있는
이거 수류탄 수가 위험한데요.
수류탄.
하나 더.
Oh, the molly.
SSG 똑똑하게 게임합니다 진짜.
자, 콘만 남아 있습니다. 순식간에 전력이 무너지는 GNL e스포츠입니다.
그 3천 빌딩 쪽으로 올라가서 어떻게 이 팀이 흘러갔는지에 대한 경로를 이미 알고 있었어요.
자, 이 자기장을 받나 싶었는데 GNL 콘이 외롭게 혼자 생존해 있고요. 매드클랜은 오스를 쳐내야 됩니다.
이거 뒤쪽으로 붙는 오스를 한번 쳐내고 난 이후에
I'm gonna link a PDF that has everything in it. Steve.
결국에는 교전에서 이겨내는 그 과정이 굉장히 중요합니다.
자, 이 팀을 막아내.
Right, that's not it. That's the wrong link. That is the wrong link. That's the old rule set. This is the right link.
그 각을 지운 위치에서 잘 방금.
But it might not make any sense to you. You got to scroll down.
아직도 카이신을 괴롭혀.
Scroll down to page 7.
본 거 같죠? 킥스타트.
And you see that the biggest thing to take away from it
공략할 수 있는 포인트 자체가 열려 있긴 한데.
is that on phase 4 there's a land ratio
어렵게 느껴지는 포지션이긴 하기 때문에 자기장 바뀌면 오스도 선택을 할 거예요.
setting, and on phase 8 there's a land ratio setting, which basically means that phase 4 and 8 have to remove any unplayable area, which includes big hills and water. Yeah, it's just going to keep coming middle. So this was phase 4. So ideally has to remove this, I think. It also often likes to go out of cities on those phases. We don't actually have concrete data on a lot of it. A lot of it is just how repetitive it's been and patterns that we already know. So like the biggest the thing that makes circles so consistent is the land ratio setting. Basically. Which is why you often see me predict a circle, and I'm right. I mean, sometimes I'm wrong a lot too, but when I'm really right, like I say, this is 100% going there, and it happens, it's because of the land ratio setting. Is Fury behind me?
좋습니다. 이렇게 되면은 그냥 깔끔하게 본인들이 뭐 정리를 하더라도 이후에 퓨리의 존재를 알고 있기
Yeah, they were.
때문에
Yeah, they're right. They're on the edge on the southeast.
근처에 킥스타트가 있습니다.
What's up, COD
연막
McPlayer?
펼치고
Hello.
수류탄 준비하고 있는 킥스타트.
Maybe some of the stuff in the city is classified as non-land, and that's why the circle go from city. Yeah, there's crazy. There's been some crazy like theories in the past, Steve. Someone flew around in the replay system and found that there's some water, like under the city, and so people decided that the water under the city must affect land ratio setting, which is why it pulls. Because you know how like you ever seen like someone no clipping around a map in a video game, and sometimes there's just random water or random shit underneath the land.
TSM 정리됐고
TSM are dead.
힘이 점점 더 빠지고 있습니다.
Now I don't know how true that is today. I can't remember how much that matters or not. But
오 대박.
nice.
자, 근데 이게 타겟팅 되는 것이 오스에만 집중되고 있어요. 퓨리는 건재합니다. 이게 뚫어가기가 너무나도 어렵기 때문에 다음 서클까지 볼 수 있는 그
What on it?
위치에서
Yeah.
다시 한번 기다리는 거예요.
But it is really interesting, isn't it? So and PUBG is such a big buggy game that the code is 100% not as good as it should be. So like, let's go back even further. There was a time. Oh, Fury.
이런 것들 퓨리가 나왔을 때
Oh no, that second knock.
그렇죠. 이제까지는 일방적으로
I
오스만 때렸거든요.
do they push this though? I don't think they do. I think Fury get full reses.
삼아야 되는 그런 타이밍이 열렸습니다.
Yeah, there was a time where we had closed spawns in the game, and then we removed closed spawns.
기절로고 둘이 떴는데
And I think the loot spawning consistency has been scuffed until they fixed it like recently. Like esports loot was screwed in my opinion. There'd often just be empty rooms.
중앙에 들어가려면 정보가 있어야 될 텐데. 자, 다섯 번째 자기장이 바뀝니다.
It's really bad for Fury. I don't know how many cars they have up. They do have two. Are they gonna send it early? And they're sending it too.
중앙 침투 작전을 펼치고 있는
Yeah, Ghibli and VP Johnson both played pretty well.
이러면 퓨리한테 사격각 나와요 일단은.
Oh, they're gonna play the edge here. Oh, do they know Gex is there? FaZe wrapped all the way north around the back, guys. They're in a pretty good spot.
연막탄 뿌리면서 카운터 펀치 계속 날려야 돼요. 우리 쪽으로 못 오게.
자, 쟤네는 정리됐네요. 하지만 연막 들고 와요.
예, 연막탄.
But yeah, a lot of the circle predicting stuff is just.
바위가 막아주긴 했어요.
자, 그래서 차량 다시 세우고 산계를 하고 있죠.
자, 전난 기절.
We have played so much, and we know there's areas that the land ratio, the game thinks is water, basically. Or not water, but unplayable area. Like there's parts of Miramar where we know it doesn't go.
들어갈 수 있는 공간 자체가 없기 때문에 퓨리는 다시 한번 대회전을 통해서 빈 구멍을 찾아내야 되고요. 이건 매드 클랜에게
Roughing west.
호재입니다.
I don't know where they're gonna go though, unless there's enough terrain to settle on the south. But I don't think so. I think they're gonna run into the other teams. I mean, potentially they pull up and they kill a bunch of people. I don't know. I wish they'd show us.
물자도 여전히 굉장히 많이 남아 있는 상황이라서 이후에 디그니타스의 집단지 공략도 충분히 가능합니다.
그리고 위쪽에 4원통도 지금 17게이밍과 페이지 클랜이 지금
Could make an
전쟁을
ML
벌이고
thing.
있어서
There's enough variance that you can't predict every circle. So to get back to the rest of it, phase 1, 2, and 3 can genuinely do whatever they want. And when we predict where phases 1, 2, and 3 go, it's basically just it goes here a lot or it goes here a lot. Percentage chances more than you can't just decide where it's going to go. This is a huge fight for Fury. If Fury can finish this quickly, they might have a chance here.
이엔드가 오른쪽으로 감아봅니다. 자, 박스도 챙겼고요.
Optimal chance rather than certain. Yeah, well that exists. That's what all competitive. Well, that's what all good competitive players know in their head, basically.
벌써 세 번째 기절을 만들어냅니다.
But often you can't get to the spot you want to be in. It's not that easy.
와, 좋아요, 매드클랜.
자, 그러면은 저 원통 비었다는 것도 알고 있고.
I'll show you something between games. I showed it the other day. Fury still 4 up if they get the res. Ah, no, Ronan's dead. Ronan's dead, he's in the blue. There's just not enough movement here. They potentially might get in here with 3. Ah, nah, Flood's down too. Flood might be Resable. I think he's Resable.
제가 기억하기로 저 도로에 경사가
SSG and Dig, yeah.
경사가 있기 때문에 만약에 아래쪽으로 붙어준다면 충분히 한번 승부를 걸어올 법합니다.
연막 뿌리고 팀원들이 붙일 때 대바의
Yeah, it's not surprising. When it pulls off a city like this in late phases, it's not usually that surprising.
우위를 차지할 수도 있거든요.
대바가 차량을
I think technically it can do anything.
곳에서 AWM으로 계속
Dig are getting the feed. Can they win the game?
일단은 매드클랜 쪽 시야를 확인하러 내려오고 있거든요. 이런 상황 속에서
Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, this is good for Fury. If Fury can stay alive 3 up right now, FaZe have a lot of work to do. FaZe need to try and kill Mad, basically. We'll talk more about the circle stuff after the game's over.
투탭 좋아요.
자, 시간 나오는 거 조심해야 됩니다.
네.
자, 엄폐 잘 쓰고 있습니다. 매드클랜 기세 올리고 있어요.
네, 좋습니다.
I'm not sure what the terrain next to MCG and SSG looks like.
그렇죠. 이번
I think it's kind of shit.
걸치기 때문에 지금 가는 게 아니라 정말 이번 자기장 버티고 난 이후에
Like that's over here on the map.
뚫어낸다면 치킨이에요.
자, 대박.
Fury are basically chilling in a dip right on the edge, but they have BBL next to them.
후발에서 6발밖에 안 남았어요.
자, 그리고 서쪽
SSG getting killed.
멀티서클 게임과 SSG가 싸우고 있습니다.
I think MCG and SSG is a bit of mutual destruction.
네, 신중하게 이제 소중하게 그 AWM
Ooh, what are FaZe gonna do? Is there a little ridge there?
피킹 싸움에서 그래도
How much space they got? I would like to see from their side.
공간을 잘 파고듭니다. 페이지 클랜도.
수류탄 하나 갖고 있고.
Enough apparently. There's a little road ridge there.
자, 어쨌든
That's not bad.
AWM이 특수 탄환이기 때문에 20발 빼고는 보급 상태.
If MCG or SSG live through the next, like out of this phase, I'll be surprised.
총기를 빼서야 합니다.
자, 이엔드가 조금 더 전진합니다. 페이지 클랜 쪽으로
I mean, SSG is dead.
네.
That means NA's only hope is Dignitas, and then Europe have BBL and FaZe.
자, 구상이 없습니다.
자, 위치를 체크 당한 것 같기 때문에 더 백스텝을 해줘야겠죠?
자, 급할 필요 없습니다. 자, 멀티서클 게이밍도 피해를 좀 받고 있고.
자, 멀티서클 서버 선수도 나왔기 때문에
Yeah.
페이지 클랜 볼 때가 좀
I think FaZe kill this guy, and then.
만약에 페이지 클랜이 이동하면서 무게 중심 옮겨준다면.
Oh wait, Mad are getting aggressive. Mad are getting really aggressive.
노려봐야 될 것 같아요.
와, 이걸 엎드려서 퍼즈페이스가 리그를 기절시키네요.
좋아요. 도로 쪽 단차까지 이렇게 되면 조금 더 욕심을 부릴 수 있는 여지가 생겼죠, 매드클랜.
Flood got knocked, but I think Fury have some decent
좀더 용기가 필요한데
dips
신중해져야
now.
도로 경사를 진짜
Also, one of the Dig players has got very aggressive, and I actually don't like it.
AWM 들었기 때문에
Honey Badger has left the compound. I just think it's unnecessary. This is so unnecessary to me
자기장이 형성되고 있습니다.
in this format.
페이지 클랜이 무게 중심을 이동해주면서 매드 입장에서
I don't know.
정말
Maybe someone disagrees with me. I just think it's crazy. Is there enough cover here for Fury to stay alive? Or can they come this way? I'm not sure.
자, 지금 기절로 확인했어요. 몸으로 확인한 거예요.
그렇죠. 다시 한번 살리면서 그 허니배저 선수의 그
BBL have done a great have had a good
제가 봤을 때 위쪽에 페이지 클랜이 이렇게
what am I trying to say? They've done really well to stay alive this long in the position they've been in on the edge in the dips. They've been moving a lot, like up and down, depending on where people are, to survive. If he dies without getting back in, I'm mad.
바퀴가 많이 깨져서
차량에 탑승했는데요.
Oh.
속도가
Blood got knocked by a car blowing up.
머리가 조금 아픈 상황이긴 합니다. 이게 결국에 이 자리에서 좀 시간이
Yeah, so now FaZe have to swing back to the road where they originally pulled up and have a 4v4 with Mad. But Mad took position really well, and I think I don't know. Can FaZe get in here? These are on the map, by the way. I can't. These towers are not on the map.
그래도 인서클 자리는 있는 것 같거든요. 그래서 이 싸움에 진짜 모든 걸 쏟아부으면 돼요, 매드클랜.
This is really good for Dignitas, to be honest. Everything is good for Dignitas. Now that Honey Badger is back in cover, this is a crazy fight. It matters so much. Yeah, everything is falling in favor of Dignitas.
살릴 수 있나요? 자, 살렸어. 대박 기절입니다.
뒤쪽에 래시가 그런데 이게
템만 남았습니다.
Oh, Honey Badger, once again, is just pushing forward on his own. So crazy to me. I like now the rest are coming. That's better. The more of them are coming now. That's good. That's fine. I didn't like there being just one guy out. Oh, but they picked... Oh, Flood got knocked. Oh, the two made it, though. This was a great play by Fury. So Dignitas pushed north. Yeah. And they left the south of their compound, which is what Fury took. Will they survive? I don't think so, but if all three had got there, not bad. Like, a pretty good chance. It's the best play they could make in the situation they're in. Look at this shit cover, dude. BBL are dead. FaZe versus Dignitas for the bet. Oh, FaZe got the circle. Oh, AC got finished. Alright, Fury dead. Dignitas have 13 kills. FaZe only have 2 up. If Dignitas throw this, that would be really embarrassing. I'm going to say they just win.
심지어 AWM이라는 최강의 SR을 또 가지고 있기 때문에 머리를 내밀면서 다가오는 상대를 바라보는 것조차 부담이 많이 돼요.
이 정도 단계에서는 방어구가
Shit talking dick. I mean, I'm not blaming them. This has nothing to do with whether they're good or not. But they got 9 circles in a row. Or 8 circles in a row. Don't know why Sparking just ran into the open like that.
이러면 3대2가 됐습니다. 이거 샷으로 이겨낸다면 AWM도 빗나갔고 총알을 피하는 남자. 아니
What?
담벼락이 아직 인서클이.
Okay, there we go. Now the game just opens up.
당황스러운 순간들도 있었지만
Okay, good.
마지막 마침표를 찍나요?
그렇죠. 성광탑 뿌리면서 푸시하면 아무리 구스타브라고
Nah, Gustav's fucked, right?
자, 이명소리 계속 들리는데요.
Dig pushing this together, right? Yes.
자, 힘으로 밀어버리러.
He's got no time to med.
위치 다 알고 있죠?
성광탄이 계속해서 들어오는 게 까다롭죠.
위치 다 알고 있어요. 자, 계속 그런데
Dignitas win.
디그니타스! 자, 이번 매치에서 치킨 가져가면서 파이널로 진출합니다.
Dignitas win. Crazy. Fuck was that? This is low confidence. But also safe.
There was a moment that I thought that Gustav could have clutched that.
Why did
Dignitas were rushing his position, and with all the flashes in play, and the fact that Dignitas seemed
Why did
a little unsure of what angle they wanted to keep together, there was the reality that Gustav could have gotten well.
Why did Sparking just run into the open?
However, Dignitas, they used their man advantage to the advantage, able to secure the win with a good number of kills.
So weird.
Confident ticket punch into the weekly final.
That was just a clinical set of, hey, we're getting circle, yes, but we need to make sure that we control the circle. That amount of kills shows the
decoy. It didn't actually achieve anything.
Making sure that nobody
scouting.
Nobody tried to contest.
Did they have no? Did they actually have no utility? Because they were in a compound all game.
I mean, there is so many circles. There's so many movements. There's so many rotations to talk about. Desk, pick where you want to start.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about how we were looking at the North American teams coming into the lobby today, Chunks, and we do indeed have that victory, although it's going to be Team Dignitas who walks away with that one. With their positioning, though, can you blame them? I mean, I feel like they maximized what they could get out of that game rather well.
Yeah, really well. Once they took that compound, you knew
Auburn wins the bet again.
Favorite teams to win it, but I like the fact they didn't.
Did you lose again, Swamp Donkey?
When FaZe and Mad Clan both started scrapping, Dignitas were more than happy to flex out and start getting aggressive. They third party, but they didn't over aggress, which is something that I know that Martin mentioned when we were talking then. Is
Dig would be bot 4. I mean, it's hard to say. This format makes things so murky. Like Fury, if Fury have a kill today, doesn't mean they're playing bad. They could be just playing the format and risking things a lot to get high percentage win positions.
They finished off Fury as a team. Which
what did Dig do in the first week? They came last, right?
And duos instead of as a squad.
Yeah,
they
did.
Off Fury, and then in the end, they just had to focus those 2 remaining players from FaZe.
And in the weekly finals,
what Sparking was doing out in his own.
Yeah, for sure. Sparking out there, he overcommitted a little bit. What wasn't been able to read
They got
back there. But in
28
general,
points.
This circle here with Dignitas having the
I mean, if they can come out and prove us wrong. If they have a huge weekly finals, they're in the grand final. They have a good chance. If they have like an 80-point week, not saying they will, obviously, but if they have an 80-point week, they might make it.
And being alone there, that just grants you the win. But being able to get that many kills out of it and being able to doing that dominantly was super well played here by Dignitas. And yeah, I love this area in general. And it's not too long ago we saw a circle up here with the heroic win in week number 1.
And look, it's going back to what you said during the game and what Chunks just mentioned, Martin. At the end of the day, they were very good, Dignitas, at not over-aggressing, but they were still.
They were very good, guys.
A circle where the compound was in, and therefore they were effectively gifted. They had 15 kills in this game.
Yeah, it's good.
Third partying, but only stretching just
But
enough to get those kills.
A PUBG game, there are a lot of teams in PUBG competitive who are not too bad at a 4v4 fight and fighting.
15 kills.
They struggle.
The problem is
they struggle with rotation.
Because I love Dignitas, is they haven't been going off. They have had such a rough start to, well, a rough tournament, I think it's fair to say. It's hardly a start at this point, but I think that they're a critical squad. And when they realize
they're a what?
Against the wall, and they realize they're backed into a corner, and they have been struggling, they are able to criticize themselves and make those improvements. Now, granted, it takes a little bit of time.
I mean, Dignitas played that 3v4 versus Sonics well.
Definitely seems like
it's not like they're pure garbage or anything. There is a huge. I mean, FaZe came second, right? And they came from.
Get themselves enough points, or may it come down to those 4 matches
where are they?
next week, where they're
the furthest team away, and they came second with classic FaZe rotations, by the way. So Dig were here in FaZe 1.
Because when your back's up against the wall,
did Dig land here? Dig literally landed here.
You pick yourself up and you properly do the damage and get the wins when it matters. And Dig are able to do the latter when so many teams.
Yeah, to be fair, like this is the correct choice to make in this circle. Now that I look at it more, because of this at the top.
They have to win the weekly final or go into the grand final here. So having this kind of energy and
they just didn't have to move.
This is the kind of momentum.
Whereas FaZe, look at the work FaZe did this game. They're here.
In the grand survival, and that's
come in to the edge. Oh, it goes north. We wrap all the way north.
For them to secure themselves a spot in the grand finals. But I like the way they played
top of the map.
Obviously, the circles, the way they shifted that
coming all the way around, and they fight through the circle.
That central, that the shifts just made it that the compound went for that long. But that's
9 circles. Technically, yes.
That was just a crisp one.
Honey Badger was here
they, of course, are able to finish it out as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Team Dignitas have to say. They've now gone ahead and punched their ticket to the
1 minute 38
until
the end of the game. So.
제 옆에 푸니즈 선수 나와 있거든요. 바로 만나볼게요. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's just another reason though that circles, the first phases are huge and they're still RNG in PUBG. So.
건물 안에서 어떤 대화를 좀 했었는지 궁금해요.
Of course,
there's always going to be some.
Position of the
How do I go back?
Field was in your favor, but you guys have made a great decisions in the game and played very defensively. What kind of conversation you guys had in the last moment?
I think during the entire game we were talking. We were just constantly assessing who was out of the circle, where all of our threats were, and how to best defend those. Towards the end of the game, it was a lot easier. We were able to clear space on the east. While I anchored Fury on the west. Fury wrapped around and crashed the back of our compound, but we were aware that that could happen and knew that we'd be able to clean them up when they did that. So I just think due to the good circles, we were pretty comfortable.
가장 중요하게 생각했던 점은 과연 적들이 어디 있는가, 그리고 그 적들이 공격해 들어왔을 때
Are you still here, Steve? And Dr. V?
그래서 동쪽을 위주로 커버를 하고 있었고. 서쪽에서 퓨리 팀이 돌아 들어올 걸 알고 있었고 퓨리가 크래시를 했을 때 잘 막아낼 수 있었습니다.
정말 좋은 수비력을 보여주셨던 매치였던
Okay, when this interview is done, I'm gonna show you something.
디그니타스는 매치를 거듭할수록 계속해서 경기력을 향상하는 모습을 보여주셨는데요. 이전 매치들과 다른 점이 있다면 이번 매치에서 어떤 부분을 신경 쓰셨을까요?
Throughout the tournament, you guys showed great improvement each and every step. What kind of improvement did you guys bring to today's game?
I think today we're just mostly
reinforcing. Well, anyone who's interested in competitive circles. I've showed this on stream the other day. We're gonna do it again though.
not favoring edge as much. We've been more reactive based on where teams are dropping, what circles are popping. We're a little bit higher risk, but higher reward, which I think is how you have to play on a global stage compared to North America or the Americas region. And so we were just reinforcing that, but I think we have room to improve on assessing our pressures and making sure we're playing the spots we're in properly, because we're a little bit out of our comfort zone in them still.
처음에 경기를 시작할 때는 이제 엣지 쪽 가장자리 쪽에서 플레이하는 거를 중요시하게 생각했는데 그렇게 잘 맞지 않아서 좀 더 밸런스를 갖추는 쪽으로 계속해서 변화하고 있었고 저희가 편하지 않은 스타일이긴 하지만은 아메리카에서 플레이하던
This guy should do all the translations.
글로벌 이벤트에선 이런 전략들이 더 잘 어우러지기 때문에 조금 더 위험 부담을
He's so much better.
더 좋은 보상을 얻기 위해 노력하는 플레이를 했습니다.
이런 분석이 또 잘 맞아 떨어졌던 것 같아요. 위클리 파이널에 진출하게 되셨는데 사실 디그니타스는 위클리 파이널 포인트가 매우 저조한 상황입니다. 이번 주에 그랜드 파이널로 가려면 거의 뭐 직행 티켓을 따야 가능할 것 같은데 각오가 남다를 것 같거든요. 들어볼게요.
Unfortunately, the second week's weekly final result was not very satisfactory for you guys, and you guys need a lot of points this week. What kind of determination you have going towards this week's weekly final?
Considering how we played in the last weekly final, I think we were on the right track, especially compared to our performance in the ranked decision. We needed to get more points in our bad games. And
wait, NA team's gone. That means
the games that
there's a new NA team.
So I think our play style was on track for a good performance that week. We just made too many mistakes and didn't get a lot of points because of that. So I think we just need to not get in our own heads about it too much, keep playing how we've been playing, and just try to clean up our games.
플레이 스타일 자체나 경기 자체가
Do you guys want a highest placing?
중간에 실수를 너무 많이 만들었기
Sonics
때문에 그것으로 인해서 점수를 딸 수 있는
versus
경기에서도 점수를 따지 못하고 아주 낮은 성적으로 마무리하게 되었던 것 같습니다. 그래서 우리의 플레이 스타일은 유지하지만 실수를 줄이는 방법으로 높은 점수를 가져갈 예정입니다.
네, 실수 없는 이번 위클리 파이널 기대하도록 하겠습니다. Thank you, Puniz.
Thank you.
네, 이렇게 해서 8번째 매치에서 치킨을
SSG?
가져가게 된 디그니타스
TSM.
선수와
It's to TSM.
인터뷰했습니다. 계속해서 9번째 매치
So this is straight up highest placing. If a team dies, the other team wins. It's not the greatest one, but because of the format,
Dignitas, a
it's how it is.
really refreshing interview actually,
Yeah.
Martin, where he
Highest
was
placing.
reflecting on areas where they might not have been performing so well. As well
Can
as
they get
giving
an hour?
respect to their opponents. I think they're a very considered team, Team Dignitas. And
Okay, this is what I was going to show you guys.
I'm
So this is
looking forward to
old.
an
This is from
improved
2019,
performance from them in the
September.
weekly finals.
Yeah, they're on a
I don't think this was
trajectory.
released.
I love that, and this was a really good and a very coherent interview, and I love that from Punichi.
I don't think this was released
You can really hear they thought throughout the whole
until
game how
after
they're gonna approach the
PGC.
big circles, what they were aware of. The
This is
potential of
something
a
we
group, the
knew
potential of a third party, how wanted they,
that a lot of
how
other
they wanted
teams
to
didn't,
kind of
I don't
close
think.
out the East circle to then push out in third
So these are
party,
heat
that
maps
false
of where
because once they're
competitive games ended.
closing that circle on these sides, they're basically poking at the teams, making sure that they fight each other. And we saw that with Magda and FaZe Clan. They were in a situation where they were just nearly securing mutual destruction, and them.
So there's
doing
pretty
less
interesting
right
data if
was
you
just
think
making
about it.
sure that they
So
did not have more utility
this is the
not
wrangle,
have
and the wrangle is much
durability
more
and, like,
spread out,
they're
as you
gonna
can
fight
see.
them
Like
later
it's just
where they were weakened.
it's just so much more spread out. Like you can see like a lot of the map is covered, and then as soon as you get closer to water, it's super less likely the game will ever finish there, right? So there's a lot less reading to do on a wrangle. What it usually comes down to on a wrangle is in the 4th zone, if there's any water,
yeah, I mean,
it's just really easy to
I
read.
think
So
it's part of the
every
format
time
to
you're
a
near the
certain
edge,
extent as
if
well.
the
You are
4th
all
zone
getting
has
that
to remove
chicken
water,
dinner. If you make
it's
those
always
small
pretty obvious
mistakes,
where
you
it's
get
coming back
punished.
to, right?
And it is about just making
What's
those
wrong with
minor
barracks?
adjustments every time
You mean
until you get it right.
what,
And I think
here?
a couple squads have struggled with that. And even
Just
when
because there's
everything
green in
seems like they're
places too,
making
it
the
doesn't
right
mean
call, it just
it's a
isn't
high
clicking,
percentage
or
place,
it might
you know?
just come down to a slight
And just,
positional
it doesn't mean you go
advantage,
sit in
a
the red
play
zones either.
difference. It can
That's
have
not how
a
you play.
huge
That's
effect
not
on the
barracks, is
squad.
it? It's
So
the south
I'm
part.
excited to see
Don't know
how
what's
those
wrong with it.
squads
Maybe there's some water there.
adapt, or whether it is going to just be a strategy of let's just try the same thing again and hope that it works a little bit better.
Now, speaking of teams for whom the game can click, we've just
Gaps
spoken
inland
about
is sort of
FaZe Clan
interesting.
UC.
Yeah.
The Sonics are
I'd say
coming
some of
into
this
the
is
lobby
just
Avenger. The very first time they came in
some of this is
lobby,
just
they had one chance and nearly did it, to be fair.
RNG.
They've been
Like it can, the game, I think there's a bit of blue tinge here. There probably has been finishes here. just not a lot, right?
Yeah, and they have to, right?
Like there's finishes here too. You can see there's a bit of a blue tinge.
Sonic's coming into
Whereas
this,
like there's no tinge here at all, right?
And with what we've seen from
it's also a good example of this circle. These circles up here. Every time the circles come up here, if anyone's been here, I've talked about it. Like, you play in this compound, or you try and you can sit in the middle here somewhere, or even if you play in this compound and leave later, you're always close to the end of the game, the enish, the finish. Now, this is more interesting when you now look at Miramar.
These are the PGIS champions.
Much more defined, isn't it?
Teams coming into this and they need to step up to that case.
There are a number of teams as well. Charles,
wait, before we do this,
if
there's none at Stauber because this code is non-land, none at Stauber.
I'm thinking about
there is some at Stauber. Like, there's little blue tinges. It just doesn't come up here as much because of this lake, and then it's also near the coast, right? So it's just less likely in general.
And properly get that win.
Where are those rules?
Are you looking for one of those teams to maybe grab the victory here?
It's a tough one, isn't it? So the idea of getting into the late game and picking up,
and a lot of it, like some of it, I don't understand. Some of it is just we've played so much
set up really well
that
for a lot of kills.
Certain things are more likely.
Where they could just be a team that has to
where's a good example of this?
Doing considerably well at that. So we'll see how those squads do.
Like like when Everest is in, it generally does finish closer to the north of Everest. Why? I don't know.
Let's move on now to match number 9. Please welcome.
It's the things you have in your head, though, right? When there's circles down here, these compounds are near lumber is so important as well. Hang on. I'm gonna
airplanes up and in the air, and
I'm gonna put the Korean on, and I'm just gonna keep talking about this for a sec. Oh, there's a horse fucking me. Because Miramar is so interesting. Wait, hang on. Let's just make sure there's no hot drop. Where are Sonics going? They're going north? I'm gonna close the bet. To be fair, guys, if someone dies in the first minute, I'm gonna do a different bet. I'm gonna refund the bet because this is silly. That's always been my policy from day one. It just hasn't happened. I still want to show you guys the Miramar. Hopefully, this is a clean game. Oh, Furia, Yaz this circle? Gak is empty. Hey, Woo, massive bushfire in Margaret River. Really? How bad are we talking? Oh, a full north. Yeah. So, like, wait, okay, let's do Miramar after this game, okay? And we've just talked about Erangel a lot, so let's stay here and, yeah. So, immediately looking at this circle.
끝까지 포기하지 않고 있는 간미아오. 그냥 북쪽으로 올라가면서 뭐 슈팅 레인지나 그 주변의 짤파밍 집단지들을 파밍해주겠다는 생각인 것 같습니다.
Where's my map stream?
좀 배고프겠네요.
You already see why there's high priority positions. Which is why people always like send middle early to take specific areas. I don't know what happened. It was probably a replay bug. I was busy looking at my other monitor. Sonic's flew 100 foot in the air. No one got knocked, right? I'm actually curious. What happened to Tig? Yeah. He's alone here. No knock. Yeah, I'd say it was probably replay bug. It was buggy bug? Like he actually went flying? Now this is pretty dangerous if he stays here, because these guys are going to take a long time to come back and help. And Brewer around as well. Clip of it? I'll look in a sec. And this is super high priority, where Edie is and stuff. Tig holding down the fort. Nah, this is probably just a result of the parachuting, and they were going to go this way. Maybe they didn't know Brewer was coming here this game, and it got a bit dodgy. Tig pulls back a bit to be safer. Stuff like that, you know? Gak is empty. Hey, massive bushfire in Margaret River. Really? How bad?
정말 이제 2위가 아니라 1위로 치고 올라갈 수 있는 그런 저력이 있는 팀이기 때문에
that actually happened. Right?
이번 서바이벌에서 계속해서 눈여겨 봐야 할 것 같고요.
So like
티글튼 선수가 서클 안쪽에서 짤파밍을
Yeah, that actually happened. That's not a bug. How bad are we talking? Right? We can see his this actually happened. You can see his really? How bad? You can see his direction thing on the map moving.
차량으로 한번 둘레를 돌아봅니다. 위험해 보이는데요.
Okay, so that's not like, now that I see that, that is something that happens sometimes. You sometimes when you get in a car at the start of a match, or a car that spawned in a spawn anywhere that hasn't moved all game, it'll do a little like this, you know, like a little shake. And sometimes it can do insane shit like that. I've got it in a car before, and it just goes upside down. From a straight standing, it just flips. That's a big one though. That's huge. Happens if he died? I actually don't know. It depends on the rules. If everyone had, I don't know. That would be for admin to decide.
두고두고 좀 아쉬움은 남겠지만 그래도 다행인 건 첫 번째 안전구역도 또 할만하게 나왔기 때문에 잘 풀어가야 되는 매드클랜입니다.
BBL도 한번 회전하면서
Spawn clip slightly into the ground. Yeah, collision issues.
빠질 수밖에 없었고요. 이후에 이 창고가 좀 외곽 쪽에 걸치게 되면 창고 지붕을
Can't imagine they would do anything. I'm not sure what's been happening this I'm not sure what's been happening this tournament when it comes to crashes and what's the word? Compensation points. Compensation points is a thing. If you, in the past it was a thing. If something is deemed as completely out of your control and the mistake of the game or something, you might get a compensation point. There's been a lot of disconnections. So think about this. Yesterday, during the stream, we saw at least 3. Now, there's probably quite a few that we never saw. Right? Because we can't see everything. But we literally saw 3 on stream. And that's true. That's a good point. Compensation points don't matter in winner chicken dinner. That's a good point. I forgot. Literally irrelevant. You're right. Yeah, I didn't think about it. My brain defaults to super format in my head. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Game's fucked. It's PUBG. It's what we've been dealing with for a long time. Used to be worse.
왼쪽에 또 티글튼이 차고지대에서 지켜보고 있기 때문에
자, 요거 도로 지날 때.
자, 요거는 발소리 지우면서
샤오베이의 샷이 들어옵니다.
Another reason. So this is where Tig was, or near here at least. Is he still there? I haven't looked.
자, 토시까지 옵니다.
He's still there. He's third partying this.
내려올 수 있는 지점도 아직 남아 있는 것 같아요.
He's still sitting in that compound.
외곽 쪽에서 포탑을 해주고 있지만
To the left of this.
반대편으로 떨어지면 되거든요.
Oh shit! I should end the bet, guys. No one's died on either team, and both teams are in the zone. I'm ending the bet.
이거 1층 화장실 쪽에 있었나요? 네.
그렇죠. 창문으로 넣겠다는 생각 때문에 너무나 좀 몸을 많이 노출하게 되었죠.
자, 콘이 좀 해줘야 될 것 같습니다. 토시 확킬 났네요.
시작이 좀 많이 꼬였습니다. 이거 GNL 스포츠가 깔끔하게 정리하기엔 샤오베이 선수의 위치가 너무나 부담돼요.
네.
같이 지붕 플레이.
대신에 콘 선수의 위치가 일반적으로 잘 쓰이지 않는 포지션이기 때문에 한번 기습을.
So this is a pretty high. I would say this is a like top 5, top 6 compound in this zone, maybe. I don't know. You could argue this is worth fighting over, but.
아메리카노 잘 때렸고요. 자, 샤오베이
Kind of.
돼요. 왼쪽으로 몸 내밀게 되면은 그냥 바로 잡힙니다.
그렇죠.
근데 이 오도와도 못하게 생겼습니다 지금. 계속
나와요. 안 돼요. 그러면은 안 됩니다.
콘과 아메리카노만 남아 있는데.
Top 42 compound.
이렇게 가네요.
GG.
예.
Tig has his whole team with him now.
네, 외곽에 있는
Okay, so I mean, I would say that Enter's compound is the best compound in this zone. Followed up by the warehouse, maybe, and the houses, like combined.
그렇죠. 건물 이런 교전에서 진짜 강한 모습을 17게이밍이 이번 대회 내내 보여.
What is that? How does that correspond to the map?
스페이스 스테이션 게이밍 슈팅 레인지.
Yeah. A bit less up here, I guess. It does come back here a lot. Which is where SSG, Sonics, Brew are. Sonics are pulling up in that shitty the double buildings here. that have a hill above them. Hey, Decipher.
네, 이 외곽 지역의 팀들은 결국에
When I say shitty, I mean it's not a bad spot to have, but you can't really do much from it.
그런 것들을 기다리면서 이 자기장 타이밍에
You missed
맞춰서
3
하고
matches,
있겠죠.
Decipher.
소닉스는 그나마 쓸 수 있는 지역을
69th best
고
combat.
스플릿을 하네요.
Whereas TSM are playing way north. So, like, it's not just... When you're playing competitive PUBG, you just think, oh, the game ends here a lot. I'm going to go sit there. Like, TSM are sitting in the north, in Severny and to the west of it. And the game doesn't really end there, but it's a good place to rotate from. Like, there's a certain point, it's like a threshold of, do you commit to a spot where the game ends a lot versus a spot where you can actually move from and see and do something from? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, in this format, you're better off gambling for a win than gambling to play a good game where you get lots of kills, because the kills don't matter. Dig Quad? Yeah, they got 9 circles in a row, Decipher. Oh, someone asked me a question about Super People. I missed it. David, are you still here? Oopsies. No, he's gone. I didn't answer the question, he's gone. Oh, there we go. Shit. My bad. Wait, does David follow the channel? He doesn't.
이거 아니 근데 이거
Oh no, he asked me 2 questions today, and I ignored both of them.
이제 혼자서 남아서 버티다가 또 치킨을 먹었던 집단지가 소닉스의 집단지잖아요. 예, 그렇기 때문에 정말 소닉스가 이번 매치 한번 보여줄 것 같습니다.
이 상황에서도 투 스플릿을 하고 있는 소닉스거든요. 위험할 수 있습니다.
자, 여기서 외곽 쪽에서 진입하는
So Sonics have an amazing spot here, but they're at risk of getting crashed. It's another thing, like if you pick one of the best spots in the game, you might get attacked, you know, because everyone wants it. So Brew have the #1 spot in this circle. And then Sonics. #1 in the whole game. So when I played in Chiefs, this is something we've joked about before. Our comms as a team were... We had like this 3 to 4 different compounds on Erangel called God Compound. But it was like contextual. So if you're near that God Compound and someone says God Compound, it's that compound, obviously, because the circle's there. And the one that comes to mind the most when I say this is the compound at the south of the field, south of Pachinki. North of Ferry Pier, if you know what I mean. North of Ferry Pier, in the field. I'd say that's one of the strongest compounds in the game.
중앙 슈팅 레인지 그 중심으로
그렇습니다. 그래서 저쪽 철조망을
The grenade bounced off an open doorway. If you saw that happen, it probably means that the spectator skipped to that area and the door loads by default in replay mode is closed because they weren't, the spectate client wasn't there when it was opened. Do you know what I mean? It's a PUBG thing. Mad at playing the format. They're right in the middle of the circle and it's going to do nothing.
그렇다면 뭐 배송이 와야죠.
Yeah, so it's a lot of... This is why I always talk about PUBG in percentages. Like, the highest percentage right now is probably Brew and Sonics. But it doesn't mean anything. Like, this next circle can go full north, man. The reason the percentages is higher here, probably, because if it goes full south and then it removes the water, it can only end here, right? So things like that. If the next circle's anywhere with this here, it then removes water and comes back to the middle somewhere. So it's more guaranteed. You could argue the water here too, but it's a bit different. Is that the one with the warehouse on the west side? Or the one with the glass building on the south? It's the one with the warehouse next to the hill that everyone pulls up on. Because it's in such a strong position where it overlooks all the empty field and then the water is not that far. Well, here we go. Classic circle. And now the game, like the ending is decided already. Not exactly, but it comes back up, right? Like it just comes here. It can't do anything else.
그런 선택을 바로 보여주고 있네요.
Now, this is a problem. Like, this is hard. Okay, Sonics are regrouping. They are going up. Interesting. Yeah, I like it. I think I like it. This is a hard choice. These are the macro choices you make as a team. I'm sorry if we miss the fight. Sonics are here and here, right? And this looks more central, but it comes off water next game. Next circle. It comes up. So you have to now choose. Now, you don't know which one is actually going to be the best long run in the long run. It might pop here and then come all the way back down. But you would argue that leaving this compound is much, much harder. Getting out of this compound on foot is nearly impossible. Whereas this one, you can fight from more often. So you make a choice about what you want. If it keeps coming south and you have this compound, you're in an amazing spot. But there's no guarantee. If it keeps coming in this general area and then moves off you, you can actually play out of this compound to a degree. So it's probably a slightly higher percentage, you know? These are the choices you make. And then also, it's such a high percentage that a team might come and crash you. And you have to be ready to defend. Got so much vision. Yeah, so basically, if a circle is down there, Albi, and you're in the middle, there's very little for other people to play. And worst case scenario, you end up playing out of the compound onto the hill. Why flood by himself? It's not too bad to have someone anchoring back in a city like this. Can we go to map? Yeah. It's not. Oh, what the hell? I don't know why it's like that. It's not too bad having, like, in this situation, the blue's not even close yet. He's under 0 threat, and he gets information. Like, his cone of vision is huge. He can see everything in case a team comes behind them or something. And they're also watching what Ents are doing right now. If you put all your eggs in the forward basket, you have no more information behind you.
많이 화가 났는데요. 근데 10게임이 때릴 수 있지 않나요?
그렇죠.
So it's very common to leave one behind. Now, if you're pulling up a whole team to fight, you might want to send them all. But a team will often leave one behind. Obviously, you hope he has his own car. There's always a risk with it. If you're under more firepower, under more threat, there's a high possibility if that player gets down, they're dead because you never get back to them. That's the risk you're taking. So the trade-off is the information for potential death. But is, like, from a city position like that, it's pretty safe. Wait, did TSM all die? Where are TSM?
자, 그래도 구스타브가 계속 지붕 위에 기전한 상태라서 알려주고는 있어요.
그리고 민지를 살려보려고 하고 있고.
Oh, and it came full north. Like, it didn't have to do this, for example. This circle, you could shift it down a few pixels all the way down to here on the edge. Right? Oh, they're south. I didn't notice. I'm blind. So Mad's gamble is not working out, right? Like, in an ideal world for Mad, they get to sit here forever and no one ever comes and harasses them. And they just come top 3 or high potential to win the game, you know?
슈팅에 이제 이미 들어왔던 두 팀들의 대결인데 결국 본인들이 갖고 왔던 투척 무기를 던지기도 전에
It's the risk you take.
그렇습니다. 위쪽으로 확 하고 쏠리는 자기장이 아니었고
And that's why sometimes it's a bit like, oh, why did that team do that? But, you know, technically it's probably one of the best choices they could have made. So Sonics picked the right compound, it would seem. TSM have a pretty good spot too, though, to be honest. There's a massive plateau to the south of Bruce compound, which they can play from. And they're very unthreatened this game. There's no one there. Oh, right on top of him.
대박 기절입니다. 버텼네요. 몸에 맞았는데 버텼습니다. 부상도 없고 붕대박.
SSG would just want to be careful here. There's just no reason to lose a player.
너무 힘든 상황이에요.
자,
그리고 또 이런 싸움들을 다른 팀들도 지켜보고 있거든요.
그렇죠. BBL이 이쪽 바라봐 주면서 SSG도
Aldous died.
맞습니다. 자, 중앙에 우리람 유나이티드와 소닉스가 좋은 자리를 좀 점거하고 있는데 매드 클랜이 탈락했습니다.
So going back to map, like if they'd stayed here, for example, moving out of this, like if you're on the edge here in this stage of the circle, you're probably gonna have to move really soon, right? And the moving forward out of this compound is a lot worse than just this one. Like this could have come all the way down here still, that's all. I'm just trying to present like without thinking too much about the circle we're looking at, you know. Brew just have to do nothing basically. From here out, you say the circle is pretty much random. Fury on the north here, not a bad spot. Probably lots of fighting ahead of in their game though. If they can wipe SSG without losing anyone. TSM are very... Oh, it's the classic just onto Baru. Now this is a bit harder for Sonics. But not the worst thing in the world. So Fury have to do a lot of fighting because Ents have to come up and fight for this. And then Sonics are going to hold their houses probably as long as possible. Because if they go too early, they get surrounded. Like, Sonics can't just move in the circle. Because all the teams who are out of zone right now have to come in. But they kind of have to hold as long as possible. And then TSM have full control of the south. As long as they kill 17, which they should. There's no threat. Like, Brew are never going to leave the compound. And there's no one on the west, and the west is not that playable. So now it's basically, can Ents and Fury, like, how can they fight through this area? And can they get to MCG's position? But I'm going to say it's unlikely that Ents have 4 up in the next... Oh, there's literally one dying right now, so... Well, the thing, MCG are pulling their full attention over to Fury, Ents and kind of Sonic's way, which gives Fury a bit more space. Fury get to fight BBL instead, 4v3. MCG are right to do what they're doing as well. This is not a threat to them. I mean, I don't mind this for that's a good knock from Sonics. You want to weaken this team as much as possible. Yeah, Fury just have a better spot. The only risk here is if Flood gets knocked, he's probably dead. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I've been trying to explain it a bit more to some people who might not have ever played or not watched much PUBG and why teams do what they do. Inside got knocked though. Is he getting flushed? Sonics to qualify today. I mean, it's possible. This game is just looking way too good for Brew or even TSM. Sonics are going to have a... If Sonics get out of this compound and win the game, it's extremely impressive because... Yeah, once they kill 17, they can push down if they have to. But they might go north instead, I think. I don't know. I mean, Fury have 4 up too. If Sonics went up right now, they would pincer MCG. Oh wow. Okay, that's a shift. That's huge. This is such a game-defining shift. It's really hard for TSM to come off this hill. Like, you can't just push this compound. They probably have to wrap right more. Oh. Gotta go north? Yeah, in this situation, 100%. It's the timing though. The timing of this is so hard to pick. I mean, Fury are still not in a bad spot here. Because as soon as Sonics push out and start fighting MCG, Fury will jump on that moment to push forward. It's just a matter of, does Sonics get out of this clean? They've got 217 players below them and all MCG above them. And it's just, can they push out of it cleanly? Yeah, Fury looking real good though.
BBL만 밀어내면 됩니다. 퓨리.
I'm curious what TSM does. TSM are in cars right now on the south. What does TSM do here?
끈질김이 무엇인지 제대로 이번 매치에 퓨리가 좀 보여주고 있는 상황이고요.
Oh, Tig's knocked. Tig's right on the blue as well. Right on the blue. That's a good knock though. That's a really important knock. TSM are breaching. Damn, this is huge. They got a knock on God Meow and pushed, which is the perfect situation for them. Because getting off that hill is so hard. Oh, there's too much going on here. Tickleton got picked up. I think he'll get rezzed. And then they'll 4-man out of the compound. TSM fighting Brew is really amazing for Sonics, because it gives them way more space. They basically have to... And Fury are coming behind MCG. This is really good for Sonics. Carry mechanic saved Sig there. It's most likely why he's alive still. Tiny Ridge of the West House is in. Yeah, but you don't want to be stuck there as a 4-man. Nice. You don't want to be stuck in that little ridge. That's why 2 of them are driving out right now. Nice. Oh, this game is so open. Wait, did a Fury player get killed? Oh, he's knocked. This murder's so annoying for them right now. Dude, this is actually... Oh my god, no Adra. That's a sick play. That's a huge play. That's a massive. TSM down to 1. Oh, TSM are dead. There you go. Sonics win the bet. This is such an interesting game. Fury versus Sonics. Fury have the high ground, currently looting as much as possible, and Brew still have the compounds. This next circle. You can't really do this. You can't really do this very well. You can only do this. So Brew have to kind of directly fight, and Sonics might kind of have a sandwich situation here. This is a Brew win. Unless Fury lose a player for no reason, I think this is a better Fury. Like, I think this is a Fury for me. Fury had the best spot for me. But a player in PUBG can die so quickly, but I just think Fury Insight's wrapping north, really smart, getting more control. He knows that Brew can't really just run across here. Like, it's too much. So Brew are more likely to look for knocks on Sonics. But also Sonics are not out. Like, they don't have pressure to move on them right now. I say to a degree here, Sonics are kind of waiting for something else to happen. They'd rather something else happens than have to initiate. Like, there's just no reason for Sonics to push up this hill right now in this format and potentially lose a player when the win's only the only thing that matters.
와이키카모카오 선수는 정말 방어구 그냥 헬멧도 없고 조끼도 없습니다. 스치면 가요. 정말 힘든 마지막 싸움을 준비해야 합니다, 퓨리.
The only thing is, Brew have these rocks in front of the compound on the right, which if they push forward and take and see down onto Sonics, it's not great for Sonics. But then it also depends a lot on what Fury are doing and if Fury are pressuring Brew at the same time. Like, if you're Fury right now, the team who gets away with doing nothing the most, I think, is Fury. Like, they almost want Brew to push out to fight Sonics. Insight might backside Brew once they push out in small ridge. Yeah, but does he want to? That's what I'm not saying. Like, as a player, it would be really hard for me not to. But there's actually a real case here for Fury not just killing Brew. Or not wiping them. And letting this happen. What's happening now? What's happening right now is exactly what Fury wants.
퓨리와 브리람, 소닉스
You can see, just look at position the Sonics have. It's not that comfortable. It's really not that comfortable. If a player comes over the crest and shoots, someone is getting knocked on one of the teams. Like, 100%. What's this circle do? I don't think it changes much. If any, Fury has to get a bit closer there. Yeah, I'd definitely say this kind of stagnates the match even more. And it was good. Probably the best possible outcome for Sonics this circle. But as you see, no one wants to. No one wants to be the person who starts the fight.
그렇죠. 내려오면서 차근차근 영역을 먹을 수 있습니다.
I'd say like right now, where Sonics are in a super format match, just if you suddenly went bam, this game is actually super, Sonics would be in big trouble. Yeah, that was a bad shift for Fury too. But look at this, look like Ridge Cow has. They still don't have to do anything.
투척 무기가 가장 없는 팀은 퓨리입니다. 방어구도 상황이 좋지 않고.
But this makes it way more like volatile ending. I don't know.
심지어 박스를 많이 긁었는데도
I think
찾지 못했습니다.
it's surely more likely that Brew are forced into Sonics first. Because Cow spot's really good, and as soon as it kicks off, Fury can peek over, I think. Sonics will be pushed out first. I actually think they have slightly more position. They can slowly edge up the hill here. Whereas Brew just have these rocks and have to start literally going middle. That's true. Two of Fury players are low on armor. You're right. It's a good point.
천천히 경기를 치릅니다.
그래서 이 위쪽으로 플러드 선수 방향 쪽으로 진행을 해야 되거든요. 브리람도 고통스러워요. 이 위치에서 소닉스가 성급하게 뭐
Just
안쪽으로
dance, yeah.
돌진해서 뭐 암살을 노리는 게 아니니까요. 그냥 매달려 있어요.
Everyone knows what's online here. This is huge. Like, it's also a big part of it. We talked about getting fed, right? Sonic's got a lot of circles here. But, like, forget about whether or not you get fed. Like, well, no, don't. But when you get fed, you have to win those games. You got to win those games. This is percentages, somehow calculation of who might win. I don't know how they calculate it. I think Fury have the best spots here still, but it's a very much like whatever happens, happens. I just think Fury have a slight advantage. I think Brew fights Sonics first. I think Fury have the most space, and that Brew just have to do this. Yeah, they're throwing nades. It's working out more for Fury. So close, man. If those nades knock. Now, if Fury let Sonics just wrap their right, and then Brew are forced into Fury, different. The game changes entirely. If Sonics just run up this right side towards me, the game changes a lot, but it doesn't look like they are. Dude, playing this match right now would be so fucking stressful. This moment right now, and Sonics are kind of caught on the edge of the blue. Like, this is so stressful. I can't even begin to describe like how stressful this situation is. Nice. The only other thing here is Fury might start knocking Brew, and then it gives Sonics the time to recover. It gives Sonics the time to recover if Fury get knocks on Brew too. This is crazy. This is nuts. I'm just gonna say nothing.
자, 퓨리도 전투를 좀 계속해서 연전연승하면서 여기까지 왔거든요.
네, 누워주면서 이거.
자, 이제 연막 거의 다 쓴 거 아닌가요? 여기가 성광탄으로 버티고 있어요.
애기 노아드라 기절.
자, 여기서 소닉스
엎드려 있습니다. 자,
I think Sonic's got space here. This is bad for Fury. Sonic's keeping 4 up here is huge.
윈이 그래도 바로 바뀌어.
소닉스가 근데
4v3? Mime down. 2v3? Nice. Fury win. Deserved win. Amazing game by Fury too. Super well played. But they did have the best position. GG. Let's go English stream. Deserved win. Very deserved win. Not a free win at all. Really well played.
To navigate that end zone and
hey, we get to see it again.
A ton of work to get to this stage.
Oh, come on, Flood. Let Insight kiss you. That was an amazing game coming out by Fury. 18 kills.
You wouldn't really say Sonics did anything wrong. They played the circle they had. Like, if any any analysis we do right now is just all hindsight, right? Sometimes it's fun to consider hindsight, but I'm not. If I say anything, it's not because of the Sonics should have done it. But yeah, the only thing I can say is Sonics push Fury wrap earlier, but they don't have the information that I have, man. Good for Fury.
I'm just astounded. Fury.
Good for Fury.
That is a high pressure fight for every single one of those teams involved. Whenever you just have silence set on an in circle like that, you just don't know what you're walking into, and so your brain just
second
starts
place.
to run through every single situation to make sure that you're prepared. The less firefight you hear, the more nerve-wracking it becomes for every single one of these players. I know there might have been a couple of people that were sitting on the edge of their seats during that last fight. Let's go ahead and toss it over to our analysts.
Thank you very much, folks. A very, very intense end to that game. And Chunks, Fury, they win a quiet place the game by the looks of things. The casters are absolutely right when they say, if you haven't actually had any action for several minutes and you're trying to work out what everyone else is doing, the tension just racks up and up and up.
Yeah, it was beautifully done by Fury. They waited. They didn't get over-aggressive super early.
Fury has the most to gain from qualifying for the weekly final.
And that would have been detrimental to them. But
Not necessarily. Sonics are the kind of team that are so confident in Albion. If they start playing well, they would back themselves to win a weekly final. And then they're just straight through.
It did a little bit damage onto a couple of the other players. Sure, he wasn't able to confirm the
You gotta, like, getting through those last 4 games, you don't get to play them all. But if you at least get through to weekly finals, you get to play you get to play from the very start, right? Because there'll be a team who only gets 1 chance. You don't want to be that team.
Did take a casualty, but as far as I could tell from the kill feed, and obviously this went down so fast, Waikikamuka pretty much eliminated the whole of Sonics.
I mean, Fury pretty much eliminated more than a third of the lobby. No other team, Martin, even got...
So that's what I said way earlier in the map when they were on the edge of the north. They're going to have to kill a lot of people and fight really hard to win this game. And they did.
Impressive. I saw them drive into the shooting range to put pressure onto SSG. The way
it's so hard to
make sure they maintain control of the circle, put pressure on the other teams. I was just, pure skill of excellence here. It's
so hard to keep 4 up in the positions they were in.
So many times it was like they're gonna lose a player, but they stayed 4
what Avengers
for
saying
that long, and you could see that. Oh, this is also
they nearly lost 2 players to BBL
those 4
and stuff.
kills are all in the top 3 inside here with the super good off angle to make sure that Buriam didn't push off to the west. That made sure that Buriam was forced to fight with Sonics. And again, in a situation where you're 4 versus 4 versus 4, you always want to be the last team.
To Fury, yes.
Fury made sure of that.
Locking out then that kill board and Insight gonna be grabbing MVP.
Yeah, so when you're here, when the circle was here, like you would like for Fury to win this game, you could just tell they're gonna have to kill so many people.
Time, isn't it? Finally, the region cast is getting show up. And
incredibly,
I think a lot of people may have forgotten this. Fury only came in today. Their first game was today.
Incredibly,
they have managed to get it in
well played to not lose players from here.
I saw Insight tweet out
from this situation. Incredibly well played.
To get a chicken dinner. Turns out they didn't
to get up here.
Need 5, so really impressive from them and him kind of leading the squad there. The kills, the damage, just putting in work and being able to not only kills but also, lead the team.
Give me points
to a certain extent.
Yeah, Sonic's won the bet, right?
Ahead and hear from the guys at Fury. I'm really hoping, by the way, Shui is involved here. I feel like they need to after earlier.
We play that smart. Yeah, it was well played.
제 옆에는 플러드 선수 나와 있거든요. 바로 만나볼게요. 승리 축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
오늘 정말 많은 킬을 기록하면서 공격적인 모습을 보여주시기도 했고 또 SSG를 정리하는 모습 또한 인상적이었는데요. 마지막 자기장까지 탑3가 남았습니다.
No singing from Flood, surely.
먼저 밀어내야겠다고 대화를 하셨을까요?
So, nice kills, a nice game today. When you guys are on the top 3, who were the targets in your mind? What kind of comms went through, and who were the number 1 priority target?
I think the number 1 priority in that final 3 was actually we just didn't want to kill anyone. We just wanted Sonics and Brew to fight each other. So basically all I was saying for maybe 45 seconds straight was like, no one shoot, no one give any info. We just need to sit here and wait for them to fight each other. And that's pretty much what MC is. You just don't want to fight until you have to. So yeah, we definitely our comms are just calm, calm, collected. We're just waiting for the other teams to fight each other, and then we just come in and swoop in and kill everyone.
Yep. It got a bit sketchy though at the end. It was getting a bit close.
우리가 먼저 나서지 않고 소닉스랑 MCG가 먼저 싸우길 바라면서 이제 그때 돌파를 하자라고 생각을 했습니다.
I mean, I consider most of these interviews to often be just filler. Like, you don't generally get much good information. Sometimes you do.
사실 좋은 활약을 보여줬었거든요.
LA test.
16에서의 모습도 그렇고 이전 매치에서도 3등이었는데 미라마 준비는 그동안 어떻게 하셨는지 여쭤볼게요.
So you guys are
How
known
cold
to
is
be
it?
a very strong team in Erangel. However,
He's so
in
funny.
the last few matches we saw really good performances in Miramar. What changed in order to kind of make Fury a better team in Miramar?
I think our coach Snooper has been really good for us. He's made sure that we work together a lot more. I think Miramar's a lot more information and scouting, and a lot more zones are a lot more predictable.
True.
So, yeah, I think Snooper's been really good for us to help us work together. And I mean, Erangel's our spot on Erangels definitely suits our style more than it does our spot on Miramar does. So we usually are better on Erangel just because that's our style compared to Los Leones. Sorry.
True.
저희가 에란겔에서 제일 잘하는 건 맞습니다. 왜냐면 저희 플레이 스타일에 맞기 때문에.
Twitch Prime. That's it. Finally. A Twitch Prime. Nice. Monsterina Ultra Zero just subscribed. AOK hand, eyes, AOK hand, eyes, AOK hand, eyes, AOK hand, eyes, AOK hand, eyes. Good shit goes hit. AOK hand, that's black tick mark. Some good. AOK hand, AOK hand, shit right, AOK hand, AOK hand, there, AOK hand, AOK hand, AOK hand, right, black tick mark, there, black tick mark, black tick mark. If I do so myself, 100, I say so, 100, that's what I'm talking about right there, right there.
And how you guys post things and teach each other languages. However, in the top 3, you were with Brew. What kind of comms went through, and we want to kind of hear about what you want to say to Brew right now, if you could talk to them.
I just want to say thank you to the last solo of Brew who ratted, I think it was Mime. So thank you for killing one of Sonic's for us. That would have been a really hard 4v4, especially since it was pretty much we were just being a straight 4v4 in smokes. But Brew managed to knock for us. So I appreciate you boys.
브루 인원 중 한 명이 누군지는 모르지만 인원 중 한 명이
Swamp Donkey 76 tipped $20. So exciting, so happy for Aussies to get up. Go Fury. Fury, Fury, Fury.
꼭 좋은 팀들과 만나서 좋은 경쟁 보여주시길 바라겠습니다. Thank you.
I hope you have great games. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
네, 이렇게 해서
Not a bad interview. I think that interview was pretty high tier based on some of the interviews we've seen. Scotty, thank you for the 40 months resub, and thank you for that amazing message. And Swamp Donkey, thank you for the $20, man. Thank you so much. Pay for my Hokkien noodles. Thank you. Thank you for the dodo, man. Sonic wins next.
Yeah, for sure. I always love to hear from Flood. He's always a super clever player, also an insane fragger. This guy comes out. And
Yeah, for those who don't know, Fury and Brew are really good friends.
Yeah, that's just the classical Fury here. Cool, calm, collected, clever comms, clever decision making. But to have a game like that, to have 18 kills and to play the way they did, stayed 4 guys alive all the way to the end, even with how many fights they were through. Also, this exact pull here from inside, no helmet, bruised up, broken vest. He had a huge impact in that fight, and also
doesn't really have anything to do with whether or not I play again Taichung. It doesn't change anything.
It wasn't just him. The whole of
Unfortunately,
Fury were able to frag out. We saw it on the kill stats earlier on. The top 3 kill players
I didn't like him, Calfee.
So that was really impressive to watch, and I love the way this end game.
Yeah, that guy seemed pretty good.
Manages to not only
as someone who
flush
can't
out
speak
AD
Korean.
there with the nade, he also takes down Nordra, then Flood there to finish off Canaxi. Sonics, well, they did the job as Ronan started to apply pressure to them. He did get traded, but in the end, when Buram were down, Fury just had that numbers advantage. They isolated the solo player and they finished off the job. A really impressive performance there from Fury. And you know what? Something that they touched on during that interview was Snooper being that coach that has come in and really taken charge of the team and given them really good
multiple chances to flash Fury and didn't. Good guys. I doubt it was like that. I doubt it was about giving up, letting the other team not die. It's just in this format, you don't waste time flushing unless it's really important to deny information. So in a 4v4 fight, in winner-winner chicken dinner format, if you knock a guy, even if he's down right in the open, if you start spraying the knock, you might just get traded instantly. So it can be really smart not to just flush, because you're just giving up more of a chance for you to lose the fight. And it's never worth it as much, considering that you don't get a point either. If you're in a team fight and you have your whole team's up still, like the flush can just be a huge mistake. Damn. All right, we're going to continue our discussion about circles now, because the next game is going to be Miramar. Wait, who comes in now? Gen G. Fury did it. Fury did it. We're gonna do. Oh no, Oath. Wait, no, Oath are already in. Never mind. EU versus Korea. Highest placing. So Europe is FaZe, ENCE, and BBL. And Korea is Mad, GNL, and Gen G. Is that right? I think it's right. If I'm wrong, someone tell me. EU versus Korea, highest placing. FaZe, ENCE, BBL versus Mad, GNL, Gen G. And it's just the highest placed team out of all of them wins their team the bet. Gen G win and Sonics comes second again. Oh yeah, to continue our discussion, yeah, because we've already looked at Erangel, and then we're going to talk about how Miramar is much more defined. And Flood literally said it in that interview. It's much easier to predict Miramar. Much easier. So if you look at this and you've been watching this tournament, but you never played comp or something, this might make a lot of sense. Like, think about all the power grid circles we had. Think about the southwest circle that always comes around here. Like, the fact that it can come up here, but it's unlikely. Like, I've talked about that. How rare these north circles we've been having are. Like, pretty nuts. Very rare. But then things like teams who choose to stay on the rocks here for information, even though the game won't end there. You know, things like that. But yeah, this map is much more defined because of the rock formations that are ruled as unplayable by the algorithm. So every time you have phase 3, you can kind of tell where it's going for the most part, unless you're like in this area. Yeah. And you can see there's some bit of green here on the islands because it happens. Cerulean circle. Impala triple circle. What is triples? These American comms. Triples. Don't know. 픽댐 챌린지 젠지를 뽑는다면 우승할 거니까 꼭 뽑아주세요. 젠지 화이팅! But it's interesting. Like when you have these big south circles and it pulls south, it's always so obvious where it's going. The 3 warehouses south of Impala. Oh, down there. Okay. I haven't seen one of those this tournament that I can remember. We've been here all tournament and up here a bit. Crazy. Campo ending when? Apparently, according to this, there has been one there. There's a bit of a tinge. But this is missing 2 years of data now. This is from 2019. In ranked decision, I must have missed it. I've never seen a Campo ending myself. Crazy.
약발을 다 쓰지 않았나 믿어보려고 합니다. 이 세 선수 모두를. 인정. 負けたくない選手、ジブリ e スポーツのランブ選手、GNL のアメリカの選手には負けたくないです。람브 선수랑 아메리카노 선수 저를 죽이겠다.
그 픽댐 챌린지라고 좀 투표하는 게 있는데 역배를 원하시면 저희 팀을 뽑아주신다면 기대에 부응하도록 노력 많이 하겠습니다.
아, それ見せてこれが佐藤のですじゃないし。
Aiming for world peace. Enter host.
World peace? Nice.
Fighting.
What was I going to say? I was going to say, I've played Rare Circles. I've played Island Circle. I've played Los Higos Circle. I've played one that ended here. And I've played one that ended here. And one that ended in Valley de Mar. So I guess if you've played enough, you have played most of them. What?
Welcome back to PGC 2021. More Titans entering the lobby now. Of course, we were talking about the Sonics earlier.
Alcantara won once. Is that on the map?
Gen G. Absolute beast of a squad, Chunks, and I cannot wait to see
like a tiny
what they're gonna do in
tinge.
this lobby.
But
They're an
that's
absolute beast of a
pre-2019.
squad, but they didn't make it into weekly finals last week, so anything is possible. They are one of those squads that it feels like they have hit or miss days. They have Gen G days, I think it's fair
We've
to say, where
we've got
they just
14
do
people
things that,
in the pool.
at least to us,
In
don't
the
make
Gambit
sense. But when they
Gajambles.
work, it kinda
Getting
clicks
charm
in your
endings.
head
Yeah,
and you're
charm's
like,
super
oh, wow,
popular.
That play was amazing. How did we not realize they were doing that? So it's going to be interesting.
What did
to see.
charm
I
look like
think
on the heat
Gen
map?
G are a
Oh,
very
yeah.
exciting squad to watch. Technically, still the global champions.
I
the
wonder
reigning
how much
global
has changed.
champions.
I wonder if the
Let's see
algorithm has
they
changed
can
at all
get themselves back
since
into
2019.
that weekly final and start stacking up those grand final points.
Well, we only need today to be a Gen G day. Of course, they could be coming in and going straight out. Are we potentially going to see some of those excellent plays in the last 2 games of the day? It's a lot to ask, Avenger, but Gen G are a team that can absolutely do that.
Oh yeah, they can step up to the game here and win this one and step out, no problem. But it's not been a impressive performance from them so far. Honestly.
It's like 5% of circles at most. Wait, what do you mean by that, hard dog?
We've seen from them in ranked decisions. That was nice. I liked it. But coming into the first weekly final, 43 points is simply not enough. Like, even if they make it into this weekly final, and if they
Miramar looks the same to me as when I played.
Insane weekly final in terms of points to secure themselves a grand final spot, because there's so many teams that are in front of them in terms of points that have already made it into the grand final.
It can go anywhere. The first phase can go anywhere. Well,
That's perhaps
plain
something
path.
that we need to take into account as well, Chunks, because Gen G, like Martin just said, they absolutely popped off, but they seem to be popping off more when the wins matter or during ranked decisions.
That is true, guys. If you
Unfortunately,
subscribe
the
with
weekly
Twitch Prime
finals,
right
they
now,
haven't
the next
racked
game is
up
going to be
enough
insane.
for us to consider them a safe
Confirmed.
bet, which is unreal when you think about people like Pio and Inonix and you go, we're not sure they're a safe bet. I didn't think we'd be saying those words, but that's kind of true.
I just worry with Gen G because it's something we've seen in the past. They
Those statistics would have been from
fucking me. I think that,
would have been from everything. Oh, I just had deja vu
So if
because
there
of
was
the
a
horse.
time where Gen G are gonna pop off,
But not the
this
horse.
has
But
to
the
be one of those
oh my
times.
god,
They're
what the
not a
fuck?
squad
So weird.
where when nothing really matters, when nothing's on the line, they go in and they go for those big plays. It definitely feels like they are a team that perform better under pressure.
Right, and when you have sort of off days and on days like this, Martin, and you know that Gen G's coming into your lobby.
No, not the horse. Just suddenly, like what I can see, like I was like,
might be looking at this going, oh, our game just got that much harder. Or do they not really think
That
about
was map was only before 2019 with a small percent of all comp circles. I mean, that was all high tier league circles pre 20. Oh, it's from the end of 2019, so all high tier, even the games that I played in Australia were in that part of that. It's still a very good representation. It's not about where the hottest heat is. It's more about what doesn't have any on it at all. What I've seen at this tournament, Miramar circles looked exactly the same. We've just had some more variants on the first phase. Like the first phase has been jumping more higher and stuff.
First game of the day, second place with 8 kills at.
But the circle behavior looks the same to me.
We can meme
I don't
that
know.
as much as we want so far. Considering they've just dropped into the lobby chunks, they're actually doing extremely well so far, and they also have to be one of the contenders here.
I mean, one match, second place, it definitely bodes well. Sonics are a team that, as Matrim and Cammy said during that game, have been talked about a lot, but have really been yet to prove it. So I think we can expect big
11 voters on
big
Europe
from them,
and
but
10
are we at a
voters
point
on
where we
Korea.
still expect it? That's a rough one. I don't think we can really answer that question, but they had a decent performance last match. There is every possibility they can do the same again. But
Yeah,
with
I
only
want
a
crazy
couple
circles
matches
too.
left
It's
to
fun.
do it in, well, it's a risky one.
And how about a word for some of the teams that have been fairly mid-pack consistent, and we know they can pop off, but haven't.
Let Swamp Donkey guide your vote.
GEX, who was so
Hasn't he?
impressive
Didn't
last
he
week,
say he lost
kind of
every bet?
chilled out so far with no top 4 finishes.
Yeah, I want to see GEX pop up. I want to see Ends pop off, even though they have a lot of points in the weekly finals so far. I want to see them in the weekly finals again. And yeah, FaZe Clan, they need to step up. Like, this is their chance to get into the weekly final, and this is their chance to show that they are good at the points rules game. As they showed us in the bottom 16 games, I really want to see them in a weekly final and see how they're able to perform. They're also, Brew, of course, not able to clutch the last one out, but they've been pretty amazing and pretty good at getting into the weekly finals. They've made it to all so far, so I would be surprised if we didn't see them in there as well.
Every region here internationally coming together, of course, at PGC 2021, and so many of these teams with points to prove. We're only going to be sending 2 more teams into the weekly finals today. There are still 5 games tomorrow, but if possible, no one wants to wait until the final day. We'll be moving on to Miramar now for this next game. It's match number 10. Please take it away, Matrim and Cammy.
PGC 2021.
중에서 기블리, 전투명가는 이미
Oof, look at that plane path.
젠지, GNL e스포츠 두 팀이 나왔거든요.
GNL e스포츠도
Getting second in the first game, Sonics is positive. It's not really something I can answer. It would depend on the players. I'm gonna, from my perspective, they've got 6 or 5 second places in weekly survival now. That's gotta hurt. Like, if they have a really good coaching team, they'd be keeping them in line right now. Like, they'd be like, you just came second again, you're playing really well, right? It's, as a player, it's much harder to take that mentality. Like, it's a lot harder. Sonic's taking Furious spot and loss. Yeah, it's a good, I like that.
자, 오스와 또다시 싸움을 하나요?
I think that's good.
속도는 패트릭 로드가 조금 더 빠른 것
Oh.
같긴 한데요.
네.
저기 3창고에 총 먹고 나오면 또 난리 납니다.
초반에 사고를 당했었던 오스인데 좀 짧아요. 또 무단횡단을 해야 될 수도 있습니다.
그렇습니다.
Oh my god!
첫 번째 안정구에
Wow, you know where it's ending, chat? It's ending here.
아주 기분 좋은 서클이 나왔죠.
It's ending here.
페이즈 클랜과 GX를 경유하지 않아도 되는 서클이 나왔어요. 매드 클랜도 지금 L4가 랜드마크인데 충분히 위쪽으로 가기에 너무 편한 서클이 나왔습니다.
이제 지난주 서바이벌
That's it's a harsh one. FaZe and Sonics have a big fucking rotate, man.
그쪽으로 들어가면서 치킨을 획득했었거든요.
그렇죠.
그 좋은
I'm gonna end the bet in about a minute.
또 한번 살려내기를 바라봐야 할 것 같습니다.
그때 썸네일이
Not dropping San Martin this time.
쓰러지지 않는
Yeah, as a
보여주면서 기어코 치킨을
when I was a comp player, the first phase pop is probably one of the most like. It's such a huge moment when the first phase pops. It's like sometimes your heart just sinks.
수차례 들렸었거든요.
But I was a very emotional player, so maybe everyone else is not the same.
딱 하나 남은 수류탄으로 저런 기절을 만들어냈죠.
맞습니다.
그리고 자기장을
But
진짜 잘 이용한
like
것
in a game like this, where you can't play on the edge to get points, it's even worse, right? I feel.
반면 소닉스의 시선 처리는 좀 아쉽긴 했습니다.
I guess they're showing us all the kills we missed, which is cool.
혹은 쟁장을 맞으면서 가는 그
So that's a good replay. That's a good replay. We saw every single kill.
퓨리의 멋진 경기력.
It was nice and concise.
10킬 상태에서 다른 두 팀을 상대했어야 되는데 모두 걷어들였습니다.
Ending submissions.
그렇습니다. 양 팀을 그냥 박살 내면서.
Cool. Wow, there's actually like nearly 40 people here voting. That's crazy. Surely when you're pro and you have your skills to mitigate a lot of the effects of randomness though, good rotations and timings. Yes, in super format. In winner chicken dinner format, no.
어느 정도 매치가 오늘 치러야 될 매치는 이제 2개의 매치밖에 남지 않았고 너무나도 좀 적은 기회이기 때문에 젠지가 뭐 한 번에 올라갈 수 있을 거란 기대는 좀 하긴.
That was my point. My point was the format they're playing right now.
끌어올리는 매치로 삼았으면 좋겠고요.
그렇죠.
Like this is so RNG. Like it's just so much more RNG.
그럼요.
Like
그리고 이미 두 번의 기회.
it's like me going to the first PGI. It was bullshit. You know?
젠지는 정말 한 매치 한 매치 소중하게 생각할 것 같고요. 일단
Like
경기력을 끌어올려서
means you have high engagement. I know. I meant it as a positive thing. Fury won. They are done for the day. Yes, they've qualified to the next weekly finals. It's really good. Every time a team wins, they don't play anymore.
전투명가라고 말씀드렸는데 젠지는
So they play on Friday, sorry, Saturday and Sunday.
명문입니다. 그럼요. 성적이 얼마나 좋습니까? 대한민국 대표팀으로서 집중하고 성적으로 팬분들에게 이야기해야 될 것 같습니다. I'm back.
아, 돌아왔다.
증명.
많은 분들이 기대하고 있는 젠지가 이번 오늘 첫 매치 출전하게 됐고요. 자, 소닉스는 로스레오누스 쪽에서 파밍을 했고 스페이스 스테이션 게이밍이 몬테누에보에서 파밍 마치고 올라갑니다.
자, 그래서 매드클랜의 선택이 엘포조에서 파밍하고 이엔드 선수를 크레이터 필드 쪽으로 넣어주면서 다른 팀들이 들어올 수 있는 위치에 먼저 카운팅을 하는 그런 위치도 선점을 했거든요. 초반 스타팅 포인트 그리고 또 선점하는 위치 너무 좋습니다. 근데 전투력을 유지하고 혹은 중요한 싸움 때 과감함을 보여주는 그 모습을 매드클랜은 보여줘야 될 것 같아요.
오늘 매드클랜 치는 거의 모든 경기가 첫 안정구역 괜찮았거든요.
It's such a shit fight. Like so often in
계속 벗어날 수도 있어요.
like so often in super format, you're coming in late, you might get to an edge and go for a lot of kills, or get in situations where you get lots of kills. But this format makes you risk everything to get the winning position. So it's just so much harder to adapt to hard rotations or big circles.
자신감을 내보이는 선수들로 뭉쳐 있기 때문에 또 샤오베이 선수가 막 조심해야 됩니다.
자, 그리고 브리람 유나이티드
I keep getting drops from PUBG.
킬을 기록했었고요.
이제 어제 경기에서도 17게이밍 쇼우 선수가 진짜 파괴적인 MK14 사격을 한번 보여줬었거든요. 그런 부분들을 미루어 본다면 일단 17게이밍이 매드클랜이 치킨을 획득했던 그 자리 쪽으로 한번 들어가고 있네요.
너무 일찌감치 들어가는 거 아닌가요? 근데
그래서
일단은 라코브레리아 쪽이 또 있고요.
일단 라코브레리아.
What was PUBG called for logic for winner chicken in the first place? I much prefer super formats. The truth is I don't know. How do KX lose players here?
진짜 이 시가지 안에서는 릴고스트
I
선수가
understand.
진짜 1위인 것 같아요. 진짜 이 시가지 근접교전에서 지는 모습을 정말 안 보여줍니다.
아니 그리고 차 소리를 먼저 듣고서는 준비하고 있었던 유런이었는데
그리고 저는 좀 이해가 안 되는 게 어쨌든 카이시 스포츠의 그
Oh my god.
업었어요.
네.
I mean, easy to loot.
포로를 삼고 있죠.
그렇죠, 포로.
자, 소닉스 이동합니다. 패트릭 코르드에게
He hasn't killed him yet. They haven't killed him yet. What are they doing to that poor man?
윈 체력 많이 빠졌어요.
위험한데요.
See your heart just sinks in this moment.
이거 살리면 안 돼요.
And he's going for the fucking res, man. Oh my god.
어떻게 살리려고 소닉스?
그리고 뒤쪽에서 또 달려옵니다.
자, 그러면 살리고
It's worth it. Like this is your game. Like you need having 4 players is a way higher chance of winning a game.
일단은 바로 예.
Shoot the wheels. Yeah.
첫 번째 말트인데요. 바퀴 터졌어요.
다른 인원들이 도와줘야죠. 이거 다른 인원들이.
예, 그러니까 이거는 치킨 룰이기 때문에 가능한 플레이예요. 왜냐하면 상대도 치킨 룰이라 무리는 안 알겠지 하는 마음으로 살리는 것 같습니다.
본네트에 불 붙기 직전입니다.
If that blow up kills him.
붙었습니다.
다른 인원이 살리러 와야 돼요.
예, 다음 차 와야죠. 다음 차.
자,
수송부 와야 됩니다. 수송부.
I think they might do this.
날쌔게 도망가야 돼요.
자, 이쪽에
Pending not insane shots.
헤드한테 또 맞았어. 윈.
Why is Win not in? Why is Win not getting? I think Win should have just got in.
야, 타라고 빨리 타.
Mime with a good shot though. Oh my god, that's stressful.
윈 헬멧 없대요.
와,
기사회생
야, 진짜 죽을 뻔했어요.
That's
이거
stressful.
뭔가
예.
영화의 한 장면 같았습니다.
그렇죠. 윈일병.
This is what I mean. Like in this format, when that shit happens, you're just like, you're fighting for your entire game. If you lose 2 players right here, the chance of you winning is like so fucking low that it's depressing, you know?
연막탄 파밍도 이제 다시 해야죠. 네, 많은 걸 쏟아부었어요.
My phone keeps vibrating. The hell?
네, 진짜 큰 위기였는데 한번 벗어나긴 했고 그 사이에 다른 팀들은 거의 대부분 좀 서클에 진입하기는 했고요.
There's nothing there though.
패트릭 크로드가 차량이 없어.
That heel was so scary, man.
네. 계속 걸어가면서 지금 소닉스 노리는데요.
이거는 운용이 안 될 것 같은데요.
이건 거의 패차죠.
그렇죠.
They're still going for it. Can you imagine if he hit that shot?
전손차 정도.
그렇죠.
산마틴 쪽에서 이제 남아
And at the end of the day, this is not even in the first phase. Like we're literally south
코낙시
so far.
코낙시를 낚시하는 거죠, 토시 선수가.
네. 토시가 기다리고 있습니다.
코낙시가 미끼를 물 것인지.
근데 불이람에 차후 세력이 오기 때문에 여기서 잘라주는 플레이.
바로 잘라줘야 돼. 바로. 못 잘랐어요.
자, 수류탄 뽑고
이렇게
도각.
되면 빠르게 도망.
좋습니다.
그렇죠.
오히려
Will
이게
Perro lose all their cars?
화염병을
Can you imagine if Perro wins this game?
추웠나 본데요.
네.
차력쇼를. 그래서 차력쇼요. 그렇죠. 예전에 그런 게 있었죠. 몸에 뭐.
그렇죠. 불 붙이고.
불도 견뎌버리고.
견디기. 기네스 뭐 이런 것들.
Perro literally running to San Martin.
잘 모르겠습니다. 네.
Oh, they're showing up.
저는 가서 직접 봤는데. 자, 패트릭 코르드 차량 없어요.
It's pretty fucking funny.
사당 마라톤입니다.
네, 그리고 산마틴 안쪽에도 차량이
There might be a car or two in San Martin.
패트릭 코로드 어렵네요, 경기가 좀.
In this situation, you just have to stay calm.
한 경기가 소중한데.
Is it going to go north like we expect? Oh, it's a bit more. South? Ooh. Dude, I haven't seen a create a field circle for a long time.
패트릭 코로드 이번 매치 날아갔습니다.
Flew so fast. Yeah, the first phase is pretty fast.
근데 그래도 그렇죠. 이게 있죠. 인기가 없어요, 이 차는.
Haven't seen a creator fields for ages.
이야기하면서
Gen G in a very good spot.
좋아요. 속도가 안 나와서. 예. 천천히 리드샷 맞기에도 좋고요.
저 친구가 이제 그래도 맷집은 대단한 친구라.
레드존을 버티거든요, 저 친구가. 그만큼 강해요. 예.
맷집을 좋게 만들어주는.
See when I load this PGC?
많이 맞을 거니까.
There was one near it, but not in it.
주고 있는 BBL입니다.
This circle goes northwest.
특별하게 있는 지역으로 먼저 2명을 심어 놓고.
Once again, technically, it can go a lot of places. The next phase can go a lot of places. Where will it most likely end, though? In the crater fields, or up near this road, or maybe here. I'd say like the biggest, this area here is the most likely right now. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It can even come back over here. This could literally go full this way and then pull back to the road here. Sometimes worth to loot in the blue for a long time. What happens? The closest thing to what you're saying, Albion, is let's say this circle. Take the circle we have right now, and then you loot. You're looting. What's it called? What's the water town called? Lost something. I don't know. The bottom of the map. If you're at the bottom of the map in this circle, you're never going to be one of the teams who gets priority position, right? So a team in that situation will often loot for an extra couple of minutes, and they might leave as the blue comes onto them. And take a bit more blue damage, because rushing in that situation is not really going to achieve anything. If anything, it's really RNG because you're moving into where everyone else already has. So a team who's going to be really late to the circle will often spend more time looting in the blue a bit. Or be right on the edge. Not in the blue so much these days. Pretty rare. Back in the day, it was a strat. Once upon a time, the blue just didn't do enough damage. And there was barely any reason to leave the blue. Although it was always a bit of a game. I remember back then, if you did that, when you do choose to come in from the blue, it was always so risky. Way back then. Like you had to come in at the exact right spot. This one? Or you just all die. Blue did more damage the further up from the edge. On some of the phases, I believe so. I think on the later phases, but not on the earlier phases.
매드클랜이 진짜 일찌감치 자리를 잡은 지역입니다. 필드 창고 지역.
Yeah, I remember this one.
시동까지 끄면서 라코브레리아에 스며들기 시작합니다.
천천히 외곽 지역을 완전히 크게 돌아왔는데 앞쪽으로 좀 첩첩산중이긴 해서 아우스가 좀 뚫고 들어가기가 굉장히 힘들 것 같긴 합니다.
Alright, what do we get?
자, 이제 자기장이 다시 한번 바뀝니다.
Dude. It always comes back to here. Guys, just want to say at the start of the game, I said it's going to end here. I'm just saying. What does this do? I think this...
버즈페이스가 멀티서클 게이밍 이블리를 또 한 번 기절시켰습니다.
I think it just comes here. The usual. The fucking classic, man. This fucking compound every time. It's the number one in this circle, no matter what happens.
페이지도 이번 매치 기회를 잘 살려야 할 것 같습니다.
I think it literally comes up. Yeah, Kalfi. Yeah. And then they changed it a bit, and they had to change it even more eventually.
자리를 잡고 있는 젠지입니다.
젠지 입장에서는 진짜 너무나 까다로운 자기장이 나왔습니다. 이거 더 이상
Yeah, you might be right, Selector.
자기장에서는 좀 불가능하고 크레이터 필드 안쪽으로 들어간다고 생각을 해봤을 때 이후에 치킨이 잘 그려지지가 않거든요.
맞습니다. 어쨌든 첩첩산중으로 많은 팀들이
Yeah, the amount of games I've had come back to that GNL compound is insane. I'm pretty sure it's in next phase too. Let's see if the old maps are right.
그래서 지금 젠지가 선택한
The old map we were looking at.
선수가 아까 전에 SSG 선수들이 절벽에 매달려 있는 걸 보고 그걸 기절시키고 나서
So when it comes up here, yeah, look at this little highlighted area. That's crazy, isn't it? Actually insane to think that barely anything around this area is highlighted except this. I feel like I've barely seen these ones though.
확실히 이런 위치에서 막혀 있으면은 라코브레리아 도시 쪽으로
This last game today?
자, GNL은 이제 알고 있죠.
No, there's one more. They play 6 today, right?
소닉스도 크게 무리하지 않고 일단 다음 자기장을
And there's 5 more tomorrow.
릴 수도 있겠고. 이거 크레이터 필드 안쪽 창고로 BBL이 입성을 합니다.
그렇습니다.
벗어나면 나오기도 어렵고요.
네, 이후에 자기장이 벗어나게 된다면 크레이터 필드 안쪽으로 들어가는 순간 이제 정보 자체가 없어지는 느낌이 있어서 뭐 그런 이슈가 있죠.
예, 근데 SSG가
Ensa in do you remember when Mad proned in the dip and came top 3 where KPI did KPI win that game? The game Fury came second in. Did KPI win? Or did Mad win? I don't remember now. But anyway, Ensa in that dip. Mad won? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ensa in that dip doing the same thing Mad did. Fury pushed KPI, yeah, and they all died on the edge. Yeah, KPI didn't win because they weren't in finals. Oh no, that was... Wait. That was Weekly Survival last week, right? So does it do what we think? I mean, even more north than I'd expect. Whoa, that is crazy. It's out, the compound's out, we did it. Oh god, what's happening here?
떠나기보다는 TSM이 빠져나가고 나서 우회 경로를
this is a hard game for Sonics. Sonics have to finish this fight with Pero, and then they have to get all the way back. It's funny they are fighting again. Oh.
능선 쪽에서 올라오는 킬로그를
SSG have just crashed back into Cobra and taken the middle.
젠지가 결국 크게 역회전 하려고 하는데요.
좋은데요. 자, 젠지 벽돌집 뚫는 것도 방법이긴 해요.
자, 그리고 GX는 차량의 속도가 좀 붙진 않고 있습니다. 내려오는 계속 맞아요.
이거 동네
Everyone is just sending it.
아이고 이거 차량
Hey, Louis, what's up?
많이 납니다. 이거 터지죠.
쩐난. GX 여기까지였습니다.
그렇습니다.
Oh, Gen G, not
뒤쪽으로 TSM의
Gen G's game. It doesn't look like.
계속 날아왔습니다.
연막탄 빠르게 뿌려주고 좀 소생 바로
They're in
눌러주면
big
될것
trouble.
같거든요. 그리고 GNL이
They're
이제
in big
이쪽에서
trouble.
소닉스 잘 막아내야 합니다.
Very big trouble.
글쎄요, 이거 카이신도 툭툭 옆에서 때리고 있어서 기분이 좀 나빠요, 젠지가.
이노닉스를 두고 가네요.
Very big trouble.
또 당하는 아수라.
이게 차량이 속도가 너무 한번 바퀴가 이게 터지다 보니까 속도가 안 붙어주고 있습니다.
자, 여기서 내려서 바로 벽돌 건물 쏴줘야 돼요. 근데 벽으로 또 샷각을 안 내주는데요.
자, 여기서 피해주고 있고. 자, 피오가 대응 사격을 좀 해줄 수 있을지. 한 대 맞긴 했는데요. 이노닉스 화킬 아수라가 합니다.
He's actually gonna make it.
자, 그리고 매드클랜도 지금 크레이터 필드 안쪽에 있다가 자동차를 이용해서 일종의 임시 벙커를 만들 수 있는 그런 자리로 들어가서 잘 버티고 있거든요. 자, 매드클랜
Sonics are now wrapping around that compound we talked. They're
버스가 옵니다.
wicked.
이거
I mean, they're alive.
자랑하고는 있어요.
Yeah, Sonics are wrapping this, and the GNL have a 4-man in there. The problem is Oath are above them, and Sonics have to still, once they kill GNL, for example, they still have to push down.
그래도 아메리카노가.
So it's just not a good position.
자, 이러면 시간이 생겼어요.
No, you can't wrap the city. Oath are watching it. There was no wrap here. This is the only thing Sonics could have done. The only thing Sonics could have done this game is fight where they're fighting right now. Well, since last phase. Not the whole game, but since the last phase. There's nothing they can do. They're just forced to be here. They need to win this fight with GNL and then even keep pushing forward. Like, it's just hard.
계속해서 읽어내면서 본인들의 산맥의 주도권을 끝까지 끌고 갈 필요가 있어요.
자기장 매드클랜 쪽으로 좁혀져 들어옵니다.
그렇습니다. 일단은 또 한번 중심부에 위치하게 되었고 그때 치킨을 먹었던 그 자리는 아니지만 그럼에도 이번 자리 또한 굉장히 좋습니다. 매드 라쿠브렐리아를 랜드마크로 오랫동안 사용했던 팀이거든요. 그 좋은 기억, 본인들의 어떤 경험을 살려야 합니다.
자, GNL이 조금 더 전진해서 자리를 잡으려고 하고 있는데요. 불이람은 아직 올라오지 못하고 있습니다.
맞습니다. 흘러들어갈 곳이 정해져 있기 때문에 견제만 해줘도 좋을 것 같아요. 다 잡는다 그 느낌은 오히려 올라올 수 있는 타이밍을.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I said it was going to finish that compound, but it's pretty much the same area, right? They're so predictable. Miramar circles.
사격해주고 있습니다.
이 라코브렐리아의 그 도시의 특징은
I just think it just makes me always sad, like looking at a team and realizing that the team has to take a fight where they most likely lose a player, and they might take a really good fight and get 4 kills, but it's not going to mean anything in the long term, and it makes me so sad. Because if you're fighting on the edge and you lose players, you're probably not going to win the game.
중간중간 열리는 샷각들을 연막탄으로 잘 커버해줘야 해요.
그리고 페이즈 클랜이 또 불이람 쪽에 견제를 해주고 있기 때문에 불이람의 이동도
So a little southeast circles this tournament.
버려지고 있습니다.
Yeah, I can think of one.
일단 불이람이 올라오는 걸 한번 완벽하게 쳐낸다면 이후
Two?
상황에 이제
Maybe
한쪽으로
two?
좀 집중을 하면서 S를 바라볼 수가 있거든요.
그렇습니다.
South was where we dropped. South was our position. I liked the south a lot. It often went south in our games though.
자, 쳐내기만 하면 돼요.
근데 반대쪽에 또 옵니다.
아니 승부를 건대 불이람은.
야, 불이람. 자, 대형 사격. 노아드라. 씨와 노아드라.
What a mess.
피해가 약간 좀 큰데요.
자, 수류탄.
자, 헤드 피해주고.
수류탄. 길었습니다.
미끄러졌고요.
Phase.
이게는 탈락.
저 장벽 쪽에서 다른 쪽으로 가기를 계속해서 푸시를 했었어야 되는데
네.
오히려 성큼성큼 나가요. 불이람.
이거 그냥 다 붙여버려서 이거
Drew a crazy? Yes.
그렇죠. 자, 아메리카노와 헤븐이 남아 있는 상태인데.
Dude, BBL have been playing pretty well. They just can't win a game.
이 싸움만 이겨냈더라면 정말 좋은 기회가 한번
Damn,
왔었는데
TSM
were
just prone.
맹렬하네요.
And FaZe are running over them.
성광탄을 던져주면서 같이 한번 싸워주는 포지션으로 돌입해 보는 게 어떨까 싶어요.
I wish we had watched FaZe versus TSM.
하기 위해서 애들을 살렸습니다.
자, 성광탄 던져주면서 같이 조금 뒤쪽으로 오면서 같이 싸워야 되거든요.
수류탄.
와,
전투 잘하는데요, 브리라.
Because it was like there were 3 FaZe players prone, and there were BBL players, and then FaZe has just come over and killed them all. Hello, Caplake. Hot spotting. MBN down. Oh no. Did it melt?
TSM을 완벽하게 정리해 줬습니다.
맞습니다. 카이신이 그래서 그걸 정리하기 위해서 올라가고 있지만 이거 버틸 수 있나요?
자, 수류탄 날아옵니다. 약간 짧았고.
Full city would be fun.
외곽
Never
쪽에서
mind.
전투가 이뤄지고 있을 때 매드클랜은 몸을 웅크린 채 전력 유지 잘하고
Everyone in the
있습니다.
city is dead?
매드클랜 같은 경우에 이후에
Maybe not.
라이벌리
Maybe not.
안쪽에서 나올 때 다른 팀들끼리 이제 싸울 수밖에 없거든요. 그 싸움을 한번 이용하면서 뒤를 완전히 깨끗하게 만든다면
Someone cut through the entire opticon line. How the fuck did they manage that?
뒤에 있는데요.
Oh.
브라이기 당했어요.
See, like going for that flush there.
킬.
Oh, is
페이지 클랜 입장에서 좀 아쉽지 않나.
dangerous as fuck, right?
안 맞는 위치에서
Looking good for Korea.
되게 정직한
Oh shit!
네.
I mean, mad 4 up
그래서 바위에
in the middle.
위에 올라가려다가 바위 뒤에 있었던 코브라에게 당했습니다. 래시가 쇼를 기절시킵니다.
좋습니다. 이렇게 기절 하나씩 만들어주는 것도 스노우볼이 되고.
I mean, not looking great for Europe either.
브리람이 그리고 이쪽을
Although
바라보기 위해
Ents
붙여주고 있어요. 코낙씨.
Enter about the fight.
그래서 퍼스페이스가 있었다죠.
네, 4명이 됐을 텐데.
AWM을
He's spamming.
가져왔습니다.
그래서 매드클랜 입장에서 전혀 뭐 부담되는 위치가 아닙니다. 다른 팀
Looks like Ents are gonna win this fight easy.
지난번에 오뚜기 같은 그런 매치를 다시 한번 재현할 수도 있을 것 같은데요.
오스도 힘 빠지고 있습니다.
Oh, that was sharp.
호낙씨 기절시켰죠.
이걸 이겨내요.
에디
또 3비율
Say flashing guys bad.
호낙씨 못 살렸습니다.
네. 한 명을 또
Flash.
데려왔습니다. 페이지 클랜 그 와중에 11킬이에요.
자, 그리고 패트릭 코로드가
Obviously
차량으로 서클 안에 진입하는 17게이밍을 견제했습니다. 에디의 수류탄
Sizable kill lead, yes. Now, if only the kills mattered.
들어가면서
Hello, Liv.
과감한 판단을 했습니다. 이거 근데 이렇게 되면 매드가 오히려 약간 힘들어지는데요.
SSG have been playing really well these weekly survival. Actually, like really well, but none of it means anything.
싸움을 피하기가 좀 어려울
Sad.
것 같긴 해요.
패트릭 코로드와 17게이밍은 서로 전투를 치르고 있고요.
17 have, sorry, Ents have 2 down, but they're getting both reses.
완벽하게 해주고 있습니다.
Can Mad hold their dip from all the city teams pushing?
굉장히 좋거든요. 본인들의 고지대에서 다 내렸지.
That's what I'm curious about.
이 외곽 지역만 깔끔하게 씻어내면 됩니다.
엔수도 지금 4명 유지입니다. 화염병 들어오죠. 페이지 클랜 정리.
불이람
12킬입니다.
예, 이제는 맘껏 쓸어버려도 된다는 그런 판단이 나왔나요?
화염병 들어가면서 여기저기에서
Nice by Ents. Ents have taken control of their side of the circle. They had to kill like 8 people.
싸움을 노리면서 게임을 좀 해봐야 될 것 같은데요.
Yeah, it was a really good game too, Caplag. Fury won
기절을 시켜줄 수
that game.
있느냐가 굉장히 중요하거든요.
그때 브리람이 SSC 쪽에 사격을 넣어주고 있습니다.
네, 좋습니다.
Brew have been fragging this game. Yeah.
여기
Where's this Brew when they make the
브리람
finals?
현재 12킬이에요.
자, 여기까지 잘 숨어 들어왔거든요, 젠지도. 자,
the city teams.
한번 오게 했는데 SSG가
Now, can SSG destroy Mad's game?
자, 젠지와 SSG의 싸움을 노려야 됩니다, 매드클랜.
자, 피오가 일단 건물 안으로 들어갔습니다. 연막탄 계속 들어오고 있고 투척 무기가 너무 없네요.
예, 이게
쉽지 않은데요.
I mean, Brew could win this still, I think. Like, Brew have the north and can just wait. Depends what Ents does. What Ents does right now really matters. If Ents decide to go south or north.
근데 올들리스의 수류탄이 들어오는데요. 나와서
누워서 사운드 완벽하게 읽었네요.
네, 이 벽을 통해서 SSG.
Nah, SSG. I just realized Brew can see SSG as well. SSG are fucked.
그러면 고지대에 있는 불이람 유나이티드와 엔스, 저지대에 있는 매드클랜과 멀티서클 게이밍입니다.
네, 이거 한 번만 버텨낸다면 진짜 매드클랜 치킨 가능성 왔거든요. SSG 한 번만 막아내면
Get the
됩니다.
bike. Get the bike.
연막탄을 뿌리고 진입을 할 때 멀티서클 게이밍도
How many spokes do they have though? Let's see. Can they have a fight?
근데 너무 가까이 있긴 합니다.
그리고 엔스가 지금 위쪽으로 갈지 아래쪽으로 갈지 방향을 정해놓지 않고 주변 상황을 최대한 이용하기 위한 전략을 준비 중이에요.
조심!
수류탄! 일단은 데미지 조금밖에 안 들어갔고요.
엔스도 파고 들어야 된 들어가야 되는 그런
Winner
상황이다
prediction from
보니까
here.
전후방을
It's
잡아야
so hard to
되는데
pick. I'll say Brew.
노아드라가 올드리스 기절시켰어요.
자, 그럼 SSG
Unless
는
Noadra
따라가야
gets
돼.
knocked in the blue,
넘겨줄까요?
which
그렇죠.
he nearly
브리람이
did.
도와주고 있어요.
자, 일단 살리려고 하고 있는 SSG고요.
그리고 엔스도 매드클랜 쪽 힘 세 보이는데 약간 북쪽을 바라보고 있습니다. 위쪽을.
샤프샷 기절. 로스도 체력이 굉장히 적고.
There's nowhere to go.
와, AWM으로 또.
다른 팀이 다 처리.
Okay, but Ents. Okay, Ents have pushed south. This is not what I expected. Ents are coming up this road. This could change the game. Ents are probably.
그런 위치다 보니까 엔스와 브리람은 싸울 수밖에
그렇죠.
없고.
노안드라가
I don't
바라보고
know.
있어요. 엔스를.
This is just a fight. Who fights well? I think Noadra's dead.
치킨 가져갈 수 있습니다. 자,
Yeah.
싸워줬어요.
자, 노아드라 기절. 킬로그
Ents are taking over, bro. So
매드클랜 이제
I don't know. It's a 4v4v3, man.
잘해야 합니다. 이거 고지대
Assuming Brew die.
좋아요. 그렇죠. 위쪽에 싸움 나고 있을 때 우리한테 개입할 수 없을 때 변수가
Poor
될수
Brew,
있는
man. They get
멀티
15 kills this game.
자, 멀티 서클 게이밍 둘밖에 안 남았고요.
Doesn't fucking matter, man.
간미아 혼자입니다.
Noadra grief, Brew.
또한 완벽하게 이번에
He was a bit too far. Gifted.
엔스가 이렇게 되면 내려오는
Grief.
각이라서
Oh no.
가장
Yeah.
불리해져요.
Yeah, he's too far over the right.
자, 그렇다면
Once again,
멀티 서클
Brew
게이밍을 피해 없이만 정리를
don't
해준다면
really
멀티
adapt
서클 매드클랜
to
할수
format
있습니다.
that often.
엔스가 근데
They've been a bit better, but not great.
자, 그럼 인서클을 하지 못한 멀티 서클
I
게임
mean, you'd say.
연합을해서
I don't know. I feel like Mad's position in the circle is better than Ens's, but
위쪽을 바라봐주면서 저걸
it doesn't matter.
펴가야죠.
This is just a fight.
그렇죠. 헤드 맞았습니다. 자, 그리고
fight.
그로자까지 이엔드 손으로 들어옵니다.
A brawl.
다시 없을게요. 진짜 매드클랜 진짜
잡아야 돼요.
할 수 있습니다.
이번 매치는 진짜 잡아야 합니다. 매드클랜.
Oh, I just realized the bet is Ents versus Mad.
안올 수 있습니다.
맞습니다.
정말 절호의 찬스.
자, AWM도 아까 전에 엔스 선수들이 갖고 있었기 때문에 헤드 내줬다가
Look how empty the middle is.
제공할 수 있어요.
자, 멀티 서클 게이밍
If Matt, it's MCG.
네. 멀티 서클을 잡아내고 서쪽의 빗면을 사용하겠다는 생각인 것 같거든요, 엔스.
MCG are the issue for Ents, I think. If Ents lose a player to them,
좋습니다.
자, 멀티 서클 게이밍이
but it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a 4v4, I think.
이거는 더 앞서서 진출할 수가 있죠. 그렇죠. 이렇게.
견제해야죠. 예.
자, 적절한 견제 분명히 필요합니다.
자, 교전에서 이겨야 돼요.
And Mad have a slightly better circle.
그렇죠. 진짜 마지막 교전에서 진짜 극한의 집중력 한번 보여주면 좋을 것 같습니다, 매드클랜.
자, 이블리의 수류탄 제대로 들어가진 않았습니다.
오늘 숱한 역경이 있었거든요.
네.
자기장이 붙어도
차로 밀어요.
자, 라이딩 샷 감행.
Whoa!
그렇죠. 이블리가.
Oh my god, that was aggressive by Ents. I guess they don't have enough playable terrain up north. They must think this is the game-winning move to do that. To drive right now. They must think they had to do that. Yeah, look at this terrain. This is crazy. This terrain is so weird.
4대4 싸움이에요. 하지만 지형 자체는 매드클랜에게 확실히 유리하거든요. 이런 싸움은 반드시 이겨내야지만 파이널 가서도 좋은 성적 나오는 거예요.
Who can get knocks?
무조건 이겨야 합니다 이거.
네, 피킹 길게 하면 안 됩니다.
자, AWM 있어요. 이거 기절하는 순간 그냥 푸시 타이밍 제공입니다.
자, 상대 방어구의 내구도 계속 떨어지고 있습니다.
Oh, that was 1 HP, man. He might get him. That might hit him. Yep. Mad's position. He got him with the volley as well, man.
제대로 들어갔어요.
좋습니다.
Here we go.
매드클랜 거의 다 왔어요. 렉시 헤드 맞았거든요. 천천히 하면 됩니다. 천천히. 자, 화염병 2개 더 있고.
자, 안정적으로.
다 왔죠.
자, 뒤쪽에 한 명 남아 있습니다.
네.
쭉
날개
남아 있어요.
펼치면서 마지막 마무리, 마지막 점만 찍으면 됩니다.
자, 이거 못 살려요. 못 살립니다. 화염병 계속 들어와요.
택주부터.
투탭.
머리만 쳤어요.
자, 자기장 지금 코너 몰린 거 아닌가요?
그렇죠. 올 수 없어요. 와, 좋습니다.
됐어요. 매드클랜.
네.
오뚜기가 처럼 일어나서
래시.
치킨을
드디어 만들기 직전입니다. 매드클랜.
직전이에요. 디거만이 남아 있습니다. 매드클랜.
자, 위치도 알고 있어요. 자, 디거.
좋아요.
매드클랜. 라코브레리아 너무 익숙한 전장에서 익숙한 맛 치킨의 맛을 즐깁니다.
네, 고향의 안락함.
Sit in a dip. Look, can you blame them? Can you blame them?
Every single time Ents peeked up to find a point of information, a shot landed onto them from Mad. Only 5 kills for them for the win.
Korea
Just
wins.
Sitting in the center, every other team fighting around them. And really, it was Buriram who were their fairy godmothers. The pressure that Buriram, the high ground, put onto all of the teams around Mad meant that they didn't need to do anything until the final few moments. But the way that they just did not allow ENCE any avenue into the center.
Oh, did you win a 1v1 with non-reg, Doc?
Just amazing shots, good team play, good spread with the crossfires. They made sure to not throw that game away.
16 times my points today.
Played off of angles, defendable positions, getting them in positions to prep for repositions on
Wait,
top of that.
I thought Swamp won.
ENCE tried to make something work with the desperation send down into that position and then try to flank back out, but it just didn't work. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to the analyst desk to break it down a little bit more.
Thank you very
I
much.
thought Swamp won.
Cameron, what an absolutely incredible
I bet
game. I
EU.
actually want to start off with a team that isn't the winners here because Avenger, that was absolutely mad from a kills point of view. I think when FaZe were fighting Buriram and they had 10 and 11 kills, there were still 10 teams left. So
Hello, non-reg.
they had killed the entire lobby up to that point. And Buriram eventually ending with 15. That was seriously kill heavy.
Yeah, once the circle shifted north in phase 4, due to land ratio, everybody on the south, they had to fight, right? And we saw that.
What do we do next?
TSM, FaZe Clan, they pull up from behind. Brew, third party. Like, in general, the way that Brew played, that was just so...
Wait, so
cool.
Korea won,
Honestly,
and who comes in now?
For them, they were missing one guy.
Oh, Game Home?
And
No,
they,
no.
didn't make sure that ENCE couldn't backfill them, and with this
E36.
one, was staying in blue for too long, and ENCE's timing that completely obliterated Buriram. Otherwise, they would have probably had a good fight with ENCE later as well. But obviously, Mad Clan's positioning from very early on, the way that rotated, the way
Is it over? No, there's one more game.
Take that little dip early
One
on.
more game today.
And the fact that not that many teams came out of like Korea fighting just set them up very well for this win.
And I love that rotate that ENCE pulled out there. You just saw it on the highlights where they weren't afraid to send the vehicle down.
Winning team over
Should've gone
5.5
down
kills.
a long time before that, especially with two teams holding them with really clean line of sight up to their position.
So much of a
but
bet.
the fact is, they took a really big gamble in terms of sending that vehicle down the hill. They got involved. They were able to clean up MCG. And sure, they weren't able to finish off Mad Clan, but it put them in a much better position than just running down an open hillside would have been.
Let's talk about
Yeah, I'm trying to
just
decide
a
what we
little
do.
bit, because Martin, you were mentioning the high ground there. A lot of the time in PUBG, it's an advantage, but here for ENCE, who ended up backfilling, a little bit of a
We have
disadvantage. So
1,
they
2,
had to come
3.
down. That ended up
We
being
have
a good move.
4 American
Going up with
teams.
chicken dinner.
No, this hill in general does not have a lot of cover, and it doesn't have a lot of dips and divots to play. Not a
1,
and no kind of valley or canyon
2,
you can
3.
kind of run up or down from. It's just open. Not a lot of trees, not a lot of palms, not a lot.
We
of
have 4
rocks
Chinese
to
teams.
play, so they had to make that move. And yeah, if they ran down with just smokes and util, they would have been naded out. And in general, the way they executed that in the end was the only way to try to win it.
They had to give it a go, but Mad Clan, someone who we would technically look up to when we start thinking about which teams can absolutely get huge numbers of kills in a potential chicken dinner. Mad Clan certainly in that camp. I would argue FaZe Clan are definitely members there, and Buriram, who are up there as well. New Happy, of course, already qualified.
Which Australian gets more points?
B0B_F0 gifted Tessia subscription.
Like individually?
B0B_F0 gifted a tier 1 sub to Tessia. They have given 33 gift subs in the channel.
Bob, thank you for giving us sub to test.
The meta's shifting.
Thank you,
just
Bob.
A little bit in the PGC lobby.
It feels like every week the meta shifted. It felt like after week 1 the meta was
Non-reg would never gift us up.
Because that's what
Ever.
KPI were able to do
He'd never
really
do that.
effectively. And I think now the meta has definitely changed.
Thanks,
to
Bob.
Less of a let's just lay
Even
down
the
and play.
placement
It's more
points.
of a,
Wait, how do you decide an
all
individual
position
placement
inside
point?
zone, get ourselves set up over on a bit of high ground, maybe in a compound. Let's try and get
Even if Sonics get
eliminate
second.
the teams that are
If
nearby.
Tigger's dead at
We have a
10th, he
lot
gets
more
no
flexibility
placement.
on the positions we want to go into. when
Martin, would you echo this? Would you say that the way teams have been playing are quite fluid and quite different compared to before? I'm going to hold the phone on that one because we are.
I don't know. I feel it's so often. It's so often that a player gets no points.
What Mad Clan have to say?
We can do it. What do you guys think? Do you guys want Luke versus Tig? Literally just them. Doesn't matter what their team does. It's when they die and the kills they get.
정말 레시 선수 오늘 좋은 모습 보여주셨어요. 특히 탑3 상황에서 상대 남은 두 팀을 이용하는 모습을 보였는데 그때 팀원들과
individual performance.
What kind of communications went through?
그 턴에 저희가 오른쪽 MCG가 있는
Tig
거예요.
versus
MCG
Luke.
3명의 최대한 수를 줄이러 가자 해서 하나를 이제 잡고 나서 둘밖에 안 남은 거 알고 있었고 이제는 그 다음 서클이 그때 바뀌었고 거기서는
Survival or kills.
서클을 보니까
Oh shit, we don't have placement points.
엠스랑 좀 싸우겠다 이 생각이 들어서 MCG를 좀 쳐내면서
There are no placement points in this format.
정말 그 마지막에서의 활약이 참 눈부셨던
We
것
tried.
같아요.
Are we just doing kills then?
We saw the ends going up the higher grounds, taking the higher grounds.
It has to just be
That
kills in this
MCG was
format.
on our right-hand side. So when we saw the circles change, we decided to let two of them
No, I don't know.
face each other.
거기서 저희가 커뮤니케이션을 좀
Oh no!
시간을 갈수록
Shit.
그러면 저희끼리 좀 챙겨주고 이끌어주고 하면서
What did you guys decide to do? when
Just
there
survival
was
makes
three
more
squads
sense.
remaining?
Yeah, that would mean that as soon as Tig dies, Luke wins. Or as soon as Luke dies, Tig wins.
With communication as most important factor.
Damage? Nah.
아쉽게도 파이널 포인트 성적은 조금 저조했어요.
Individual performance, Tig versus Luke.
파이널에서 반드시
Play.
1등을
Let's.
해야 될것 같은데
But then the kills don't matter.
각오가 있다면
Shall we just do placement?
You are slightly shy of remaining points to go into the grand final. If
Individual
there are
placement.
particular determination
Tig
to
versus
go to the
Luke.
grand final, what would it be?
Player, not team. Nah, kills as well. But how do kills factor into a rule set that doesn't have placement points?
We don't have enough weekly final points.
Like, how do you-
But we'll try to earn as many points as possible.
How do you,
For every single match.
How do you do that?
You bleached your hair and dyed it to blue. Did you change into darker shade on purpose or had to change because you didn't like the haircut style? I think I had to change it because I wanted some darker shade. Please have a shout out for your teammates. Love you guys.
이제 오늘의 마지막 매치가 여러분들을 기다리고
Surely just do mass. No, but the problem is, you don't go for kills in this format. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Just doing the placement points ourselves. It's not like, that's not it. That's not how this works.
They're now in the weekly finals, but Martin, let's go ahead and talk about that point before, where at the end of the day, things could have panned out very differently.
How do we know how many kills they get? We have the match data.
Obviously, Madclan here coming in to the weekly final is important. They are also with Dignitas and
It's so much more. The predictions are so much more fun when we do super format.
With Madclan's, what is a chicken
I
dinner,
reckon.
they got through it and they needed to do it to get into having a chance for the grand finals. They need to step up. Like, they cannot be playing this kind of slower passive style as you saw in this.
I mean, we can just do who dies first. I just don't think the.
They either need to win again.
We can
so
do
many times this
highest
week. They need
placement,
to win this weekly
1v1,
final here,
or
go
just
to the grand survival
who gets the
if,
most
if
kills.
they could only through, because
And then it's super RNG though. Like, it just kills. We can do just kills and just placements. We can't combine them. That is my judgment of the situation.
How like the more aggressive teams and the more aggressive play styles are beginning to reap more rewards than say they would have at the beginning.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at this
Kills.
point, right? Like, when we see this winner in chicken dinner format here, MC rule, we
highest.
We have nothing else matter than a chicken dinner.
Individual kills.
If you don't get it with chicken dinner, it doesn't matter. And
Luke.
the reason why we see these teams fighting here is
Take
because they're
Gilpin.
forced to. It's not because they want. They want to make sure that there are 4 guys live all the way to the end. So the fights that they are initiating is due
There
to
you
the fact
go.
that they're trying to
If
push
it's a
other
tie,
teams
the
away from
bet
their
is
position
void and
towards
cancelled.
Other teams to make them fight, or they're simply forced to because they're in front of them and in between the circle.
Coming into the lobby now is Enter Force 36. A little bit of an underdog coming into the tournament. They have had.
Yeah, I think kills is better than displacement. The placement ones are really boring when it's not points, because you can't get overtaken
They now have another
after dying.
opportunity to get into the weekly finals. Chunks, what do you think of E36?
They're an interesting squad, aren't they? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's still a fairly new roster. They're probably one of the younger rosters in the tournament, but the players on the roster, well, they're more than seasoned. Obviously, you know, Indigo, Star-Lord, names that have been around a while. Definitely ones to look out for. And teaming up with Aminot and Pure Boy, it definitely shows that they are a flexible roster. And they're able to adapt. They're one of those teams that can go for that.
Has prediction stuff work? It's new.
Switch it up and go
I'd say it's been on Twitch for like
kind of assumed coming into this
16 months or something, right?
In a much stronger position.
I don't know, my
than
sense of
maybe
time
they
doesn't
currently
exist.
are. So I expect big things off them, and I'm sure if they are able to make it to the weekly final, they will be looking strong and ready to frag.
We'll find out very shortly if Enterforce 36 can indeed make an impact in the lobby. Of course, this is the last game of today.
Basically, me or any moderator can set up predictions, but if a moderator does it, they cannot bet in it. But I do it myself, usually.
As always, but maybe they can do that by only having to play a single game, and boom, Bob's your uncle, and they're in the weekly final. We'll find that out momentarily. MCG.
Yeah, some countries don't allow it.
Another team that have been trying to get that chicken dinner. They've historically been so good. They actually were in 3rd place.
So there's people in chat right now who cannot
this time in weekly survival.
Bet.
Here is one more shot
Win
today
watch point
for them
stuff.
to
Watch
do
points.
so.
It's just the points at the bottom. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. The person who wins more can redeem more horses, and that's about it. Oh, there's a horse fucking me.
했으면 좋겠습니다.
그리고 소닉스는 밀리터리 베이스로 옵니다.
일단 좀 빠르게 파밍을 하고 자기장.
Yeah, you're versing each other. The points is a pot.
진입을 생각하는 것 같은데요.
자, 그리고 진짜 오랜만에 경기에 나섭니다. 엔터포스 36 오늘의 마지막 매치의 기회를 잡게
I'm calling another Millie. Sonic's dropped Millie this game, by the way.
동선이 겹칠 수 있습니다.
이거 차경쟁에 가까운 모습이죠. 자, GNL은
Dropping all over the map.
아파트 쪽으로 좀 빠져야 될 것 같고요. 아메리카노.
앞서 부리람은
Never mind. Not Millie. Yeah. Luke 12, right in the middle.
그리고 또 야스나야와 스탈보 쪽으로 자기장이 보입니다.
I would have gone for the shotgun kill there. I would have tried to have shotgunned them. All right. Shotguns are insane.
네. 트렌드는 거짓말을 하지 않거든요.
그럼요. 랑코브레리아 트렌드였잖아요.
그 말인즉슨 뭐냐면 자주 나오는 자기장이 있다. 그러면 이 팀은 이동선을 쓰더라. 이런 것들이 고정된 패턴이 있단 말이죠. 그 패턴을 얼마나 분석해 왔을까.
Oi, non-reg. Is he here still? Nah, he's already gone. What a loser. What a massive loser.
파밍 속도가
Goddamn.
않고 있습니다. 퓨어보이 DPI 400.
네. 엔스가 또 매드크랜이 빠져나갔기 때문에 그 서버니 쪽을 안정적으로 먹고 있고 또 휘가마 돌 수 있는 그 지역도 오스가 스탈버를 먹으면서 가짓수가 줄어들고 있거든요.
Toxic teammate. We're not teammates.
회전을
He's no one to me. He's just some person I shared a hot tub with once.
또한 그런 동선을 사용할 확률이 굉장히 높고요.
네.
뭐 이후에 SSG 또한
I was going to ask him a question.
많이 하는 팀입니다.
I saw he was streaming today.
한 가지 관전 포인트가 또 될 수 있다면 UAP가 뭐 야스나의 쪽에서 빠져나갔기 때문에 TSM이 그 빈자리를 메우고 있거든요. 네.
Back on the grind.
해볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 예, 보통 경찰서와 오파트 쪽을 먹기 때문에 어느 정도 야스나야 심장부까지 침투하는 건 가능할 것 같습니다.
Not much to say about this circle, really. Sonics are going to have a rough rotate. Because they have SSG right next to them, so they have to kind of manage not running into them.
늦어진다고 하더라도 들어가기 어려운 자기장은 아니거든요. 물론 이후에 싸움에서 그리고
Oh, you got a phone notification today.
자기장이라서
Hello, Non-Reg. How was your stream today? How was PUBG? What did you do on PUBG today?
매치에서 9등을 한 번 한 것 제외하고는 4등, 2등, 3등, 4등.
Tell me more.
탑4 안에 무조건적으로 그 한 매치를 제외하고는 다 들고 있어요.
야, 물론 뭐 포인트 룰이 아니지만 이 정도의 경기력 가지고
E36 have only just started looting. Zaki.
그렇죠. 점점 발전하는 듯한 경기력을
They drove so far.
부리람의 모습이라서 확실히 이번 주에 파이널에 올라가기만 한다면
You won games? You play ranked?
사실 저주했잖아요.
Wait, you're gonna try Super People, by the way? Anyone can get it now.
하지만 올라가야 합니다.
아, 그럼요. 페이지 클랜도 3분 때 이동하기 시작했습니다.
그렇습니다. 안쪽을 차지하고 땅 따먹기가 무엇보다 중요한 서클이 떴기 때문에 그리고 이런 자기장이 떴을 때 스탈버 쪽으로 올라가는
I don't think you'd like it though.
패턴이 너무나도 잦았기 때문에 지금 페이지
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you'd like it.
멀티서클 게이밍도
Need the code to input when open game? Nah, it should just work. It should just work now.
TSM도 아파트 쪽에 오래 머물지 않고
Maybe restart Steam or something.
그렇죠. GNL. 좋습니다. 중앙 차고지와 아파트 이런 등지에서
Wait, did anyone in chat get super people today without a code?
야스나야는 비어 있을 것이다라는 확신을
Ed said was going to give code.
가지고 진입하는
예,
거죠.
그래서 GNL이 5파트를 먹었는데요.
No, it's meant to have opened up today. It's meant to be
잘 되어 있습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 정말 훌륭한 판단을 보여주고
Sorry,
있는
meant to be fully open now.
하지만 이제 이전 매치에도 그 좋은 자리에서
Steam charts.
이제 교전을 이어나가는 과정에서 부리람에게
Steam.
손쉽게 밀리는 장면이 있었거든요.
Yeah, it's up to 14,000 players, guys. That's crazy. Oh, dude, I want to play more.
멀티서클 게이밍도
Now that there's more people,
혈각전과 담벼락집을 먹었어요.
there's now 14,000 people.
이건 상당히 데이터에 근거한 움직임이 아닌가 싶고요.
그리고 페이지 클랜은 한번 쉬어갑니다. 서버니에서 파밍했던 낸스는 작은 야스나야 쪽으로.
Damn, look at this. Like, even though the circle's so big, look how much concentration there is around Yaz.
그렇습니다. 이렇게 데이터에 기반한 움직임을 보여주는 많은
What game? Super people. It's like PUBG with magic abilities. Magic, super abilities. You know, just, yeah.
아래쪽으로 내려오는 서클이
It's an alright game. It's fun. It's silly. It's not competitive. It's just fun.
맞습니다. 이제 이런 식으로의 첫 번째 페이지 트렌드.
Tigran down here. No signs of kills in his future. Luke, meanwhile, is just AFK in the S. Nice split here. High potential split.
있었고요. 그렇기 때문에 아직은 정말 모든 팀들이 섣불리 예측하기가 어려운 것 같습니다.
하늘정원 쪽 확인해주고 있는 17게이밍.
단계별로 하늘정원을 먹고 수직으로 이어지는 개미지옥까지 한번 노려보겠다는 17게이밍의 어떤 의도.
What's the weather like outside now? It's still 32 degrees here. Are you kidding?
여러 가지 가능성들이 있는 이 안전 구역입니다.
그렇습니다. 일단은 많은 팀들이 좀 그래도 중심부로 이번 매치는 빠르게
Gonna close the vote. Oh shit, I should. Yeah, it's about time. Closing the votes. You have 10 seconds.
중요할 것 같습니다.
오스가 굉장히 큰 그림 그리고 있습니다.
Oh fuck, I pressed it. Never mind.
다시 내려오네요.
스네이커즈 선수가 있었던 곳이 차고집.
I misclicked.
많이 올라가면서 굉장히 교통사고가 엄청나게 많았었죠. 그리고 치킨이 저쪽에서 바로 나온
Compound south of Yaz.
부리람 유나이티드는
I like TSM's split. It can go anywhere. It's a wrangle. The second phase can go anywhere on the map.
네, 이제 이 능선에서 서로 물고 물리는 싸움 많이
Can you open a prediction back up? I don't think you can.
Nah,
you can't.
보내놓고 나머지 인원은 풍부한 파밍을 갖추고 오는 모습이에요.
Would it make sense for Sonics to wait close to Rozok here until next circle?
두 번째 매치거든요. 네. 첫 매치는
I mean, there's a lot of teams around right now.
그만하세요.
A little bit. It's more likely to come in on the south. Roz is kind of zero info. Like, you can't see anything from Roz. You're more likely to push forward a bit, come to this hill, or this hill, basically. So the same kind of thing. You don't need to sit out. Back further. I mean, they're probably going to come here. Look forward. Clear. Move forward. To here, you know. Look forward, etc.
네. 3등은 아니고. 네, 알겠습니다.
I mean, they're going to wrap a bit more south.
아메리카노. 예. 조심해야 됩니다.
If
you're a late team, yes, you are basically waiting. You don't just go to the middle, right? You sit at the edge and you pivot. You get ready to pivot. You put yourself in the best possible position to move forward. Wow, that command actually works. Hey, Shift Kit, welcome back. How long's today's stream been? We had to restart the stream today.
그래서 가짜 야스나야 허리 라인으로 돌아가는 건 이제는 다른 팀들은 시도하면 안 될 것 같고요.
그렇죠. 그래서 야스나야 서쪽 다리를 이용해서 넘어오려고 하고 있는 부리람 유나이티드고 카이신과
8.5 hours.
이동동선이 겹칠 수도 있겠고요.
네, 일단은 야스나야 좌측에 다리를 건너주면서 야스나야 쪽 빌드업을 생각하고 있는데 거기에 GNL이 먼저 자리를 잡고 있거든요.
피오를 최전방에
Why
보내고
did Genji run? Oh. Wait, what were they doing? Did anyone see what they were doing?
밀어내고 가려고 했던 생각이죠.
Why are they all on foot run?
쪽으로 쭉 찔러 들어갈 수 있는 그런 포지션도 아직까지 남겨놓고 있고요. 위쪽에 다리를 통해서 다시 한번 로족 쪽으로 내려와서 학교와 아파트 쪽으로 돌릴 수 있는 그 각도도 남아 있습니다.
Meanwhile, Pio he's already in the circle.
모든 팀에게 일어나지 않았고 64명이 두 번째
Not that unusual, really.
확인하기 직전입니다.
Oh, Quinn gets a crate.
자기장 만약에 아래쪽으로 내려오게 된다면 이미 너무나 많은 자리들이 다 차지해져 있는 상황이라 풀어나가기가 쉽지 않을 것 같습니다. 외곽에 있는 팀들이.
변수가 많은 자기장이라 지금
A lot of space up north, E36.
어느 좋은 지역이라고
Like I hate Brew's positioning right now.
다 빼고 키차 있습니다.
스탈버만 비어 있어요.
Cam in the way.
너무 촘촘해요.
Well, they're behind my head, alright? You've seen a wrangle before.
바둑 느낌이거든요.
맞습니다.
They're just sitting behind my head, alright?
쪽이 굉장히 좀 빡빡합니다 이번 매치 정말.
자 이제 두 번째 안전구요.
와 그런데 북쪽.
이것은
Oh, it went north.
스탈버?
그렇죠.
아니면은 UFP가 치킨을 먹었던 그 매치가
예.
바로 떠오르거든요.
무조건 물을 기준으로 위쪽으로 올라가는
Jordan, yes. Yeah, I didn't like it.
기준 아래쪽은
네.
이제
Oh, it kind of works now. They just right back.
오른쪽의 가능성이 남아 있기는 하지만 그 한 가지 빼고는 전부.
Didn't work out for TSM either. Very congested near them.
있을 것 같긴 한데 그 위치를 달려오는 게 불이람이거든요.
그렇죠.
Amazing fans. Hello, Spooky.
내고 있습니다.
쫓아내야 돼요. 허이 하면서
다시 또 와요. 오. 보리람이 일단 핸들을 꺾었습니다.
이거 시가지 안쪽 지금 난리 났는데요.
What is Nigel doing?
잡혔어요.
자 그리고 GM
Sorry, what?
집에서 막아서는 움직임을 보여주고 있는데 상대가 좋지 않아요.
Huh?
GX입니다.
아 이거 좀 매서운데요.
포지션도
아메리카노가 바깥쪽에서 막아내주고 있고 지나갈 때.
못 잡았어요.
자 전단 체력 많이 빠졌는데요. 이거.
Critical gifted Spooky Skelmanus subscription. Critical gifted a tier 1 sub to Spooky Skelman.
Spooky Scale Man. Thank you for being here for 51 months.
이러면 2명 잡혔고
이거 전력 유지가 안 되면 치킨이 얻기가 너무 힘든 자기장인데요.
그렇죠. 이마저도 세비오가
You will pay me? Watch my back.
GNL 스포츠.
먼저 2명을
Yeah, ends to just love and life here. Don't have to do anything. He's... I mean, if he gets flushed right now,
같은 지가문끼리 이런
GNL get the res.
네.
I mean, Gex get the res.
전단을 잡힌 직전이고요.
Never mind.
GNL과 GX가 각각 한 명씩 생존했습니다. 그렇습니다.
Okay.
세비오의 정확한 수류탄.
그래서 어쨌든
Have they got a kill yet? Sonics don't have a kill yet. TSM don't have a kill yet, so there's no kills.
배치가 너무나도 중요한 그런 상황입니다.
Sonics are wrapping really... This is a sick rotation, actually. Really nice rotation. They've just managed to go around everyone. That's actually really good. Look how empty this is. They don't know that though. They have to scout, but still.
네, 이후에 뭐 스타버 쪽 오프로드 라인이 그리고
TSM are happy to sit in apartments.
굉장히 또 좋은 자리라서 소닉스가 좋은 운영을 가져가고 있는 것 같습니다.
맞습니다.
호숫가를 포함하고 있는 안전구역인데 야스나야로 많이들 찔러 들어오네요.
네. 사실 나가야 되는데 이미 자리가 찼기 때문에 다른 팀들의 이동 동선을 보고
Exact same spot they had when Tig's PC turned off.
팀들의 어떤 배치.
Where was that?
그렇군요.
Oh, I know. It's where KX are. Vexu.
이것도 위치
그렇죠. 끝났죠. 이거는
야,
쭉 밀고 들어갈 수 있는 힘이 나올 것 같은데요. 그래도 백업 사격이 잘 들어왔어요.
차 뒤에 있다는 브리핑이 나왔기 때문에 퍼즈 페이스가 빠르게 올라가 주면은 SSG를 공략할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
자, 서로 체력 회복해 주면서 다시 한번 버틸 수 있었습니다.
네.
자기장 바뀌는 타이밍이기 때문에 페이지도 급하지 않게 천천히 일단은 대치만 하고 있습니다.
자, 스탈버와 야스나야 두 랜드마크를 포함한 자기장인데요.
Was champ.
안전구요.
Wow, I can't believe this works out for TSM actually. That's actually really bad for Sonics as well. I mean, it comes back to Oath though. Damn.
워낙 커졌죠.
그리고 이 전투의 승자가 많은 것들도
Sonics have to fight MCG on the road. They're coming up to them now.
이제 이 다음 페이지는 물판정이라서 무조건 또 한 번 붙는 자리예요, 이 자리가. 그래서
여기서 피해 없이 잡아야 되는데.
예, 페이지도 무조건 승부하는 거죠.
자, 구스타브가 와주고 있고 젠지는 오히려 북쪽으로 돌아갈 준비를.
I forgot Genji are in the game, so I'm gonna watch them the whole time.
화킬 났네요.
MCG are backing off Sonics, so Sonics are going to get into the north.
로스만 남아 있는
It's
스페이스
just not the
게이밍입니다.
greatest. I mean, it's not too bad.
젠지가 접근하는 곳에 카이신도 접근을 하고 있어서 사실 위치 자체가 그렇게 썩 좋은 자리는 아닙니다.
네, 굉장히 까다로운 상황이에요. 카이신과의 전면전을 한번 이겨내야 할 것 같은데요.
네.
멈추게 된다면.
자 그리고 터져 나오는 스식지인가요?
스식지
간격 굉장히 좋거든요.
네, 완벽해요.
Luke got a kill.
처럼.
Luke got a kill. Can confirm.
건물이 빼곡히
Uh-oh.
차 있기 때문에 선택을 창고 밑에 절벽 쪽으로 할 것 같은데요.
그렇죠. 그쪽을 생각하는 것 같습니다. 엔터포스.
갑니다. 스식지.
자 명품 찌르기긴 해요.
자 그리고
Tiggerson will be fighting this game though.
네, 엔터포스가
He's in a position to fight.
제대로 성공했고 엔터포스가 이번 대회 내내 운영적으로 나쁘지는 않아요. 좋은 자리를 차지한 적도 많고.
네.
다만 이 팀과 팀의 대결, 힘싸움에서 약간은 아쉬운 부분이 좀 나오고 있습니다.
동선은 기가 막혀요.
I don't know if... Nah, they don't know.
날카롭게
Sonic's no MCG under them.
이제 엄폐를 좀 해야겠습니다.
네, 여기서 받아치는
E36 have just driven to the middle of the circle. That's cool.
젠지 자기장 맞아도 좋으니까 스탈버 쪽으로 한번 돌아가자.
Oof. Shot.
스탈버에 이미 소닉스가
이거
있고요.
자기장 때문에 생각하고 와야 될 것 같은데요.
멈춰야죠. 네, 한번 감고 가야 합니다.
고급 상자 3개
쓰고 력 채우면서.
카이신도 지금 괴로운 상황입니다.
네, 일단 만약에 스타버 쪽으로 진입을 하게 된다면 소닉스와 한번 만날 것 같은 현재 젠지의 움직임이죠.
그래서 저는 만약에 스탈버 쪽으로 진입하기로 결정을 했다면 시동을 끄고 걸어서 가는 것도 한번
You would say this most likely to centers on Oath, which is actually pretty good for Sonics.
회전을 계속해서 해주고 있습니다.
But Gen G are wrapping all the way around. Not what I expected. Look at this.
체력을 달리는 것을
Uh-oh.
생각하면 정비하는 타이밍도 필요할 것 같고요.
예, 구급 약품이 좀 충분한가가 굉장히 중요한 문제가 될 것 같고요.
구급 상자 3개
예, 이길 타고
Dun dun
가면
dun.
티글 팀과의 만남이 기다리고
Dun
있습니다.
dun dun. They're gonna hear the car soon.
예상이라도 하듯이
Uh-oh.
소닉스가 그 도로 쪽으로
자 이거 시동 끄고
이제는
Oh my god. Wow, that's even more north than I expected.
아, 티글 쪽
Here we go. He's got a kill. One kill.
이노닉스 기절입니다.
어서 오세요.
이거 선회해야 돼요. 어쩔 수 없어요.
One kill.
이거 체력 되나요?
피오도 기절 할 가능성이 좀 있을 것 같은데요. 아수라 기절.
This would be such a weird mindfuck. Having Gen G come out of the blue here. That was such a weird choice by Gen G though, I have to say.
위치 들켰거든요. 위험합니다. 공상자 하나밖에 없어요.
그리고 멀티서클 게이밍도 이제
They're just getting slaughtered.
들어가야 됩니다. 그 사이 패트릭 코로드가 서클로 진입하려고 하고 있는데 페이지 클랜과 겹쳤고요.
피오 이거 체력 회복 아이템이 전무합니다. 아무것도 없어요.
자, 그리고 소닉스는
Actually, this is turning out a lot better for Sonics than I thought. Hopefully, he doesn't get a free kill or something. PO, that is.
이유가 문제죠.
그렇죠.
아우. 가진 게 없어서 이게
Yeah, I just really thought Gen G obviously don't have much confidence right now because I thought they would have just pushed the teams ahead of them. Alright, PO dead.
젠지가 마무리됐고.
Yeah, TSM have to do something. TSM are out of the zone in apartments. Do they have cars up?
TSM이 남아 있습니다.
네, 끝까지 좀
Do they have cars up?
보고자 하는 건데 그래도 많은 팀들이 무난하게 자리를 잡고 있는 상황이라서 TSM이 진입할 때 좀 까다로운 부분이 있을 것 같습니다.
그렇습니다.
패트릭 코르드는 이동 중에 인원을 또 잃었습니다.
사실 BBL e스포츠도 소닉스의 총선과 킬로그를 들었다면 스탈버 쪽으로 회전할 수 있는 쪽에 인원을 좀 더 투자해야 되는 상황인데 그러지 않고 있거든요.
At least.
네, 일단 2명의 인원을
What do they do?
붙이면서 소닉스에 대한 정보를 수집하기 시작하고 있습니다.
Probably just pull up onto the rocks, but they'll get shot at by everyone there.
페이지 클랜이 동쪽에 있고 북쪽에는 BBL과 소닉스. 먼저 맞았어요.
Oh, fighting in Staub is always so sketchy.
누워야죠.
두 명으로도 자신감 있다는 그런 포지션이었나요?
그리고 다시 뒤쪽으로 빠집니다.
BBL backing off. Makes sense.
밀어주고 가면
It's a bit of a messy fight on the edge of Stauber. Very open.
그래서 그쪽으로 나가는 플레이가 안 나오게 돼요.
Alright, TSM getting in a car.
엑스레프트. 이게 상대 두 명이
2-in-1 car.
마음 아프거든요. 엔터포스 36.
맞습니다. 그리고 TSM도 조용히 왔기 때문에
It's actually good timing for TSM.
포착을 했었거든요.
그렇죠. 킬로그를 또 받기 때문에 기회가 생겼습니다. 와, 화염병.
아니, 엑스레프트의 감이 너무 훌륭한데요.
Luke is in the blue right now in a car too.
포스가 이렇게 좀
Oh, he's out. He's out.
만한 자리는 아닌데 상대가 워낙에 거세게 밀어붙이다 보니까 뭐 어떻게 할 방법이
There's a
없는 것
chance here they get
같습니다.
sandwiched by FaZe and E36.
그리고 TSM이 점점 스며들게 된다면 엔터포스 36는 더 어려워지고요.
Uh-oh.
와, 마이농 위쪽에서 오스의 사격이 매섭습니다.
It's so funny. It's like there's TSM with teams above them shooting down at them. Then E36 also have Pero shooting down at them. And then Pero have Oath shooting down at them.
절벽 지역이 있거든요.
It's a babushka doll.
승부처가 될 것 같은데요.
그렇죠. MCG가 그 지점으로 한번 들어가 볼 만하긴 하거든요. 현재 그 외곽 지역에 걸려 있기는 하지만 결국에 그
I could have been a kill for Luke.
더 좋긴 하단 말이죠.
소닉스가 걸어 내려오고 있고 마인롱을 다시 살리고 있는 엑스레프트입니다.
TSM have to push straight into FaZe, and FaZe definitely have the high ground.
그 절벽 위치를 먹으려고 합니다.
자, 그리고 서쪽에도 많은 팀들이
This is pretty good for Sonics.
카이신 BBL입니다.
But they do have 2 4-mans on each side of them.
포기한 채 걸어 올라가고 있는 TSM.
Oath big chillin' as well.
일단 아니면은 그런 승부수도 있긴 합니다. 오스가
Luke, one knock.
땅 자체가 넓다 보니까 그냥 창고 하나를 정해서 그쪽으로 올인을 하는 거죠. 그런 식으로 하면은 이게 수비하기가
Oh, they're gonna drive. They're gonna push this.
네. 그렇죠. 한 점 돌격.
네,
그리고 저지대 쪽에선 그런 걸 수행.
Oh, but 17 are also coming in.
네.
What a
저지대에
mess.
있는 팀들이 내려오면서 이게 서로 싸우잖아요. 인원 보존이 절대로 안 돼요. 이게 지형이. 왜냐하면 경사가 굉장히 가파르고 많이 뚫려 있습니다.
오히려 과감하게
Halo's down.
강조를 해주고 스타로드가 대응을 했지만
Luke has 2 kills.
전멸입니다.
Confirmed 2 kills. But 17 are here. Wait, Singleton got a kill.
목숨값은 17게임이 가져갑니다.
소닉스도 힘을
Luke's down. Luke's down. Luke's down.
BBL과의 전면전이 치러질 예정입니다.
자, 엔스도 카이신만
They're dead. TSM's
퍼펙트하게
dead.
완벽하게 막아내면은 왼쪽에 절벽 라인을 좀 쓸 수 있거든요.
Dead.
TSM 정리.
I think they both have 2 kills, right?
수지우드 기절.
그런데 홀로는 감미야오.
Luke had 2 kills, right?
쇼우가 계속해서
If Tig gets 1 more kill, he wins the bet.
당장 다가오면 나와야죠.
아니 소닉스와 BBL은 한번 전투를 할까 하다가 다시
He got the knock and it was confirmed.
서로 부담되죠.
네.
예.
Quinn confirmed it, I
치킨이
think.
멀어질 것만 같은데라는 생각을 양 팀 다 하고 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 그래서 결국 위치상으로 봤을 땐 BBL과 소닉스 그리고
On MCG?
오스가 가장 유리한 구도를 계속해서 지켜나갈 수 있을 것 같은데요.
자, 픽주가 기절 상태입니다. 바로 앞쪽에 옆이를
Ents getting griefed by
네.
KX.
오, 일단 S도 그래도
Nice.
잘 이겨내 가고는 있습니다. 그리고 이게 오스 입장에서 진짜 기분이 좋은 게 아래쪽에서 서로 싸워주고 있어서 너무나 편안한
TSM could have played it better.
먹히고
I think it was too bad. They were forced to do some pretty desperate things. Having 17 show up right at the end is kind of like fucked. Oh, that's a pretty cool circle.
소닉스?
소닉스가 차량으로
Wait, Sonics are driving
오, 자기장도 붙어주고요.
근데 이게
into the middle.
아쉬운
They're taking the middle of the hill. Like I didn't know that was playable.
에어사이비어는 그거 이길 수 있나요?
그래서
I don't think I've played there on newer angle though. I don't know if it's any different.
라인으로 붙여주기는 했습니다. 소닉스가.
네, 지금 사실
Damn.
이 아래쪽의 싸움 자체를
They've decided to say fuck the edge and just go middle,
다 받아먹는
which
구도예요.
makes a lot of sense if it's a good spot. I can't see the spot though.
다수의 킬 포인트와 함께 치킨을 가져갔던 미라마의 기억이 있습니다.
자, 이거 오스가 다 받아먹는다.
Why do we just switch cams then? That was weird.
위쪽에서 자리 싸움인데 어쨌든 소닉스가 그냥
You can see Sonics here are in the middle.
그렇죠. 자, 이거 한 발이었는데 디걸.
How?
체력 회복 다시 해주고 있습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 결국에 소닉스가 그 템포의 눈 안에서 얼만큼 좀
Piggy ons? What's a piggy on?
할지가 결국 중요한 문제가 될 것 같거든요.
Pen, thank you for the red.
날라오면
Hello, Vita, and cool feather neon.
네, 외곽 쪽에서
Bed,
멀티서클
Chloe.
들어올 수 있는 공간을
Salsa.
스스로가 내줬어요.
자, 수류탄 작업해주고
Piggy
있는데
on?
하나 더 있습니다. 이블리.
What were you playing? Oh no! This is the problem with sending middle sometimes.
네, 조금은 더
Like this happened.
그래도
It's good enough.
하지만 BBL 바로
Sometimes you just become nadeable.
데미지 누적되고 있어요.
PGC sounds like pigeons in the sea.
살릴 수가 있나요? BBL도 오는데요.
I'll take your word for it.
소닉스.
그렇죠. 엎드려서 데미지 상세를 해주고
Big knock,
있긴 한데
yeah, but
수류탄 추가적으로 옵니다. 오, 그래도
oh, I didn't get the kill. Oh, that nade did though. Oh.
잘 피해줬어요.
Did that car switch save his life?
보드마르코가 냄새 맡고 다가옵니다.
Holy shit! I'm getting so many messages. Wow.
못 버틸 것 같습니다.
Interesting. I guess it's pretty hard to play the north of this circle, but I'm surprised they sent it here originally. Ah, he's dead. He doesn't even know it's on him. He can't hear it.
아, 이거 소닉스 결국 내일로 좀 향하는 그림인데요.
이거 최악의 판단을 한 것 같아요. 멀티서클 게이밍과
Yeah, it's not like it kind of when it happened, it kind of surprised me because it's not really a Sonic's play that I thought at least.
본인들이 수류탄을 다 받아내려고 안쪽으로 들어갔다가 이 난리가 나죠.
예, 좀 밀고 당기는 그런 과정들이 분명히 필요했을 것 같은데 말이죠.
아, 그런 라인 싸움을 진짜 잘하는 팀인데 소닉스가 소극적인
Is there a Google map of a angle? A Google Street View?
그렇죠. BBL이 언제 그 촛불을 분야의 차이일 뿐이지.
Play Destiny?
현재 소닉스가 버티고 있다. 이건 아니죠.
자, 17게이밍도 쇼 혼자 남았습니다.
There we go.
오스가 결국에는 이 아래쪽에 남아 있는 패트릭 코로드와 17게이밍을
I'm serious.
제거하게 되면
I mean, I could just load up a replay.
주변을 그대로 밀고 올라가는 각 자체가 완벽합니다.
네, BBL도 소닉스 이 정도 두드려놨어요.
Sending middle makes sense if you think you can stay up 4 and not get attacked. It's just putting yourself in a position where you get naded by everyone. I don't know.
그래서 멀티서클 게이밍도 BBL 선생님들 떠나가시면 우리가 소닉스 처리하는 말입니까? 라고 얘기하고 있죠.
네. 멀티서클 게이밍
BBL strong too.
명밖에 없다라는 걸 BBL이 잘 알고 있습니다.
Have we seen Sonic's kills? They've got this Tig have the 2.
아, 마인 기절이에 다 보입니다.
오, 그래서 이거 이렇게 되면
틱튼 오랜만에
Dead.
소닉스가 이렇게
I think the bet is null and void. Right. I will confirm. I'm going to wait for the end of game data, but I'm pretty sure the bet is null and void. Both got 2 kills.
주변의 상황을 잘 이용한다면 치킨의 가능성이 아직은 남아 있습니다.
그렇습니다.
What do you think about that send, Calfee, into the middle? I'm really surprised that Sonics didn't try and play from high, like the kind of confident team fighting team they are. I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, I don't. In that situation, at least. That circle.
상대가 생각하기 없을 만한 위치에 들어가서 그냥 하이딩을 통해서 한번 막아내겠다라는 거예요. 왜냐면 대놓고 수비를 하기에는 인원 손실이 나올지도 모르니까 그런 약간
I don't know who wins this. Oath have just been kind of sitting this header the whole time.
완전히 그 시야가 가려져서 백업 플레이가 명확히 안 되거든요.
네, 그러니까 상대의 심리를 한번 꼬아서 생각하고 있는 현재 오스예요. 웬만하면 그냥 창고 쪽으로 둘둘 나눠주면서 그런 포지션을 많은 팀들이 가져갔을 거란 말이죠.
그렇습니다. 멀티서클 게이밍은 창고 벽 쪽으로 붙일 수 있는 오토바이가 있기 때문에 그걸 상상하면서 게임을 하고 있고요.
You think it's a confidence thing? I don't know. I think it's like you start to doubt things in this format and feel like you have to do certain things to win. But wait, is he disconnected?
이제 BBL은 자기장의 위쪽으로 붙는
Is he DC?
일단은 단차의 가능성도 보고 있지만 이후 자기장에 결국 오스가 위치하고 있는 그 안쪽으로 들어갈 확률이 굉장히 높거든요.
그렇습니다. 헬멧도 없고 투척 무기도 그렇게 썩
I don't know.
많아 보이진 않죠.
BBL도 대충은 어디에 있겠거니 하고 예상은 하고 있겠지만
Potentially they know. They just need to wait. I'm just curious.
그렇습니다. 이제 BBL이 굉장히 좀 꼼꼼한 팀이라면 그 독방을 이 방을 한 번씩 수류탄을 넣고 주민해주면서 체크하는 과정이 나올 수도 있네요.
Has to be a DC. There's a small chance he thinks there's no reason to move right now, and is just sitting there talking. I do that sometimes.
이 전략이 성공할지는 지켜봐야 될 것 같고요.
Well, they have to move now.
포함을 합니다.
네, 보급 상자 있는 근처에
He hasn't moved still. He still hasn't moved.
위쪽 단차를 활용하기보다는 안쪽으로 들어가는 게 훨씬 더
I just really thought Sonics would have fought MCG or BBL for one of the sides. I don't know. I do know like there are certain parts of this hill that are really shit to play. So I don't think MCG should outlive Sonics here.
선수가 있는 쪽 창고 쪽에 박스를 올라가게 되면 창고 위쪽에 있는 쪽 창고에서 때릴 수가 있는 부분이 또 열려 있어요.
자, BBL이
아예
도는데요. 멀티서클 게이밍 쪽으로.
Can he kill his DC teammates and loot if he wants to?
박혀 있으니까 위쪽을 쓸어가면은
They're both back in now. They're both moving. Hero are suddenly moving again.
자,
So.
서머 수류탄.
그렇다면 깔끔하게 밀어야 하는데
이런 기절.
피해가 발생하면
MCG are the game ruiners this game.
탱크 기절입니다.
이거
Wait, why did that M4 just sound so weird? Oh, Pero activating?
패트릭 크로드가 본인들 뜻대로 움직여주지 않았어요. BBL 뜻대로.
그렇죠. 올라가지는 않을 거예요. 본인들은 이 두 팀이 싸워주는 상황이 나와야지만 치킨 가능성이 있거든요.
맞습니다. 연막으로 시야 가려주면서 바위 뒤쪽에 엄폐합니다.
예, 이제 바로 옆에 저 독방 하나만 좀 들어가고 싶은 배트리코 로드일 것 같은데
네.
일단은 위쪽에 BBL이 좀 내려다보는 가능성 때문에 움직이지 않고
Both have
킥스타트가 정말
just
주요한
been
역할을
chilling this whole
해주면서
time though.
킬러 역할을 해주지 않으면 오스도 약간 불안하긴 합니다.
This could really work for Oath to just win here. I think BBL have to calm down this way. Unless Pero strike. Ever start? Is it ever a start to kill your down teammates from another team from getting it? I think. Have I seen it? I feel like I've seen it before, Fei Long, but it's super rare. Sometimes it's what's more likely to happen is you get knocked in the blue.
자, 점자기장이 찍힙니다. 보급 상자 아래쪽.
You get knocked in the blue by your teammate or by getting run over, or you get the blue itself knocks you and your teammate flushes you so that no one can get the point because you're dead no matter what, but the point still has to go to someone, or you know, so you can confirm that it goes to no one. You don't lose the point. That's a huge nade.
자, 연막.
자, 이거 업어서 창고 안쪽에서 살려야겠죠?
Oh yeah, but the person who knocks someone always gets a kill
단칸방 전략도 이제는
if they are finished.
오픈을 했습니다.
If your teammate gets knocked by an enemy and you kill them down, the person who knocked gets the point.
아, 바꿨어요, 엑셀레프트.
그래도 연막탄이 좀 많은 상황이라서 연막탄을 믿고 이런 플레이를 이어가는
Please no Pero win. I'm gonna say no, it's not gonna happen. In fact, I think Oath have just won, basically. These two players in the warehouse, or Kickstar's. What's Kickstar doing? He's moving out. That's crazy. Well, whatever. These two players on the east, I think they just win the game. For Oath.
자, 엑스레프트를 끊어주면 마이농은 일어나기가 어렵죠.
자, 위치 공개됐죠. 마이농도 걸린 거 아닌가요? 마이농 걸렸나요?
Oath win.
아, BBL 정리됐습니다.
네, 이렇게 되면 상대가 있을 마지막 위치 이제 알게 되었죠.
자, 4대1입니다. 타이어서 오스! 데이트의 마지막 매치.
Oath.
Playing off of this angle, BBL gets dropped fast, and now it is just Mill, the last one up, trying to take down Oath, bouncing between the different targets.
I'm gonna just double check that Luke only got 2 kills.
Not the biggest game from them. 8 kills is still a solid showing, and you gotta win the game.
What happens sometimes, Fei Long, in super format, where the kills matter, and you're in such a bad position. Let's say it's 4v4, or no, let's say it's like 4v2, and the 2 guys left are in a really bad spot, and their opponents are someone who are also battling them for high place on the leaderboard. People will sit in the blue and die instead of giving the other team points because they know they're in such a bad position that they'll never win the fight, which happens sometimes.
Are we just doing jumps off the top rope out here? Is Oath at that level right now that they're that hyped and just going for some type of play coming out of it? I mean, you gotta love seeing the smiles and faces after teams are winning because, man, Survival Series last week, pressure has been mounting and you can see the relief. Guys, that's gonna go ahead and finish it out for us. We're gonna go ahead and throw it out to the analyst desk to finish out the day.
See, look how fucking relieved they are. It's so stressful.
Massive thank you to Matchroom and Cameron for casting those wonderful matches all day today. That is the end of our 6 matches today. Congratulations to Oath who win this one out. For the majority of that game, Martin, yes, they had the warehouse compound, but 2 things about that. First, they had to have the initiative to take it in the first place. And second, they were super proactive in defending it. They were constantly split, trying to get as much information as possible. And it worked out for them in the end. It's really paid off.
Yeah, obviously Oath's position here. This compound after the additions of the new small house there, it's kind of hard to hold, so I was kind of surprised that we didn't see more people sneak in or breach it, but they held it that well in this towards the
okay, do we get another? No, that's the end of the day.
That they just managed to
today is over.
And, yeah, in the end the circle were
I'm just waiting for the match stats to go through.
So they didn't have to go far out enough. If they had to go up that uphill hill where PBL was on top, it was going to be really hard for them.
Yeah, I do wonder what happened there with Sonics though, because they did end up crashing that.
Yeah, I want to say that too.
Right in the center, and it was questionable to me. But you know what? BBL, MCG were more than happy to punish them because of it. You saw the nades land down and eliminate Sonics, and well, BBL, it looked like it was pretty much all over for them when they conceded.
Preferred monitors compared to the Alienware. I have people said they don't like the Alienware monitor.
Even with only 2 players
I feel like
left.
the monitor is the least of the problem
Because they decided
compared
to
to like computers crashing.
Sneaking through over on the west, like Pero decided to do.
Is the monitor
They had
that
to
bad?
cross out in the open.
Isn't it 360 hertz?
To punish that, sure, Pero tried to get in and get involved in third party, but it just wasn't enough. And in the end, it was Oath to secure that chicken dinner in an impressive style as well.
It really is. They were one of the 3 teams, of course, who had.
I'm pretty sure it's a good monitor.
I think it was going into something like phase 6, the other 2 teams being BBL and Sonics. Very different approaches from these 3 teams to get to where they were, but Oath ultimately...
It is true. Some players might be used to 1440p monitors. That's one thing.
Look at this for a kill point distribution.
Issue with 240 hertz having some bad flickering.
With 8, but it wasn't completely dominated.
Yeah, see, I'd say that's most likely a cable issue. Or bad, once again, like the computer's not set up properly. I don't think there's anything wrong with those monitors.
Grounds where they just had to fight after fight after fight, and it was very evened out. And because, you know, Oath couldn't really fight that many teams, they didn't want to overextend outside and try to take on the teams on the south. They just let everyone else fight. And that's obviously the reason why they're
Good night, Caplag. Thank you for watching. I hope your internet comes back soon.
I was happy to see how well they were able to perform in the weekly final number 1. But they needed this. They came in. They need to defend their position. They are right now just in, but they need to.
I wonder what playing on a 1080p monitor feels like now. It's been a while.
At the teams that have qualified today, it's going to be very good for them because they're quite far ahead of most of the teams that are in.
3 seconds of monitor to disable to stop it from flickering and going black. That's really weird.
Doing the most damage, and I have to say, he was on the southwest side of the warehouse compound for pretty much half the game, constantly outside of cover, looking.
I think they have their own pods though, right? I don't know.
Teams to come in.
I would lean towards thinking every player should be on the same monitor and the same setup in general, but
get aggressive, go over the top of the cliffs, and
I suppose it wouldn't be the biggest deal. The bigger deal would be how do the players get their monitors to the tournament safely and stuff.
Just how many squads there were up on the north maybe provided a little bit of extra safety to those players who were trying to push out, just because they were
Oath landed here, by the way.
And, well, they were all looking at each other, and no one really had the chance to shoot without getting.
Oath landed here, by the way. Oath were at the winning position at 1 minute 47, by the way.
That victory, they of course are the chicken dinner winners there, and now we go to a live interview.
Congratulations for the victory. Thank you.
That is true. Also, they are sponsored. Of everything they're provided, I don't think the monitor is a big deal. The flickering stuff sounds bad, but that sounds fixable too. They should just replace the monitor. They should have spares and stuff.
Last week, you guys didn't make it to the big
This is just where I don't. I need to go to truly think about this. I need to go into like a replay and see it. But I just think pushing like, I mean, this would probably lose. I probably think that they'd die here or lose players. But
the mental game is the most important thing. So just game by game.
I'm surprised they didn't just fight down here. Like this could work if BBL never come over and have to fight on the edge game. Like, let's say there's more people here. You know? It could work. If it's just MCG, it's a very different situation.
창고가 아니라 일평집에 들어갔단 말이에요. 그때 어떤 전략이셨는지 여쭤볼게요.
So you guys played it really calm, really well. During this game, in the end, Balefrost and Snakers, instead of being in the warehouse, they were in the small house nearby. Was there a specific reason for why they did that? Was there a call?
We knew Pero was on the west somewhere. I actually thought they were on the
south. At Counter-Strike tournaments, they all have to use the same monitor too, though, right?
And just keep all our threats away.
I'm fairly certain Counter-Strike players don't get to pick their monitor.
남쪽에는 적이 없는 걸 확인했기 때문에 최대한 저희 영역을 넓게 확보하기 위해서 저희 안정을 확보하기 위해서 이렇게 넓게 분포해 있었던 것 같습니다.
네, 정말 좋은 경기력이었고요. 내일로 가지 않고 오늘
많이
바쁠 것 같은데 오늘 끝나고 숙소에 돌아가서 뭘 하실 계획인가요?
The biggest thing, like if I'll let them talk.
Tomorrow, you guys won the chicken today. How do you guys feel? And what are you guys going to do when you go back to your rooms?
I feel super relieved. It's been a super stressful 2 weeks, so I'm gonna go back to my room and probably sleep and probably hit up the jacuzzi tomorrow.
너무 안심되고요. 그렇게 할 수 있어서. 그리고 최근 2주 동안 너무 스트레스를 많이 받았는데 이제 드디어 안심을 하고 두 발 뻗고 방에서 쉴 것 같습니다. 그리고 자쿠지 수영장 같은 데 가서 풀장 가서 좀 쉴 것 같습니다.
좋습니다. 푹 쉬시고 위클리 파이널에서 좋은 경기력 보여주시길 바라겠고요.
Two
이 승리의
kills.
기쁨 팬분들께 세레모니로 보여주실 수 있으실까요?
Right, hope
Two
you guys
kills.
enjoy and relax.
Bet refunded.
And could you guys show a pose, a victory pose, something like that?
렐로 선수 멋진 댄스까지 정말 감사드립니다. 오늘
Alright.
승리 축하드리고요. 정말 11번째 매치 승리 인터뷰
That's not what I
감사드립니다.
expected.
Thank you.
Thank you for your amazing dance. Congratulations on your victory and thank you.
Awesome.
감사합니다.
Good night, Auburn.
네, 이렇게 멋진 댄스와 함께
Do they still use Zowies?
인터뷰 만나봤습니다.
It's a bit different in Counter-Strike.
가 오늘의 마지막 매치 치킨의 주인공이었고요. 계속
We're done. It's a bit different in Counter-Strike because all you need is a really high refresh rate monitor, and then half the players don't even play on the full res. So it's like, it's much easier to accommodate a Counter-Strike player because all they want is high refresh rate. I can see a bit of a difference in PUBG where, like, right now, there's probably some people who play on 1440p at home. And then they have to go to LAN and play on 1080p. Or vice versa. Be definitely a bit more variation there, I think. But the Counter-Strike is just, it's much easier to deal with. I would say that if PUBG were ultra mega serious about this, they would have had better PCs that are optimized. Like, the RAM needs to be really good and shit. I'm actually curious, do we know exactly what specs they have at this tournament? Sorry about that. They have i9 12900K and 3080 Ti. I mean, that's all well and good, but the RAM is too important for PUBG. RAM is so important. I'd almost say that stability is a bit more important than pure FPS at an event like this, though. 3000 RAM. It doesn't have to be that fast. Like, it just has to be stable and decently fast. Like, what do I have? I have 3600, don't I? My RAM has really good timings as well. I think I have 3600. My PUBG runs pretty good when it's not crashing, but it's crashing right now because of the new patch. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching today. I'll be back tomorrow for the exact same thing. We're doing these long streams right now. I'm going to play Super People. And then we're going to play, we're going to watch PUBG again. And find out the last 5 teams making it. It'll be interesting. 5 more games. People's tournaments might be ending tomorrow. Maybe not, like, completely, but realistically might be ending. Like, very unlikely, you know? It's a hard one. It's a hard one. We'll see. TSM. Gen G. Sonics. BBL. It's rough. Oath are really happy now. They can make a lot more points next week in the finals. Brewer on the cusp as well. All right. Good night, guys. If you have enjoyed the stream and have not followed the channel, I would appreciate it. Discord, best way to know when I'm streaming. We'll be back again for Super People tomorrow. I'm really excited now because they opened up the beta and there's actually like heaps of players. So hopefully our queues are awesome tomorrow. I might jump on now just to test. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night. Do we just host Scylla again? I'm gonna host Scylla. I apologize if he makes if the stream is not very PG. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.